Everybody out there, listen to me. It's January the 1st of 2023. I'm gonna bend you all right over my fucking knee and smack you right in your firm and hot booties. And then I'm gonna look in the direction of Natalie and say, would you like to be next up, you hot little bee? And Jeff will say, hey, can you not do this right in front of me? And I'll say, sorry, man, I would, but I'm too horny. And what can you expect to get from the show this year? The same old shit you've been used to right in your ear. Me, Jeff, and Natalie poking you in your rear, talking about games, making content that's S tier. So just sit back, listen, laugh, and make sure you download. And more of our stupidity will be bestowed upon your ears, you pioneers, until the show it goes into the lunacy, the craziness of next episode. You're listening to the Gamecasters.
Natalie, Jeff, and Ryan are the Gamecasters, and they do a board game show, inboxes, and nooks and games, and top 5 lists, and sometimes there's fart jokes.
Hey there, gamers, and welcome to episode 105 of the Gamecasters podcast, a board gaming podcast about board games. And yes, we came up with that title before So Very Wrong About Games even existed.
Yep.
So maybe find out why they're copying us, you fucking ill-researched nobodies. This year is off to a hot start. And by hot start, I mean our hot guest sitting in our hottest chair in the hottest hot spot of the basement. She's been talked about for years and banged so much by one of us that 2 children came out of her. You'll get the spoiler of which one of us did the banging by the end of the episode. Please welcome to the show, all the way from the house she shares with her husband, JTMBG, Devin Udash Madigan. Devin, how the fuck are you?
Hey.
I'm great.
Yeah?
On Christmas break.
Yeah. How long are you on Christmas break for?
2 weeks.
God damn it.
Yeah.
We go back to
Till
work
the
in
9th.
2 days.
Yeah.
And you guys
sucks.
sucks to be you.
Yeah, we go back to 9th, so that following Monday, a week from probably when this is going to release.
Well, I always say, like, oh my God, you guys get so much more time, but we won't go into detail about it, but talking about your jobs versus talking about our jobs, and the stresses are there for both times, but they're very different. Our stressors are like, are we going to be able to get these reports filed on time so we don't get fined a ton of money? And your jobs are like, are these children going to be messed up for the rest of their lives if I don't do my job well?
Right. Are they safe?
Yeah.
Can they read?
Am I going to go to
Yeah.
school tomorrow and have to deal with some horrible traumatic experience?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and ours is like, well, I got to go to the basement again.
Mine's like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is boring.
Well, sometimes we'll message in our group chat, and Natalie will keep answering me, and then Natalie's like, Ryan must be in a meeting. I'm like, do you guys not know what you do? Like,
Well, I'm 2 floors above him,
I know, I
so we're
always-
not like, we don't see
I
each
just
other.
assume
We're
The two of you are,
essentially like next to each other,
next to
side to
each other,
side.
yeah.
Like I'm typing on
Like
her
in one
keyboard once in a
booth.
while. This would
You're
be
in a
fun.
booth.
Well, the other day
How
when
about
I
I answer
said
an
that,
email for you,
I
you
was
answer an email
I
for
was
me.
like texting him too, like, oh, just on our own, and he wasn't answering. I was like, he must be busy or something.
I'm like, can't you see him?
No, yeah, it's funny. We're
No,
basically
I'm in our
different
bedroom
buildings.
and he's down here. Yeah.
So I think the burning question everyone wants to know about you, Devin, is how many times does Jeff physically hit you in the face with his wiener whenever you agree to play another board game with him?
So
I feel
how
like she
many
wouldn't
times
play
is
war
it?
games if he kept doing that.
She would just open her mouth and accept it.
well, if I'm gonna get in the face, I may as well.
Might as well have fun.
I love it.
I don't know what I signed myself up
You
for
just
right
catch
now.
it. Yeah, you just catch it.
Catch it.
What?
Who got it? Who got you?
You won, Devin.
It's a
It's a good
What
thing
you
Devin
can
knows you,
expect
because
from
this would be very
today's
uncomfortable.
show. What you can expect from today's show is tons of talk on our favorite games of 2022. We are going to be nominating games for the Gamecasters Awards.
Yes.
We're going to introduce another essential, and Devin is going to tell us all the things that make her say, ew. Spoiler alert, it's everything that rhymes with the word schmanties and boist.
Yep.
Right? Probably. With that, let the airing of grievances begin. I've got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about it. I don't know if you watch Seinfeld, but when they do Festivus.
For the rest of us,
Yep, Festivus.
George's dad.
Right. He has the airing of grievances.
Yeah.
For realsies, though, what's up with you guys?
Oh, you're
Devin,
not
tell
gonna
us
air
all
some
about you.
grievances?
No, I have no grievances to
Okay,
air.
good.
Yeah,
I was
Devin,
like, I
tell
don't
us
know
what's
if I
up.
can handle
How's it
it.
going? How are you?
Well, like I said, I'm on break, so I'm really good.
Who are you, actually? No, but for the people who don't know who the fuck you are,
Okay.
Tell
So,
Like if this is their first episode.
yeah, if they've not listened,
Could be it.
they're hearing a
I'm
lot of craziness.
Jeff's wife.
You're more than that.
Okay. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
It's my 10th year teaching, and it's my hardest year teaching.
It's your 10th year teaching.
Yeah.
God, we are old.
And this is my hardest year
happens.
ever. So.
Is it really?
And, yep, I have 2 kids, Millie and Jack.
Yeah, we talk about those crazy.
those.
I play games
Do you?
once in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into that kind of discussion.
Yeah.
Have you guys been watching anything recently?
Yes, White Lotus, the new one.
What do you
Yeah,
think of
season
it?
2.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you like it
that
better than the
one.
first season?
I think so.
I haven't seen the first season, but Jeff was saying
I kind of like this second season better.
I think I liked it.
There's a
too.
lot of sex in season 2.
There is, yeah.
There's a lot of doing it. Season 1 wasn't all about doing it. Season 2 is about doing it.
dang. So maybe they're going to ramp up every additional season with the doing
It's
it.
like really doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this
Yeah.
one was like, who's doing it, who's not doing it, did they do it?
Right, did
Where
they
did
do
they
it?
do it?
Yeah.
Who did they
How
do it
did
with?
they do it?
Which position
Are
did
they
they do
going
it?
to do it? It's all a lot of doing it. And the first season wasn't about all the doing it.
What was it
Yeah,
about?
there was some doing it in it,
The
but
killing
not
it?
a lot.
Yeah,
Not a ton.
it wasn't just like all the controversy that kind of happened in season 2 was about doing it, and this season 1 wasn't about doing it.
Well, why? So hopefully season 3 is literally the subtitle
Just
is
all
doing it.
Yeah, doing it.
The White Lotus.
White
Doing it.
On a
Lotus.
nude-
White
doing
Lotus
it.
doing
What
it.
is it like what are those places called?
Flowers. White Lotus is a flower.
No, like a
Resort.
The
A
resorts
brothel.
that.
A brothel?
No, not a brothel.
Mother
like,
brothel?
The ones that like
strip
are
club.
it's like a nude resort.
A nudist beach. A nudist colony.
I knew this colony.
Hedonism.
Yeah, maybe it's like a hedonism version of.
So everyone's naked.
So it's a family resort where everyone's nude.
Was that your experience with White Lotus season 2, Devin?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's doing it.
doing it.
Is that what you enjoyed about
And
the White
part-
Lotus?
There is the end, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, the ending's cool.
There was there was a whoa ending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you live for the whoa endings in those shows?
Whoa.
You're like at the end there was a whoa.
Well, you don't want to spoil this. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
can't
don't
spoil
spoil
it.
it.
Well, I think giving the whoa is a little bit of a spoiler. So if you haven't seen White Lotus season 2, just know the end has a whoa.
Whoa.
Well,
You're
I
going in
mean,
pre-woke.
you kind of know.
Yeah, you're
at the
pre-woke.
beginning of this, like the very first scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Kinda
are both,
tells
both
you-
seasons, right? Season
Yes.
1 and
What
2.
that
Or
somebody's
someone's
dead.
Yeah.
Someone
and it's
died.
kinda
Yeah,
figuring out.
right.
But it's not a murder mystery. Like it's
No,
not like
it's not
there's
all about a
detective.
murder in the whole show.
So that's what
Right.
was weird, I thought, for me. So I came into season 2. I never watched season 1. And I came in like, what episode? Like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about... If Natalie wouldn't have said someone died at the beginning, I would never have known. Because like you said, it's not like they're
Yeah, they
just
don't
trying
really
to
talk
figure
about
out who's dead.
Yeah.
It's just, that happened, and we're eventually going to get... Because it happened,
at the very
and then they
beginning.
go backward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then the
Tarantino
rest
went
of
all
the
the way
season, is
Right.
like leading up to... Not even necessarily leading up to that, but just
that is
that will
kinda
happen at the end,
happened
I
at
guess.
the end,
So is
yeah.
it the first season like that too? At
Yes.
the end, you find
Yeah,
out.
you find out who
Who's
dies
the one
and
that was
why,
dead?
but that's not why you watch the
But
show.
the whole show is just about the stories of all the people
Yeah,
at the
character
resort.
development.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a good show. But didn't you just watch a movie last night
Oh, yeah.
on New Year's
Glass
Eve?
Onion?
Glass
right?
Onion.
Is
Yep.
that what it's called?
What is that
new
about?
Knives
Knives Out.
Out. So
Is it a sequel?
again,
Is it a
murder
direct
mystery.
sequel? Or is it just?
No, because it's different people.
Yeah, it's not. Yes, it's a sequel, but no, it's not with the same character. It's not like a continuation.
Daniel
It doesn't follow the same story.
Craig,
right.
right? He was in
Yeah,
the
Daniel
first
Craig is in the first one, and he's in the second one. He's like this Sherlock type. He's very good
Okay.
at observing
Okay.
detective work.
I like that. All right.
And then it's kind of like
one.
whodunit.
Who done it? Like a
Oh, okay.
But
Stone
it's
Cold
done
whodunit.
like in a kind of a witty, not like super serious way, which I like. It's kind
Okay.
of a cool writing.
So it's like
So-
it's kind of funny.
yeah.
Yeah. There's some
Oh,
wittiness
cool.
to it. There's some funniness to it. And then there's lots of like twists and turns that are cool that you won't see coming, which I like.
I like that a lot too.
That it almost is like,
But not if
would
it's
this really
stupid.
happen?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's in a good
It's
realm.
entertaining
Yeah,
and
it's not
stuff.
like it's not the owl theory, right? Like come on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
like that. But I liked them. I like both of them a lot. I'm hoping that they kind of keep making them. I like Daniel Craig's character. He's just kind of he's funny.
Is he British?
Probably.
I think so.
Does he not have a British accent
Yeah,
in
he
this?
does.
I think he,
He does.
does.
I think he's British.
He's British.
I haven't
He
seen
was
that.
James Bond.
You're right. Does has every James Bond been British? Is Pierce Brosnan British? Probably.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
is.
So I think they are all British then.
You have to be British to be.
You must have to be. Well, it is I guess it is. He's British. James Bond, right? James
Yeah,
Bond
yeah,
is
that's
himself
true.
is British. Not that he has to
doesn't
be.
mean the actor has to be.
The actor
Yeah.
playing him must be British. Well, they were gonna have. Wasn't Idris Elba gonna be
yeah. Was
at
he,
one point? He was
James
gonna be James
Bond?
Bond.
He's British.
He's British too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
is
guess.
he?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, he's British. You should hear him in an interview. It sounds very
He's a Brit.
British.
Yeah, they should get Jim Gamer to do it.
Totally, he's British.
Oh, yeah,
he
he'd
can
totally
be
be a
him.
good
If
Bond.
If that's
you're
the
British.
only thing
Yeah.
you need to be, then boom,
He
can
can
do
do
it. Yeah.
Yes.
If you were British and you've had hot wing sauce on your penis,
Yeah.
then I think you have
Check.
the ability to be
Check and check.
Yes.
Because like what now he knows how to get out of that situation in the future, which is a James Bondian thing.
I'm gonna pivot. How was your Christmas? We missed that.
Yeah, Christmas was right. We haven't recorded since Christmas. Christmas was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we got a lot. I got a lot of RPG related items for Christmas this year.
I know it's kind of your new.
It's kind of my thing that I've
He's
been,
really into right now.
my thing that I've been on.
Yeah.
What thing has Natalie been on?
Not my thing.
Ryan?
Yeah, why?
That's not.
I've been too into RPGs.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about this a little further.
Yeah.
Because my thing's been on Arnold Palmer bottles. No, we had a good Christmas. The kids had a really good
Those
Christmas
kids
as well.
are so lucky. They had literally 2 entire days of just constant presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids are spoiled especially. Well, because Cameron's birthday is also on the 22nd.
Yeah.
And so he had his birthday presents then, and then
He had a birthday party.
A birthday
the next
party,
day
yep.
With his buddies.
with his friends, which was really cool. And then we had Christmas, where he gets presents at our house, and then he had Christmas at his mom's house the next morning, where he gets
more
presents. Yep, and then
Christmas
we
at our
took him that
families.
day to Christmas at over at Natalie's family, and then he got a bunch
Wow.
more presents. Yeah, so it's just like Shark Week,
And it's
but
that
for
December
presents.
birthday. You don't want to like rob them of presents, but you're also like, I just bought you a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so
hard,
Natalie's
yeah.
birthday is 2 days before Cameron's,
Yep.
so we are just emptied the fuck out
Right.
So you
in
save
December
all year to spend all your money in December.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so I mean,
basically.
you know, Jeff, your birthday's in December too.
Yeah.
It can be a bummer when your birthday and Christmas is like right together.
Yeah, my parents,
Only get
growing up,
presents
my
then.
parents always made a point to keep it completely separate. And so I appreciated that. I never felt like, oh, they're just combining it and I don't really get like a birthday. Like they always had like a separate party, separate from Christmas, separate presents. So it didn't.
Can you imagine how fucked up you would have been if they didn't do it that way?
you probably wouldn't.
You would have had the worst childhood of all. I'm so happy that
No,
you
I
are the way you
wouldn't.
are. God, thank you. I
I
gotta
just mean
text your
I
dad.
appreciated it because that's
Listen,
that's the
Tommy.
Yeah,
complaint
right.
people have about having a Christmas birthday.
You're right.
And so I feel like you don't want them to feel like shafted when like his sisters have it in like their birthdays, other parts of the
I want
year.
you to feel
and it's like the whole
shafted.
thing.
How was your Christmas, guys?
It was
Okay.
fun. Jack is a lot of fun because he's 3.
Yeah, that's probably a great age.
Yeah, so
he
he's
like
really into
knows
it.
what's
Was he just
happening
ripping
now.
everything open like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
he was
this?
excited.
Yeah. Because we had Devin's mom and stepdad over on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
He got some presents from them. He got one from us. And then Christmas morning, he woke up and opened some stuff from us. Then we went to my mom's. He opened some stuff. And he was like, this is
I like
really
this
awesome.
thing.
Oh my god, everything's about me.
Yeah, and he got some cool stuff, especially for the basement.
What was
He got,
his favorite thing that he got?
Okay, so here's his favorite thing.
Okay.
He got in his stocking.
Is it like a spork?
From pretty much. Yeah.
yeah.
From Devin's mom, from his Mimi. He got a,
Well, Santa gave it to him.
okay, sorry, Santa
Sure.
gave it to him. Spoiler.
Of course.
He got a flailing arm tube man.
Oh,
okay?
cool.
But it's only
A
like
desktop version.
it's like,
Like this-
it's like a foot and a half.
Yeah,
foot
okay,
tall,
I've seen
okay?
those,
It's
yeah.
battery powered, 9-volt battery, lasts about 6 minutes. He was obsessed with
carried
it.
it
Really?
around.
He carried it around all Christmas.
He got that in his.
He
Grandma's.
brought it to my mom, brought
In
it
his
to
stocking.
grandma's. He loves it. We had to like find. We were just randomly plugging in chargers in our house to try to get it to like work on the DC power.
You're like, I
instead of
bought you a
battery.
$500 iPad, and you're playing with it.
Yeah, he got this like cool like food truck kitchen setup in the basement, and he got all this cool stuff, and he's just like my blow up guy. He runs around. So Devin was like, we gotta find like a backup. Right, like we have
Yeah,
to
he's
find a
gonna
backup.
break this thing
So Devin goes
very
on
soon.
Amazon and types in inflatable blow up guy
Oh,
and gets a very different
wait, hold
search
on.
result.
Was it? It's Amazon. I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Inflatable
Gets a very different
blow
search
up
result.
guy.
I'm like, that's not what he needs.
Oh, it actually showed the tube man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
some
scroll
of them.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're getting
what is this?
yeah, you're getting
thing?
dude with mustache. You're getting
That's Ron Jeremy, I think.
yeah.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
nobody
you're
wants
getting
that.
some.
Yeah, you're right.
So try to type in the word flailing arm tube guy if you're looking for that. Flailing arm,
No, you know
flailing
what?
something.
I think you could go on a happy journey yourself if you just go and type in inflatable blow up guy and see what happens.
see what you can
Here's
get
the
on
Kool-Aid
Amazon.
Man. Here's John Holmes, who's a porn star from the 70s.
Okay.
I think. Here's a gingerbread man. Okay, and then one of the inflatable tube men.
Gingerbread
Right.
man
You get a
with
little
like
bit of everything.
with a penis.
No, not all of them are sexual.
Oh,
The inflatable tube men are all penises. There's actually one you can put yourself inside the inflatable tube man.
Yeah, like for Halloween.
Yeah,
oh,
you can just be
Maybe
that.
he could be that. for
I don't
Halloween.
think. Let's go back to what Natalie said.
Yeah,
Would the blow up guy have a blow up penis? Like, would that
Yeah.
be?
well, what's the point of him?
I know, but just
what's the
so listen. This is like this is like an
like
inner
a sexual.
tube. This is like an inner tube you blow up. You want that inside of you? Wouldn't you want it to be like hard?
Well, maybe it's
a
like a
blow-up.
dildo.
See, that's
attached
what
to
I'm-
the
that's
blow-up.
what I'm
or
looking
or
for.
maybe you have an inflatable blow up woman that has an
Yeah.
extra large vajay, and then the blow up
then you
penis just goes in the blow up vagina.
You
Yeah.
let them do each
and then
other.
it kind of feels like
You like
that.
make
Yeah.
a scene.
Just
a
you
little
like
bit.
watch. Guy,
You're going too far. This is getting disgusting, and you made it weird. So, I don't know if you guys have anything else. You got anything else?
You guys watching anything?
We're done. No, I think we should just end the show.
Okay.
What do you think?
Oh,
It's
okay.
been about 10
Sure.
minutes.
Good night.
Did you have fun, Devin?
It was great.
Okay, cool. No, I don't know if you have been playing any games, Jeff.
I've been playing games.
Have you?
Yes.
I'd like to hear about one, if you wouldn't mind.
In preparation for Devin being on the show, I forced her to play some games here.
Okay.
Because we haven't been playing, especially we haven't been playing a ton of heavy games lately.
Since September when school started.
School started.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played like random.
You were on a
here and
charge,
there.
though, for a while.
Yeah.
You were
summer,
playing, like,
yeah.
game
Oh, yeah.
games.
We were killing it over the summer. And then school started and we both got exhausted and miserable. And
And now we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
2 versus 1, so it's like twice as hard, twice as tight.
Isn't it crazy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, one kid is almost like, how did I ever think that was
Yeah, that was so
challenging?
easy.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
And now
And
you
then
just
when
have
they're
one.
sick,
And
it's
even
a pain
she's
in the butt.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Millie is
I
so
mean,
perfect, but
Jack's
still,
pretty
just
good,
adding
too.
the
Well, yeah,
addition
you
of
have
another
to
human being.
do everything for her. Yeah.
The other one of everything is
Right.
tough.
And getting
Yeah.
out of the door by 7 a.m. is really hard.
Right. And starting a
Oh,
podcast
yeah.
when she's throwing up everywhere. It's
Right.
tough.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah,
hard.
but she's fine.
What
Yeah.
happened? She's fine.
We like her, I guess,
She's
still.
asleep
Yeah.
right now.
She's all right.
She can
Yeah,
stay.
she's-
Just don't throw me. Stay asleep.
Just
Just stay
keep
asleep.
your fluids and everything
Yeah.
inside
Yeah.
your stomach.
If you hear any-
Jeff is wearing Ryan's clothes right
Yeah,
now.
Ryan
no
won't
big
let
deal.
us.
Yeah.
But that's not unusual.
Well, at the same time, Ryan and I were wearing the same
and
clothes.
we
at
were
the same
arguing, and so Natalie put us in the same shirt to cool down.
Is that Ryan's
Time.
sweatshirt?
Timeout.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
I don't know.
Well, he's wearing it now.
Yeah, I do. I'm wearing it. No, I don't
was
think I
trying
have
to
it in
find,
red.
like-
I might have it.
Is that from Costco?
I'm going to keep it. This is mine.
Maybe.
I don't know
This
where
is mine
that's
now.
It's yours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's fine.
mine now.
from. Ryan never wears
Possession's
it.
9/10, man.
Yeah.
You're literally wearing it, so I guess I have no claim to it anymore. Yeah. So what have you been
So
playing?
what I've made Devin play over the last few weeks, we played La Cremosa,
Okay.
which
And that's what
I
you're
was
calling
so
your penis,
happy-
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was so happy that Nestor told us that La Cremosa means the creamy one. That made
Let's
me
type
happy.
that into Google.
Yeah, La Cremosa is the creamy,
creamy
one.
one.
The
So-
creamy one.
La Cremosa.
Wait, that's the music one, right?
yeah, that's the music
La
one.
Cremosa.
Wow.
So
How
I
does
made
that
Devin play
translate?
that.
Okay, real quick.
Well, because it's La space Cremosa. would
I
be
typed
the-
in creamy one in Google. Here's what came up. Creamy one. The act of unleashing a creamy turd that has no consistency and looks like an ice cream.
creamy turd. I thought that would come out of the other
Often
end.
done after a
Creamy.
night on the
creamy.
beer.
On the beer.
Note, a creamy one cannot be curled out just as a curly one cannot be creamed out. Although, a crunchy one can be creamy out, but not curled out.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So that's
I look at
Lacrimosa.
that.
That's basically what it says on BGG.
Yeah.
That's the BGG description for Lacrimosa.
That's it.
PGG.
That's yucky.
Yeah.
Ew. There's an ew.
Ew, there's our first ew of the night.
So I made her play La Cremosa.
We have an ew
not
counter.
La Cremosa.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
And
Lacrimosa.
Devin, any quick thoughts on that one?
I
you
didn't
remember it?
love it.
No.
Yeah, that's what Jeff said. I remember you said
was
that.
a So
that
Dang
was the
it.
second
Why?
time?
What's wrong
Or
with
you
That was
that?
only
my
played-
second play.
Okay.
I think
It's too creamy, not crusty enough.
it is kind of creamy looking.
Yeah. That little beigey,
kinda
creamy.
beigey.
Yeah.
Looks a little protein based. You just didn't like it.
No. I don't know why I didn't like it. I don't remember. Do you, Jeff?
I think the theme turned you off a little bit.
Yes, because I'm not into music.
Yeah, you hate music. I remember
much.
Devin just hates music. I
don't
played
know
a
anything
song one
about
time
it.
and she was like, turn that
It was
off.
hot cross buns.
Turn it the fuck off.
It was like your Three Blind
like,
Mice
no.
sounds like shit.
Yeah. I was like, dang it, Devin.
I think someone did either message me on Instagram or put it in the Discord after I talked about La Cremosa on the last episode about the theme. Someone was like, the theme came through.
I
for
think
me.
it was it Chris in Haymarket?
Yeah, maybe.
I think-
They're like someone said it came.
I remember
through to
he was
them,
like,
so I was like, okay,
yeah.
well, that's good to hear because it was
Yeah, it
nonsense
didn't really
to
mean
me.
anything to you.
And
But
then,
again, like we said, that's normal for us.
right?
We don't usually care about.
I don't give
Yeah,
a
and
fuck.
I don't
Yeah.
usually care either, but I don't know. Something about I wouldn't be like, oh, let's play La Cremosa.
Yeah. Ew, the creamy one.
Yeah,
creamy
let's
one.
not play the creamy one.
Yeah, fuck the creamy one. Wait.
Sometimes I want to play. Creamy
Yeah,
one
me
sometimes.
too.
Yeah.
So badly.
Yeah.
You know, that's
And
a
then on
turd.
Monday we didn't have game night on our past Monday, and Joe and Jen came over, and the four of us played Underwater Cities.
Oh,
Oh.
So that was our first play of the year of Underwater Cities.
Yep.
Together, I played it at Nerdfest,
Right.
and
Okay.
then
And
Joe
I've
and Jen
never
had
played
never
it
played
4-player.
We played a 4-player. for
What
the
did you
first
think?
time.
was it different?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's
It's
longer.
way longer.
Harder
Yeah.
and longer.
It's hard and
Yeah,
long.
kind of veiny.
Yeah. Well,
Bulbousy.
Obviously.
It's thick. Two C's.
Yeah. I beat the shit out of everyone.
he like lapped us. I'm not even
I
kidding.
was like-
Did you say he laughed at us?
lapped.
Yes, I was like,
I mean, yeah,
Sock
Jeff's pretty.
He's like, I'm so much better than you.
I was just doing things, and I was like, I'm gonna win by so many.
Really?
Yeah, I even told Devin afterwards. I'm like, I think I stopped counting some points because I was up by so many. I just
Oh
stopped.
my god.
He's like, oh, here's 16.
Wait, who did you guys play with?
Joe and
Jen.
Jen.
Joe and
played for
Jen.
the first
Okay.
time. It was like their first play ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say you probably have played a
still.
lot more than all.
Yeah,
of them.
and Joe and Joe and Jen are good at games.
Yeah, right.
I
I was gonna say, I
I just
could-
had everything was just working
Yeah.
for me. It was just
Yeah,
cruising right
the three
along.
of us got like the same.
Yeah,
points.
all of them were in like the high 80s, 90s, which is normally kind of where we are. And then I think I had like 120.
Wow.
At
Which is a
least.
lot.
You had like
and-
50% of their score.
Yeah, it was nice.
So did
I
it,
wish that was for the title
did
belt.
that make it?
Right.
Did that make it that much more fun for you? Does every play cement it a little bit more that you love it?
Yeah, every time I play it, I'm like, this is my favorite game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
never
that
like a
game's so
question where I
good.
play it and I go, eh. Like, I think I had a little bit of hesitation with how well I spoke for Lacrimosa when I played it, just because Devin didn't like love it. And I was like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not that great, but
Right.
I still really like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then
Okay.
we played this other game. We played a game called Boonlake.
oh, barely
or
knew
if
her,
you were
right?
switching out letters, Boonlake.
Boonlake.
Booblake.
Booblake. Right. We've heard that a bunch.
Yeah, Booblake. So Boonlake
Michael
is by
Bublé.
That's what I know. That's what
yeah, Michael Bublé.
sounded
Michael
right.
Boonlake.
Michael Bublé.
The fact that Michael Bublé is the spokesperson for that bubbly water or whatever is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, like Bublé.
That is the greatest
Bublé
thing.
Michael
one.
Bubble.
Yeah, it's like he's like putting the marks on all the. It's great. I don't know. It's stupid shit.
I like
So
Michael.
Boonlake is by Natalie's boy,
Yeah. Barely knew her.
who it probably isn't Natalie's boy anymore.
Natalie is making the fisting.
Natalie
it.
just fisted
She just
us.
fisted in the air. You were like Natalie's boy, and she was like
She's like fisting.
She really did.
Remember the double
double
fisting?
fisting. So yesterday we played a game, and she talked about double fisting.
It was monikers.
But
It
she
said
instead
double
my
fisting.
instead of
game.
saying like holding two alcoholic drinks, she was like, when you have a fist and you shove it up someone's
Whoa.
butthole, and then you have
Hey,
two of them. We were like double fisting.
He was like, "That's
Double
not what it."
fisting.
I don't
I'm like,
think you
that's
know
what you
what that
think double
means. And then I
fisting
read the
is?
card, and it said the drink thing, and it said the sex thing. So,
she
I
was right.
wasn't wrong.
So she was right.
And the sex thing.
and the sex thing.
It said and the sex thing.
But that you thought of that first is every reason why we're married.
I said it. I said it when
You
I
guys like
married
to
you.
fist each
Yeah.
other.
yeah.
Do you fist
Do you
Natalie?
fist Natalie?
I do.
Natalie, do you double
Natalie,
fist Ryan?
Do you double fist Ryan? I
All
do.
the way across the sky.
Double fisting.
I don't know. Would you say Alexander Pfister is your boy anymore? Probably not.
I don't think I've ever said he's my boy.
Yes,
You guys
you
have.
Come on.
You guys have said it. I don't even know what he means.
Great Western Trail.
Nah.
Maracaibo.
No.
Okay, Mombasa.
Nah.
You like
What?
You're memeing us
Oh,
now.
yeah.
This
Now
is
you're
for
just
fucking
mad.
No,
jokes.
listen. I'm not saying I don't like those
This is
games.
just-
I'm saying those aren't like games I'd be like, those are in my like top games. Yeah, I like those games and stuff, but like not enough for him to be my boy or
She's
anything.
trolling for the laugh.
I am
This is
not.
bullshit.
This is
I'm
for
listening
real.
back. We're going back.
So okay, yes. To answer your question, I would say he's not my boy.
He's not your boy. Well, I'm a
Well, okay, Jeff said anymore. You're like, never was.
Never
You
was,
fucking
stupid
idiots.
Well, you guys are the ones who are always
So
like, it's your
dumb.
boy, and I'm like, who is this guy?
Poor Alexander.
You know, Fister.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, who is this guy? As she does the
Yeah,
as she motion in
as
there.
She fist us
She-
all at the table.
Well, I know
they-
your boy and Fister go together.
They do. Okay.
Who's Ryan's boy?
Uwe.
Yes. Uwe.
And your boy is Feld,
Blah, blah,
right?
blah. Yeah, Felder Suchi.
Yeah, Vladimir
Yeah.
Suki was like kind of his boy.
Is
Yeah.
that Underwater City?
It
stuff?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Praga.
Praga Kaput
Ooh,
Reckoning.
yeah.
And
Cena
Pulsar.
And Pulsar.
Oh, I like that guy.
Oh, God.
You can't take my boy.
You're going to
He's
appropriate
way
his
more
boy.
my
Take
boy
my
than
boy.
Fister.
Appropriate his boy.
That's my boy.
You guys have the same boy pizza?
Oh, no, we got boy greets and girl
That was
pizza.
the funniest.
Devin
Let's have
was
a boy
so
going-
shocked. Listening to
I
the
did.
last
I
episode.
couldn't believe Natalie
Devin
did
came
that.
home before
It's
she even
not
said
like
like,
her.
"Hey, how was your day?" Before we even talked about anything, Devin walked in the door and said, "I can't believe Natalie had a whole pizza."
I did say
That is unlike her.
It is.
She's right. It is not like her
I
at
think
all.
the funniest part was I was like,
What's more
you
like
should
her
have
is
a boy
her-
and a girl pizza, and Jeff's like, you're the only girl.
Right. What's more like her is her
Let's get her
berating me for eating a cookie.
Right.
Yeah, why don't we just
That's
get her
more
on?
like her.
That's my MO.
Her eating a
God, we
cookie.
went from a
food on your
Yeah,
plate.
what's all the food on your
Yeah.
plate still?
Not only
You
did
put
I
all
eat
the
a whole
fucking food on
pizza,
your
but I
plate.
ate it after dinner.
I
went
know.
Yeah, we had already had a
Small
whole
bowl of
ribeye
popcorn.
steak.
a small bowl of popcorn to Natalie eating her own pizza.
I was really hungry that day.
You're right, it did. It started,
That was your second
it started
dinner. A whole pizza.
We're doing it again. We're looping. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Go
All
ahead.
right, Boonlake.
Boonlake.
So I bought Boonlake a while ago from our FLGS, and it just kind of sat on my shelf of shame staring at me.
Yeah.
I have like
Taunting you,
opened it up,
fisting you.
and you have to kind of put together the dual layer player boards, which
Oh, really?
I think if you can get those,
you should.
Even if
should.
you have to
I think
put them
you should.
together?
yeah.
You
I love when
basically-
Ryan says that.
Do you? You're here live in person.
I know, I like it.
You do? Oh, that's nice.
So it was actually kind of a neat design. So the punch board was like a punch board, and then it folds up, and it just comes with stickers like
That's funny.
double-sided
Isn't
tape.
that what you had to do to
Interesting.
Praga? Praga's that
I
way.
think so. There was
I think
something
Praga you
else
had to
that
like
you-
put those together.
Yeah, and
It's a Fister thing.
I was like,
you wouldn't
that's a
understand.
neat way of doing it. Yeah.
You guys wouldn't get it.
So it sat there staring at me, and I really wanted to play it because it's a Fister game, and I feel like you just take note of it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the random theme behind this. It's again strange. You're a group of pioneers. You've stumbled
dumb.
upon Boonlake. Okay, you begin to settle. You build up civilization. It's nothing exciting.
Okay,
Okay.
I feel like these people,
Building
they're
civilizations
so
aren't as
creative when
exciting
they
as
come up with these
people
mechanisms, and then they're like, "How am I going to write a theme?" I got it. What if Devin? What if you're a pioneer, and get this, you begin to settle. That's
Like,
it, right?
wow.
We have our.
What's
we
a
have
theme
our
that's like
theme.
everyone's gonna love?
Everyone's gonna love this. Let's
Yeah.
see. How about you trade spices? I'll trade cloth.
Yep, and we got it.
We'll be in somewhere around like the
cattle,
Mediterranean
there's-
Sea. Well, we're going on a trail.
It's just so it's a made up place. So this Boonlake isn't real, probably not. Boob Lake, who knows?
Probably
Look
not.
up.
It's not a Civ
Boob
game,
Lake.
right? So you're building up a civilization, but it's not a Civ
Yeah.
game in any way. And it's strange because if I said these words, you're like settling, you find like this unknown place, you have cattle, you have towns, you'd be like, all right, that's a Western.
Yeah, it's Great Western Trail.
Which it kind of
look it
is.
up. Did you see the cover of it?
Yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
it does not look
So when you
anything
look
like
at the cover,
what that
in,
sounds like.
in the words Boon Lake, looks almost like a circuit board.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then there's like, was that a lotus?
And there's like a lotus on the
there's like a
front.
lotus flower in the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah.
There's water,
Yeah, if you
Oh yeah.
if you
The-
take
even
away
the top and the
the
bottom
the-
don't like go
the
together.
sun coming over the mountains.
yeah, all of that kind of is strange, but because I don't really care about theme, who gives a shit?
Fuck
so
it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
the main board is this giant map of probably what is Boon Lake and then 4 surrounding areas.
Okay.
It probably is like more like a Boon River. I don't know if I'm going down the river on this thing, but anyway.
Really? Okay.
The 4 different areas are made up of hexes. Shocking.
Oh, so so you're basically saying
It's like Catan.
it's Catan.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah,
There's
'cause we have
hexes. So
They invented the shape of a hexagon.
yeah. God, so why are we even talking about this?
On your dual layered board, the dual layered boards are great. They are dynamic, which is very cool, which you would love.
What?
It holds your towns, it holds your settlements, it holds your workers, holds your cattle, and every time you take those off and remove those, there's income on the bottom.
Awesome.
Which
Yeah, that
Ryan
sounds
gets
really
a little
cool.
floaner
I do,
for.
I love that.
The
I'm
player boards
currently
are very
erect.
cool. Players also, yeah, he is. The computer's moving. The
You can tell because he's wearing my clothes,
yeah, we're in the
so he can feel it now.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh my
What's that right there?
gosh.
You got me.
You're just wearing a shirt.
You got me. We're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, so you can feel my boners.
Not
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah, because we're feeling each other.
Natalie's taking it literally.
Yeah,
not
he's like-
pants.
he's like-
this doesn't work because
Natalie's
he's
like,
not wearing your pants. Maybe if you were wearing his
borrowing-
pants, if you were wearing his pants, I might be able to get behind this joke. But you're not wearing his
not
pants, so it
funny.
doesn't
It's
work.
not funny.
It doesn't work.
It's not funny. You guys are not funny.
Somebody has to say it.
No, they don't. Nobody
That has to be very clear.
Why does anybody have to say it? Just laugh
To
and
be
we'll
clear
move on.
to this. Jeez.
Damn it.
Where was I? Player boards. Oh, you get a bunch of cards. On the cards are, again, Western-looking art. So, okay. The cards have different costs on them, like normal games where you have to play cards. On your turn, you pick one of 7, I think. 7 actions?
Sure.
Something like that. And it's this kind of cool thing where there's this board with the 7 actions on it, and you take the tile that is the action you want to do, and then you put that on the bottom, and it kind of pushes up, and you can pick action tiles from there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
If you pick,
Yeah.
if you pick the ones that are,
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
You're like me, you don't
boy.
remember.
Oh, we're hearing the review already.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
if you take, like, if I take this first action and I put it at the
probably
bottom,
liked it.
and you then take that same action, you actually have to like pay a penalty. So the actions that have just been taken are a little bit like penalized, so you don't kind of take them back. To
Right. Okay.
Which-
yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to.
Yeah.
Whatever
Deter
Devin thinks
you
of it, it's
from-
still a good way to not have the same action be taken over and over again.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
you're paying, yes, that's exactly, because then you're paying points to take that action, and it steers you away from that. So all these actions are things like put out hexes onto the board. You put workers out on there. You get bonuses if you put workers in these settlement tiles. You can upgrade from workers to towns to settlements as you're kind of moving things off and on the player board. You can put out this cattle. You can upgrade your player board. There's the right side of the player board has all of these like levers that all have like really sweet special abilities.
Okay.
And then some of the actions are kind of a mix of those things. It's kind of what you do. What is kind of different about this game in terms of resources is there's not this like collection of resources where you produce 4 wood and you just take 4 wood. On your player board, there's this, it's almost like a track of like, this is just what you produce. So every time you upgrade, it's like, you now just inherently have more brick. So I have like +2 brick. So I always just have 2 brick. I don't ever spend them. I just have them. That's like what my production
Stanley
is.
2 brick, okay.
Which I think is kind of cool. You're not consistently just changing out stuff all the time. You can move this boat along your own board to increase or decrease that production or change the production. There's 4 different resources. Those things help you play the cards. All the cards are very cool. There's like instant rewards for the cards. There's end game points. There are end game abilities for all these different cards that you're paying with.
Sounds like typical like
Okay, I don't think the
Fister
cards
stuff.
are that cool.
Okay, they're not.
Okay.
But when thinking about all the cards you have, it's cool to play the cards. You're playing a shit ton of cards. Mm-hmm. We each played like 25
a lot.
cards.
Wow, that is a lot of cards.
You're playing a bunch of cards. That's how you're getting a lot of the shit. Is a lot of these
Card
cards
play.
and getting points. Okay, the idea of the cards is cool. Okay. All right.
This is great.
After you take your turn, so after you pick
Actually,
one of
the
the
cards,
actions,
dude, they suck.
the spot that you take the tile that has the action on it tells you how long you can move your boat along this river, which I don't know if this is Boone River or if you're going down the lake, but you can't go back up the lake. But in a lake, you should be able to go both directions. So maybe
It's like a giant thing.
Anyway, maybe this is a different river, and I didn't read the entire theme. Anyway, you're moving down Boone River. Okay. Think of like Agizia or all these other things where you can only go one way, you can't go the other.
Sure.
And as you move down them, you get these bonuses, and that also dictates how long the game is. There are 4 gates that you'll cross. You actually go go down the river twice, and you cross these gates, and that like immediately stops the round. You do a scoring round, and then you go again, and you do that 4 times. At the end of it, you do a scoring round, and the game is over. Booyah. You get a whole bunch of points from your cards in front of you. Boonlake, yeah. You get a whole bunch of points from, like, cards. You get points from in-game stuff. I'm going to let Devin go through her thoughts first.
I cannot wait to hear this.
So listening to Jeff explain it, you're probably like, wow, this is really cool. It's got dual
Let me
player
tell you.
boards. It's got
I'm
This is
selling
going
it.
great.
But
and I was excited to
Okay.
play.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so I don't like the river, how it has, like, it's not a set number of turns. Like, this game went on, I felt like a little too long.
okay.
Because it's not like, okay, go 2 times and you're done. It's like you could move 2 or 3. Like, it depends on where you took your...
Yeah, because if you took the first action, you could go up to 4. So I could just move 1.
Right.
Okay.
But if I move 4, technically the game would be shorter because I'm
Right, because you
closer to
can't
the
go
game.
backward. Yeah, you can't go backward.
I mean, I didn't really like that, but Jeff said he does like that.
I like dictating when the game ends and when scoring rounds happen.
Yeah,
I like
for
that.
sure.
It allows you a little bit of play of being sneaky or being like, wow, now I'm going to end it so you don't have a turn.
And you would have preferred we all have the same number of turns,
Yeah.
so I can plan a little better.
Not even planning. I just
fuck
felt
planning.
like it just took too long.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of clunky. Jeff told me to use that term.
That's a board gamer
Yeah.
term. Oh my god. Devin, yes.
So there's this stuff about like, so you take these workers from your ranch, again, Boonlake, so
Right.
who knows?
Dressing,
You take these
that's
workers
weird.
from your ranch, they're the ones that are available, they go onto the hexes, and then in order to upgrade from the workers on the hexes to the little cities to the settlements, that was like a weird process of like, you have to pay the worker on the board and one. If you're adjacent to something else, you have to pay another one. If there's this kind of what seemed like a clunky process of doing that.
Yeah,
It
and
didn't seem
the
intuitive.
cards were kind of... The symbols were, I guess, kind of hard. Like, the cards, it didn't really make sense
Yeah.
to me.
The
It
iconography
wasn't,
was
like,
kind
as
of like
smooth.
not
Yeah.
I had to ask Jeff a lot of questions.
like what is
Right.
this?
It's not like you could just play and it's like made sense.
And then also, so there's lots of cards, like he said. But I think what could have been done is, like, once you get to, like, the first... Where do you end it? Like, the...
Yeah, one of those gates. Once you pass
Once
the
you
first
get
gate.
past the first gate, have, like, different cards with, like, different abilities.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
the same
Like in
stack
Underwater
of
Cities, you
cards.
get new cards
just like
every
that.
round.
It's the
Yeah.
same stack of cards the whole time. I just thought that was kind of, like, boring because you know all these... I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
What did you like it? Did you like anything about it?
Oh,
you can see
I
her
like the
face.
lever part.
Her face.
I like
Yeah.
like the levers.
That's like the upgrading on your
The
player
dual
boards.
layer player board.
Oh,
Of course.
if you can get those, I
Get
would.
those, you should.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you?
But yeah, I don't think I'll play it again.
So here's one of these things is like, this is one thing that we always talk about. Devin beat the shit out of me.
Real? Oh,
She did.
and she doesn't.
And she's like,
She's like, I don't even like it.
Like, I didn't really fucking care.
oh yeah, I did. Yeah, by like a lot.
Really?
Like it was a lot.
Because I played a lot more cards.
Yeah, and I totally agree. The cards need to be. So what you do is you go down the river basically, and that's you cross this gate, and then you cross a different gate, and that's like that resets your boat back to the top, and then you go down. What would have been cool is have round trip 1 and trip 2 down the river cards, and then maybe the cards 2 are just better. There's it's a stack of 150 plus cards.
Yeah.
And 150 plus cards, a lot of them are the same. Like I had 3, well at least 2 endgame scoring cards that were exactly the same. Like I'm scoring my levers twice. Whereas could there be something else? Like could there be ways to do more things with the cards? Because the idea of the card was cool. Every time you wanted to play a card, if you could afford it, you should be playing cards.
Okay.
Because if you don't play a card, you get $2 or whatever. But your goal is to play a card on every single one of your actions. That's the hope.
Okay.
Which seems really cool. But I know they're not going to have 190 different options in the cards. But it would have been cool to have maybe beginner ones that start with resources, end game ones that have whatever, or you're drawing from different piles. Maybe.
I think it would have been better with that.
How long was this game?
It was 2 hours.
Long.
Oh, wow.
I think it was long.
That's pretty good.
That's what you think. I think
probably felt
explanation was
longer.
probably 30 minutes.
So 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 with explanation was probably.
Okay. Yeah.
How,
That's,
what
that's
was
a long.
Is
That's
it
long.
medium
For
weight?
2 players
or
especially.
I think it's a little maybe slightly heavier than medium.
Like a
I would say it's
skosh?
Medium
3.5.
plus.
Skosh,
Like how many
maybe
scoches?
Maybe 2 scoches.
Like 2 scoches
above it.
past medium.
I think there is a lot. You won't play this game and be like, this is a bad game. This is a
Yeah.
game that is. I think is.
I'm not going to.
It's just not
Yeah.
your thing.
It is. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
It's better than good, not great. I think it's better than
It's
good.
better
not
than
great.
Paint the Roses.
Oh, yeah. She did not like that.
Devin's least favorite game.
Paint
of
the
the year.
Roses. We played Paint the Roses. Did we tell the story on the show?
Yes.
I think.
Oh my gosh, was that the funniest
Yeah.
goddamn thing in the whole world?
Yep. Oh, we're having fun.
You guys look like you're having fun. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're not though.
No.
I was like, oh, okay. Yikes. You remembered that. You remember the name of it though, so that's kind of what.
So she was on
yeah.
a do not play list.
Yeah, it's on, she
Yes.
tattooed it on her arm.
But I think there is a lot to like in this game. I like the action selection. I thought that was cool. I like that you're sort of the idea of not having to take resources all the time, that you just produce.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
liked. And you had to manage sort of this boat system because you could only produce at most 2 of each of the resources. There's 4 different resources. You can only produce 2 of each. But if your boat was on that spot, you produce 1 more. So managing the boats up and down this river sort of was another puzzle that I liked. There were a ton of these little these levers that Devin said, these upgrades that were very cool. We both only maybe unlocked 5 or 6 of them.
Total.
Maybe, each.
Yeah. And there was 12.
There was a bunch more.
Okay, so there's a lot of replayability there.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I would have just liked to see maybe just a different set of cards. I liked the end game. I liked the pacing.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question. So, okay, you've played a ton of. I'm just fisting games now. Where do you put this in the annals of the Fister?
I know.
Of the Fister
Annals.
Canal?
If I was in Fister's annals,
Yeah, if you're in his annals.
I haven't played Great Western Trail, and that's
Wait,
I know.
you have to.
No.
You haven't?
I know.
No shit. Okay, sorry.
I played at
okay.
Nerd Fest while Joe made chili for 6 hours. That one.
Yes,
And
you were not.
I was not.
Yeah,
a part
you
of
were
it.
You were not in
there.
that game. Okay. It was also played the prior Nerd Fest,
Yeah.
and I guess you must not have been in that game.
I
either.
guess I assume maybe
I
you played
need-
it at a game night.
I know.
It's a long game. Okay, so okay, well, good fan. You haven't played
so
that.
maybe I probably
But you've
need to
played
pause that.
Maracaibo.
But I liked Maracaibo when we played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I liked this just as much as I liked Maracaibo,
Okay.
which isn't Maracaibo's not my favorite game.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed.
I
that
thought
game.
there was in Maracaibo some clunkiness to that player board stuff too,
Yeah.
and maybe that's just what he does.
Yeah. He's a clunky player board guy.
But I don't know. I like Broom Service, but I know that's not your.
You do, huh?
Yeah, it's not.
Well, but that's all.
That's a totally
but
different.
you would
game.
also, you would admit Broom Service is nothing like
No,
a
that's not-
Boonlake or a Maracaibo.
Yeah, that's like
Or even Isle of Sky is different.
that's like
than
that's
those.
like Uwe Rosenberg and being like it's Bonanza. Like
Yeah.
he's the Bonanza
Yeah.
guy,
Right.
But
That's
it's like
not. Or Bunny
That's
Bunny
not
Moose
his
Moose for
normal
Vlada
game.
Chevalier.
Yeah.
bunny moves. Oh man,
That's crazy.
That guy likes squirrels a lot.
He does.
But I like Boonlake. I'm gonna keep it. I think that's something that Joe might really like. That I'll probably play with a game group at least once just to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it definitely has its holes. I don't disagree with much of what Devin said. I wish there was a little more, maybe just like excitement in there too.
Yeah, I think because I've played so many games now. Like, honestly, if that was one of my first heavier games, I probably would have enjoyed it.
Right, you have a
more.
lot to compare it to.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'd play a Fister game again.
Oh man,
That's ruined Fister for you.
Yeah,
Fister is not her boy either.
He's not your boy.
you're no nine.
I don't like to be Fister.
Wow, that's interesting. So this could ruin the designer for you potentially. She likes
like being
fisting, but not
Yes.
fisting.
Right. Not
yeah.
Fister.
She wants to be the fister. The fister.
Yeah.
Well, you want to be the fister,
Yeah,
not the
she
fistee.
does, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. So that's Boonlake. Is that
Boonlake.
Capstone?
Yeah, Capstone. There's another tag on it there somewhere, but Capstone
Okay.
is the U.S. publisher.
Awesome. I've talked so much on this show about games I backed years ago that finally showed up and how annoyed I get with that. This time, since it's a new year, I'm going to do things a bit differently. Instead of just completely bitching about every little goddamn thing, I decided I'm going to instead have a three-way with Natalie and the woman of her choosing. So that's what we're going to do this year. What? It was worth a shot. Back in 1917, Jeff and I backed a pop-up adventure, joke about my penis inserted here, about mystery, escape roomy, role-playing, gamery stuff called The Shivers.
Yeah.
Designed by nobody designer Andy Logan, this game looked awesome. It was
So
full of
awesome.
pop-up rooms to explore, for crying out loud, and you got your own magnifying glass to use to solve the crime. Back when this game was announced on Kickstarter, crime games were at the peak of their popularity.
Agreed.
It was all anybody wanted. 105 years later, do people still want this type of thing? The answer is yes, but less. It's kind of a mess, but can you guess the rest? Don't stress. I'll progress into how to play The Shivers.
Yes.
That was great.
You're big
Lauren's going to love that, Devin. Lauren's going to be like, Devin, you got jokes?
Number one fan.
In The Shivers, players are going on a series of adventures in this house that will have different items to find and problems to solve ahead of a boss fight encountery type thing. The house they're exploring is made up of a series of rooms, and each room is pop-up. So it's like three-dimensional and ultra cool. The players take it in turns to explore the house, investigate their surroundings, fight monsters, and ultimately get to the end of the story. The game works very similarly to an RPG, where there is one storyteller, DM-type player running the adventure, and 1 to 4 other players working together to explore the house. Whenever a player wants to do something, they basically announce what they want to do, and the storyteller player tells them what they find or what happens. Each room has different story-specific items to find that pertain to the current adventure, but it's all vague enough that the storyteller has to kind of improvise a lot of the narrative to make the game feel like an adventure and not simply a boring sludge through some cute pop-up locations. Each adventure uses different rooms, though many are used in multiple adventures, and each has its own storyboard to insert into the back of the rooms that will change what items are found by searching in the same places. For instance, in one adventure, the closet in the study may have some x-ray glasses, and then in another adventure, that same closet in the study now has an umbrella or a ripened banana. It's a way to keep the rooms fresh while not making 1,000 pop-up rooms. So, things I liked about this game, it's fucking beautiful. There's no way around it. It's got table presence for days. Nay, weeks. I can imagine it was fun for the player characters to pore over all the details of the rooms and use their magnifying glasses to inspect all the cool details. As the storyteller, I didn't get to take that part in, but I could imagine being the player, and it seemed fun and kind of whimsical. I've been playing the RPG Tiny Dungeon with my family and having an absolute blast with that as a storyteller player. I love being creative and figuring out how to say yes to all the crazy and cool things that the kids and Natalie can come up with. And that same feeling is in here, a bit, as the players have no idea what is or is not important while they're searching, or what happens when they roll the kind of works on one of the dice. So I get to flex a bit of my creative muscle, penis joke inserted here, and I really do enjoy that. For instance, Devin coming up with an idea to blow up a banana into this giant thing to throw at a frozen bee was really fun. And that was not written in the story. That just, Devin came up with that, and I just found a way to let them do that. So things I didn't like. There's unfortunately a lot to be wary of in this game. Personally, first of all, I was let down as the storyteller player because the game is all about this visual pop-up experience. And as the storyteller, you just don't get to be a part of that at all. You sit behind the pop-up stuff, so you literally see none of it while you're playing. And it can be alleviated by just switching out which player's the DM each adventure, but that takes a bit of a skill set kind of to be the DM that some people just don't like to do. And I love playing that role, and so I want to do that, but it creates one of those bummer situations because I want to be able to see everything they're seeing and make my decisions accordingly. And I can do that if I stand up or walk around the table to their side, but to play the role effectively, you have to be on the back side of the pop-ups as all the materials and story moments that you need are printed there. And so it's kind of a wonky, clunky maybe experience that leaves me wanting. The rules are pretty scant. And there's lots of situations where it's difficult to suss out what's correct. In one scenario, for instance, it wasn't clear whether or not I was supposed to allow the players to reach a certain room before they reached another room. And that ambiguity had me scratching my head and making something up, which I kind of felt I shouldn't have had to do. My biggest issue, though, with this game is the weight. Luckily for me, I have 3 kids at the perfect age to enjoy this game, but it is extremely light. It's very much geared towards families. It's fantastic introduction, I think, to RPGs for both sides. But man, is it easy. It walks you through almost everything you need to do with very little opportunity to creatively solve a problem. Everything you find was referenced on a note you found earlier that was in plain sight, as the rooms just don't really change all that often. You know the exact same spots to search every time. And so it saps the creativity out of it a bit, which is what you want in a game like this. Like the pop-up book stuff is really cool. Mm-hmm. But when you see literally everything in a room, your brain doesn't try to think of something else. Your brain only sees, okay, there's a table there. I'm going to explore the table. Not necessarily like, is there a chair maybe next to the table? That's not actually there. But your brain doesn't get to come up with that. You know what I mean? Because you're literally seeing what's in the room. And so it just kind of inhibits the creativity, which I think, again, you want in a game like this. If I didn't have kids to play this with, I would have probably been extremely upset with this game, as it's just so light. The box says 14 plus, but there's no way my 6-year-old doesn't play this with ease. Scarlett could easily handle this. She plays the RPG with us, and there's no way. Overall, I did have a good time with this game, and I really look forward to playing with Cam, Lex, and Scar, as I think they're going to ooh and ah at the pop-up part, which is really cool. And they'll love going through the house and interacting with all the stuff, but for an adult, this one just seems like there's not nearly enough meat on the bone. I don't know. We go clockwise, which means... Devin, what are your thoughts?
Yep.
You've played this. What are your thoughts on the Shivers?
Well, you said a lot. I don't really know what else to add.
Okay, Natalie, what about you? Natalie, it's your turn.
When you think of the Shivers, I thought it would be like scarier.
Yeah, me too.
You mean instead of the first scenario, which is
A bee.
find the cat?
Right, a kitten.
No,
Yeah.
a bee.
Well, that was like the tutorial.
But
Oh,
still,
yeah,
either
like,
way.
But still,
kill
yeah,
the bee
right.
with a
Kill the
banana.
bee,
Okay,
yeah.
like that's not shivery. Totally.
You with a banana.
Yeah.
So
True.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but yeah, not for.
Like it should be called the Goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, would you play it again?
I think I'd rather play like detective if I were going to play a game like that.
Sure.
Not.
Or maybe just
Or
go into a
exit,
full-blown RPG instead of just... Did you like the
I've never
pop-up
really
element
played
of
a
it, though?
RPG.
Yeah.
I don't think. So,
Yeah.
No,
I haven't. So
probably not.
No.
I think you playing like if I was like, let's play D&D, you'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not.
this was kind of like the lightest possible
yeah,
way of playing
even
an
lighter
RPG.
than any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what RPGs do. You're basically the character, and you're like, I want to look at this. Can I look at this?
Yeah, you just get to pick anything
Can
you
I
want to
do
do.
this?
You're set in
But
this scenario, and
This
you're like,
had a just bomb ass production quality.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, yeah,
looking
that's
at the
cool.
stuff.
Right,
This is
you
like
Yeah, I like
see
that.
everything.
sometimes D&D you're looking at a fucking graph paper.
Yep.
And you're like
Theater of the mind.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll just be like,
use
you're
your
into a
imagination.
cave. What do you do? And then you're like, okay, I'm in a cave. Are there
What's
rocks
this
around
way?
me?
Is
That's
there
too
a
much
torch on
thought.
the wall?
Yeah, so
Is
this
there-
kind of went the other way,
Okay.
which took all the thought out of it, right? Everything that you could possibly think of is in the room already.
Yeah.
So, it's, I don't know. But you enjoyed it, but maybe wouldn't play it again?
Exactly.
Okay. Natalie, what about you?
I thought I was disappointed in this game because I thought it would be like Devin said, like a cool mystery game, that you're like trying to solve, but it's definitely a game we'd only play with the kids. I probably would never play this with adults at like a game night.
What a bummer.
And
Bummer.
it was just too easy, too straightforward for like a mystery type game, but not enough room for like flexibility and imagination like an RPG. The pop-up stuff was really cool looking, and like you said,
really funny looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
like it's cool to like look at it and like see everything you can do, and like even when you like open some doors, the stuff that you get, it's not like I open a door and it's just blank and Ryan just tells me what's in there. I can see a lot
there's
of
like a
times,
picture
not
of
every time, but
the
I can see a lot of
beekeeper
times
uniform.
what is actually in there, and that's pretty cool. But like you said, it kind of also means it's just super easy. And the other problem I had was with it, even though it was cool looking, it was really hard to see. We had to use flashlights because
Yeah.
there's pop-up, right? And our room, unfortunately, isn't like the
A
brightest.
lot of shadows.
And there's so many
Yeah.
shadows, and so to like see
Because of the
stuff
3
in
dimensions of
detail,
the pop-up, you mean?
we had,
Yeah.
and even said in the rule book, you should have a flashlight. So it's like not like it's just us. Like they tell you, they recommend that. So we like constantly were using a flashlight, which is kind of like weird. And then I thought
weird.
that
Is that a flashlight? How fucking
God,
weird.
that's weird.
God, that's weird.
it's all like it's pop-up. So it's like made out of like paper and stuff. So it's like it was hard to like open the doors.
Yeah, without feeling like you're going to rip it off.
Yeah.
I
And
got nervous.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I don't want to
bet.
ruin your game.
right. Because like some rooms, even though you can like
to
switch
sell it.
out certain parts of the room with like boards that go like fill behind it, a lot of it is fixed. And there's things like that I thought looked cool, like, oh, it looks like a cool puzzle we're gonna be able to solve, but no, turns out that's not even part of this scenario. So like I'll be like, I want to check this out, and you're just basically like, there's nothing there, and it's like, oh man.
Right.
Which probably goes along with like you only think about what you see, and then when you see something you want to do something with and you can't because it's not even part of the scenario, it's kind of like disappointing.
Yeah, you don't want to be told no. You want to look
Yeah.
for something and explore it
So
and
I
be
guess
told
I was
yes.
hoping for more like puzzly stuff and figuring things out instead of more straightforward. Like I found a key. Here's a lock. You use it to open. Next part of the scenario. You know what I mean? Like it was just that straightforward. But having said that, I think that disappointed my expectations. But the kids,
They're going to love it.
I think, would love it.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
love it.
perfect for them. I think it's ridiculous that it says 14 and up. That's dumb.
I agree.
I don't even know if a 14-year-old
I think
kid
they'd
like
make fun
that
of
much.
it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
a
like
good
for,
point.
like,
They would.
For like the
You don't
kids,
know?
it's like
Yeah.
perfect for their age, and especially with them playing the RPG, I think that they'd be really into this and pick it up instantly. And especially like I think they'll even appreciate the straightforwardness because the RPG is sometimes a little hard for them.
Yeah,
to
for them
come
to
up with
creatively
something.
think of
So I
stuff.
think they'll be like, "Oh, cool! I can see everything. I know what to to do next."
Sure.
Kind of thing. So.
The only knowledge that I have about the age on box is there was a game that
Yeah.
we demoed at Gen Con maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And the person was like, we couldn't get it to the age that we wanted. We had to put 12 on the box because the components were too small
Yeah, when they swallow
that
them.
they have to be, there's like this gap. So maybe there's something
Yeah,
weird in
ages
there where
don't
they...
necessarily mean who it's geared towards.
Right.
I actually
Yeah.
read a little bit in the rule book. It mentioned it. It said
Okay.
that there are some of the because we only played really 2 scenarios.
Right.
But there's other scenarios where I think some violent things happen.
okay.
It's like
And
the
so
PG-13
yeah,
rating.
so they're kind of like
Sure.
the stuff that's found in the stories could be potentially upsetting to the younger children.
I see.
That makes sense.
So I
It's
think
upsetting.
but there are also
They
there
play
are also
Roblox.
really
They're
little
not gonna be
components in there
Yeah.
in some
So
situations.
that was
could
an
be.
interesting... I remember that conversation with that guy.
Yeah,
I thought that
that's
was
right.
interesting.
Yeah. What do you think, Jeff?
I think that if you ever play this game, the Ryan or the GM of this game is going to make or break the game.
Yeah.
I think that if you are good at, like what Ryan said earlier, yes-anding, like yes and here's what happened, yes and not telling everybody who's playing the game no over and over again.
Yeah.
Like the idea that, nowhere in the rulebook is it going to say that we can make a giant banana. But like if your GM is having fun with a game and saying, yes, you can do that, it can make this experience really fun. I would play this game again with the 3 of you.
Yeah.
Like the 4 of us playing this again.
Yeah, I would
had
too.
fun.
Yeah, me too.
Like Devin was in the car when we were driving home, and she was like, "Ryan just made me laugh so hard."
Oh,
when we were playing."
Devin.
And it was just
Oh yeah,
like
because I
that
haven't
was,
seen you in a long time, and you just make me laugh.
Devin, do that.
and it was just like fun. So like that was
I love
fun.
you.
But that's also like we could probably just be, we could be sitting around.
Jeff, are you feeling my erection?
Yeah.
It's like a little
Devin
bit.
or
Yeah.
Ryan's like, this is the best
Yeah,
episode
this is the
ever.
best. This is the best
Should
one.
have just listened to
Devin's a
that
permanent
over
member.
and over again.
You're,
Yeah.
you're permanent, Devin.
I'm out. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Sam will come back. It'll just be Ryan and the ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, there can only be
Yeah.
3. Oh my gosh.
So
that's funny.
I think that person is going to make or break
Yeah,
the game.
for sure.
I didn't
Yeah, that's a
realize
good
that it
point.
was a GM driven.
Me
What's
Me neither.
GM,
Yeah, I didn't
Game
either.
Master?
Yeah, like the game master.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
that was like
and
Ryan's role.
Okay.
I do think it was like completely kid oriented. I wish it was more of like,
Robust.
Challenge.
I want to say adult
Maybe.
theme, but it doesn't need to
Yeah.
have like sex and murder in it. But
No, but like kittens.
Well, murder would be cool.
yeah, murder. Yeah,
Murder would
but
be
it doesn't
cool.
necessarily
Murder
it doesn't
somebody.
have to be right.
Right.
It doesn't have
Or
to
even
be
like
that.
Right.
Mansion of Madness. It's like, oh, there's like
Right,
a
a ritual
ghost
is
or
gonna
Sure,
happen.
some
you know what I
magic-y
mean?
type
Yeah.
of
Monsters
thing.
are
We
gonna
played
come
So I played Destinies a handful of times,
Sure.
and then Devin and I played this game from Lucky Duck called Dark Quarter. And one of the things we liked about that was that it was like adult themed. The language in it was adult themed.
Yeah. I
That
did
kind of
like
stuff
that.
was cool, and it was like, okay, I'm a grown up. I can play grown up games,
Yeah.
and I felt that was cool. I also think to something Natalie said, to enhance the game, I would have loved is like, hey, you walked into this room and you opened the grandfather clock, and instead of it just being like, here's a note in the grandfather clock, you then had like a puzzle that was like in one of the envelopes, like,
Yeah.
you need to turn the clock to the right thing and show me, and then
Right.
it ding, or like
So
something
it's not like you have a key now.
that,
Yeah.
and again, does that just become an unlock or an exit game?
Right.
Maybe, but so with some of the negatives aside, this game is produced fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
The fact that they can make
How much
this
was it?
less than you would think. We backed it when it was a fairly reasonable inflation
Yeah, I don't remember
rate.
how much we backed it for, but I do remember it was
'Cause it was
not
so long
that
ago.
expensive.
I don't want to say it was much more than like $100.
Yeah.
And I think if it was on Kickstarter right now, it would be like $200.
How many like rooms are there in the box?
A lot.
We
There.
only use like
12?
3 or 4.
Yeah, we use like 4. There's probably like 12 total. Maybe not quite that
And
many,
then each
but
one has like stuff you can
Yeah, and I thought the
change out.
backdrops
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
fine way. Like nitpicking at it, sure, where everything's
Yeah.
kind of the same, but it was a good way to keep the same room but change
Change the theme
the scenario
of the,
with how having
Yeah.
to make
Yeah,
a
that
bunch
was
of rooms.
clever.
But man, like you look
was
at it,
cool.
it's just cool. Like
$95.
things, yeah. So like
That's what we backed it for.
Okay.
that's fair. I bought Boonlake for $70.
Wow.
You know what I
What?
mean? Like 60 to $70 is like
$70.
Arc Nova's $70.
Yeah.
I like Arc Nova.
Yeah, but
a lot.
that's the difference. But the quality, like Arc Nova is like
a
cards
big
and
game.
cardboard. Like
Right.
that's a fucking a sweet
Yeah,
pop-up
like a
thing.
pop-up
we got.
tool.
Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
quality
know.
of it is super
And
cool.
and the magnifying glasses are
Oh, that's right.
nice magnifying glasses. Those
it
are
was-
really good.
Yeah, the production's through the roof. We waited way too fucking long for the game.
We did.
And that's we can blame it on COVID and 1,000 other things. I think there is a great place for this game in a collection. Yes, you can play it with your kids. I'm not gonna play it on Monday game night with our grown-ups.
Right.
But if I came over and you had it set up and we're like, we're playing the next one, let's just
Yeah, you'd be like, okay.
I would be like,
Yeah.
okay.
This
and
is
it was
cool.
fun because you were running it.
Ryan's fun.
Because Ryan's just so funny, and he's like, his penis is like really nice.
Well, I haven't seen
You know
it yet,
now.
It's
but-
perfect.
You know
Yeah,
now.
she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the greatest
This is the
episode.
greatest episode.
She said, "Yet, Natalie."
So I agree with all the complaints about it, but man, the game is cool. Like it's
Yeah,
a cool
it
game on the table. If you have a Ryan or someone who's good at GMing and ending a situation and just kind of making it fun, it can be fun.
it might be a situation where I bring it to Nerdfest, and because I think Laura Miesner was talking about potentially working the table, because we're gonna have like a table for kids. Like kids can come and play.
Sure.
This would be a really cool game
Yeah.
to bring some
Yeah,
kids
you're
together
like
and play.
Freaking pop-up book.
Yeah.
You're opening stuff.
Right, like
Yeah.
how cool is that? Let's get a flashlight and a magnifying
Yeah,
glass.
it's
Kids are
very
gonna love
interactive.
that. Yeah, interactive
Yeah.
to
So
look
I would
at.
love to see the Shivers 2, the Electric Boogaloo, with just more an adult.
Adult
Blood
themed.
and murder.
Yeah, blood,
Right.
murder,
Blood,
magic,
guts,
ritual.
sex, penises, vaginas.
Yeah.
White Lotus.
Boy pizza, girl pizza.
Boy pizza, girl pizza. Done so much doing it. All right, what else you got, man?
Okay, I got another one. I got a game that also has some table presence.
I like table presence games.
Okay, you know this game, Block and Key.
Wait a minute. Why is that not a publisher? Table presence games.
Table presence.
Let's make it.
Boom.
Okay. Already
Table
made it.
presence games. Boom.
Cut
You
this
made
out
it. He
so
already
no
made.
one-
Okay.
so
No,
no
yeah. No
one-
one can hear this.
Yeah.
No one can know
Yeah.
this.
No cares.
Okay.
Shut this off. Say the
Say
battery.
the battery.
DM pending.
Yeah.
So Block and Key was on Kickstarter. Then they had a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch. They had like 100 copies at Gen Con last year, and
Yep.
I remember every time you'd walk by, they would have like how many's left on the board.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
18 left.
Yep.
13 left. It would just go down. And this, for some reason, this game and Devin and I played Mountains Out of Molehills.
Yep.
Out of mountains
Sure.
out of molehills. Has this like
Yeah, the 3D
two-tiered thing, right?
Yeah.
You take the box out, and the box becomes half the board. And you
Yeah, that's a
stack
good
them
point.
on
You
top.
just played that.
Yeah, it's strange. So designed by David Van Druden.
Oh, it's not Connor McGooey.
No,
Oh,
double
okay.
check.
No, I'm sure you're right.
I think it's kind of a nobody.
I didn't know that. Okay.
but good for him.
yeah,
You know, I have no games polish. I'm
you're right.
nobody.
David Van Drunen.
Yeah,
Because it is
So-
Inside Up.
Yeah, Inside Up. And Inside Up's a cool company. They have a handful of, not a handful. They have a couple more Kickstarters. I think either just finished or are coming out. They had this Greek theme one or like city building kind of game.
The
that was
Gorus
kinda-
Maximus one.
Yeah, they caught my attention. I felt
Yeah.
like.
And they did Summit.
Yeah, and that's man, that game's cool.
That's a cool looking game.
Right. So got a lot of attention at Gen Con because of this production quality. You'd walk by it and it was like standing up 3D. It grabbed people's attention for sure. They were in the back of the vendor hall. I don't know if you kind of remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Like, yeah. So
Well, because I backed it.
Okay.
And so I was like, kind of like, I want this. Like, I want it now, but I already have it.
Before Gen Con? Or
No,
you got it?
I got it after Gen Con.
Okay, so they had copies there, and then
Yep. And then I got it like not long after.
Okay, so I'm sure they sent something to backers and apologized. I know that pisses people off.
I think they told us before, like, hey, we're gonna bring it to Gen Con.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
kind of stuff doesn't
sorry.
bother me,
I don't
especially
care
for
either.
like inside up game. Maybe if like CMON did it, it'd be more annoying. But
Yeah,
like,
right.
For small publishers,
Small companies like
make
this,
your money.
yeah, like Table Presence
Yeah.
Games.
You're at Gen Con,
Like,
right?
jeez,
You need it.
Let us
So-
sell our games.
So this has. Let's also talk about just a theme that
What?
you're not
Who
going to
knows?
feel in this game at all. So
No,
your
it's
adventure is
abstract.
trying to unlock a temple or something.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
theme?
Did you know that?
Maybe.
So I played an entire game of this. I think you played a little
few
bit.
we played a little bit.
So
Yep.
you'll have a little bit of thoughts if you feel like
Yeah,
chiming in.
I'll jump in. Natalie
So
won't.
the way that you unlock this temple is by placing blocks to match these objective or key cards. So the cards you
Yeah.
have are called key cards. You have objectives. That's it. The board, like I said, is 2-tiered. Like Mountains Out of Molehills. Also, it's the box.
Yep.
Mountains Out of Molehills, the bottom of the box is not is like used in it, but this is like the box.
This is the box. The whole box
The whole
is the thing.
box.
Except
and
those,
it's
the things that stand it up.
Yeah, it's a wonderful shape to it. Like it's gonna fill in the extra spot in a calyx, which I like.
Yeah,
You know how you have the 4 games and then there's that
it's
space?
very
Yeah, that
thin.
little space.
It's very
Where is
thin.
it?
which is wonderful.
Over
In the cell
there.
pile. Is it in the cell pile?
No, it's on the shelf still. I think because it should be on the cell pile. Natalie hates
Oh,
it.
I
There
see
it is.
it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the top layer of this 2-tiered thing is this is where you're going to be placing blocks. Okay, and these you have 3-dimensional polyomino blocks, which already gets Ryan excited about that.
God, I'm hard
And the
as
bottom of this box, the bottom of the tier is basically just holds these blocks and holds cards.
Yeah.
It's just like a thing.
Yeah.
The whole 2-tiered thing is a little bit.
It's kind of gimmicky. It's kind of
For
gimmicky.
sure. It actually the Mountains Out of Molehills comes through a little better because you're moving and you're kind of creating something up above. The bottom of this tier, this second tier, just kind of holds stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can do one of 2 things on your turn. The first thing you do is you can take a block that you have and you can place it into on top of the box.
Yep. The top part of the box.
There's some like obeying requirements of how you can place things and where you can place them and all that kind of stuff. And the other thing you can do is you can take a row or column of the blocks that are below. So that's how you like replenish the blocks that you have. So how you create these things. So you put the block on there and then you are trying to 2-dimensionally create your objective cards.
Wow.
So you then have to like, there's a lot of
Yeah, so your card
moving
has a
your head
picture on
around.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your card just has a
Yeah.
picture with squares.
It's a lot of visualizing.
And-
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No,
It's tough.
I purposely did
It's
not play
hard.
this game.
Yeah,
which
no.
I was like, Devin, you're not playing this.
Yeah. Hey, you
Go
do. You're
upstairs.
gonna
You're
like
not
it.
playing this.
Get out of here.
So you're kind of like moving your head sort of around to like 2-dimensionally see what squares you can see from your perspective. And then you're trying to then match it to the objective cards that you have. If you place a block on your turn and it helps meet one of the requirements or more of the requirements on your cards, you then say, I have completed 2 or 3 or 1 card, and you move on. That's your turn. You play until someone has completed a certain amount of objective cards. Then there's points on the cards. There are then, you have a private objective that just has a face color, which reminds me of Sagrada, where it's like, hey, if you place these many yellows, you
Yep,
get that.
you get points
So
for
it's
it.
very similar to that. So I had like orange. So the orange or yellowish color was facing me. I count those up. I get points for that times the cards that I've done, whatever. So block and key are going to make very specific gamers really happy and excited. And it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because, boy, this game can be very, like... I feel like this is going to be very polarizing
Good word.
experience for people playing this. So, let me start. The components are awesome. The blocks are fucking sweet.
They are so heavy.
They are heavy and
Chunky.
They're chunky, and you just want to hold them. And
You
you
want
just
to
want
shove them up your butt.
play. Yep.
What? And shove it
Well,
up
because
your
they're
butt.
like ribbed, so it's like, oh.
You want to shove the ribbed cubes up your butthole.
like Stanley.
Like the hero. The hero is just the long one.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You want to shove the Cleveland Z
right
up your
up the B.
hole. So that's awesome. The game is just challenging. So if you you think like, oh, I just have to place cards, I just have to make it look like that. It's challenging. And if
Well, you can get fucked with inadvertently.
yeah, you can like, if you like that type of challenge, you're going to like really enjoy this type of perspective. You like, there is a fun moment where you can place a block and get 2, maybe even 3 of your cards with just one block, and that can feel really cool.
Yeah.
And there's also moments where you can sit there and stare at your side of the board and just fucking freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were moments where both, all 3 of us, Jen, Joe, and myself, sat there and we were on our turn. We're like, I'm broken. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like, at this point, do I just throw something up and
Yeah,
and just
start
move
over.
on so
Yeah.
I can then take my next turn? Because you might freeze and you're like, okay, I might be able to finish this, but I can't. And then you maybe move to the next objective card. Can I do this one instead? And that I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy the AP of that.
Yeah.
Well, because you can get stuck, right? Because you can't put a block. What's the rule? You can't put a block that's higher or
Yeah,
what
so
is
you
it
can
like?
put diagonal wherever you want. So it's
Yeah.
diagonally adjacent. You can put whatever you want. If you put it face to face against another block, it has to be taller.
It has
than
to
the
be
block.
taller, right?
Which you can be
right.
kind of screwed or it doesn't
That
work.
makes it even harder. It's already hard.
Right, because then you're like
trying to
covering something
visualize
up,
it.
maybe,
Yeah.
and you're like, shit, that doesn't work now.
Granted, the objective cards can be rotated, which makes it
True.
a little easier, but it
Okay.
can't be mirrored.
Right.
Which
Rotated.
then, a
That's
lot of
tricky.
times, yeah, it's tricky because sometimes you're like, okay, I can get that. Oh, it's mirrored.
No, I can't. It's mirrored.
Shit. And
Right.
now again, then your brain resets back to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Where sometimes I play worker placement games and I get stuck. I'm like, all right, let me pick between these 2. What kind of chain of events does this do? But if I put something or think that this block is going to make this objective card and it doesn't, I then go right back to the start of my turn, essentially. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm back at 0.
Yep.
I'm stuck and everyone's fucking staring at me.
Right.
And then if Joe and Jen just take blocks on their turn, then I'm right back to me where I
Yep.
still don't know what the hell I'm doing. So this game is tough. It can lead to some AP, which wasn't super fun for me. I didn't understand the theme or the art. I thought the art was kind of cool.
I like this too.
Like the top layer sort of looks like this temple-y, like the mossy vine. There's
Yeah.
like symbols on it. It looks really cool. I didn't understand why it was the way it was. I almost would have just preferred like just do a Project
Black and
L.
white. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
nothing.
Just do a 3-dimensional Project L where I can
Right,
just.
it doesn't need a
it doesn't
theme.
need
It's
the
just
theme.
putting
True.
blocks to make a picture.
But again, if people like theme, right? People like.
Yeah.
Does that make the blocks not as chunky? I still want those chunky blocks. So
oh, damn.
if I were to give up the theme, I'm not giving up the chunky blocks.
Oh, yeah. Give me
So
those chunks.
this is not a game how this. My brain doesn't work this way. It doesn't work in this.
I feel like not many
Perspective.
people do. It's like it either does or it doesn't.
Yeah, and there are certain people who I think if you played, it'd be like tennis. If someone's good at this game, they're gonna beat the shit out of you. And they're gonna do it very quickly. Like they're gonna be able to place blocks and get 2 or 3 other cards because they can just see the matrix, sort of. Ryan and I always talk about this. Sometimes you just like sit down, you play a game, and you're like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Like I know,
Yeah, I get
everything
it.
is just
Yeah,
here, and I know
I
what
see
to
it
do.
all.
I know what to
This
do.
was
Yeah.
like, I was like baby's first trying to play a perspective
Right.
game.
Yeah.
But like, again, if you like these games, this could be a huge hit. Devin will never play this game. I'll never make
No,
her play this game.
I'm not playing.
There was also this. So did you play? You played a half of this game?
Yeah, we played about.
we didn't play the whole thing. But
We played about a half of it. Yeah, half of the game.
Did you
I would
hate
say.
it, Natalie?
Yeah,
And you were like, shut
well,
this shit
first
down.
of all, I remember I wasn't really in the mood to play, and then we.
And that's not a game that's going to get you. in the
Yeah,
mood.
and then I kept getting pissed off because I'm like,
Yeah, she was
I
getting
don't-
stymied.
like, what am I even supposed
and
to
I
do?
felt like I was
And-
having, like you described, I was kind of like, okay, I see what to do, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like scoring cards and stuff, and she's like, this is fucking annoying. I
Yeah.
can't do anything. I don't
But
understand.
I'm also that's like me. Just even in general life, like sometimes we're like, let's rearrange the basement, and before we like, I have to like physically move things because I can't picture like what it's
Yeah.
going to look like in my head.
I get that.
The layout. I need to like
Yeah.
see it, and so like to picture this in my head and figure it out. I don't know. It was just hard. It reminds me of mental blocks to just for people to like understand what you're
That's true.
the 2D thing you're trying
Yep.
to like visualize, because it's not just flat. Things could be behind stuff, but if from your perspective it fills the
Yeah, but it's okay if
card.
something is really close to you and really, really far away, as long as you can see them. So that's kind of why you almost like squat down a little bit, and like I was like one-eyeing it to like,
Yeah.
okay, this is making it look flatter. so I
Yeah,
can see what
yeah.
I
Now
can
it's
see.
easier for me to.
And then you're also like trying to get checks from people where I'm like, this is here, right? And they're like, yeah, it's there. There's this weird scoring in this. I don't know if you remember this when you played it. So you didn't finish, but
Right.
So you get it for how many faces of a color that you see. That's your private objective. So I look at it.
Yep.
Here I'm going to count 24 of these yellow faces that I can
Yep.
see. And then I get that. So this is what it is. That divided by 3
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
added
didn't
to
know that.
each one of your cards.
Oh.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
had like 72 points before
Wow.
I even started count. Like
Wow.
I beat Joe and Jen before we even counted card
Just
points.
from that, because you
Just
had
from
all
that,
your faces.
I had 9 cards done times the 7 points for each extra card. I'm like, that seems like a shitload of points.
Yeah.
Where I only had
That
one
does-
more
and
card.
that is like Sagrada.
And it seems weird that I would be that far ahead even starting before. Or maybe that was just, I just
Lucked
did
into
it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, that was Block and Key by Inside Up Games.
I like that game. I also like that Devin's just writing the names of her children on a piece of paper
I am
next to me.
doodling. Like I'm in high school again.
Doodling, yep.
I'm like, man, she's writing over there. What is it? And I'm like, Millie, Jack.
Jack.
That's really cute. I remember I liked this game. We didn't play the whole thing because Natalie really did not enjoy it, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those games, like Jeff talked about, it's very abstract strategy kind of game.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say this particular game is a Ryan James ass game, but I kind of saw the Matrix.
Yeah.
We were playing and I was like, okay, I need to get this one and I can put them certain ways. And it was fun. And I liked that idea. And then Natalie would just be like, I'm going to put this here because I don't know why. And I'm like, God damn it, that fucks up my whole shit. And so I could see, like you said, Jeff, if you're ping ponging with somebody, it's going to be like, okay, you really got to work hard to get it done.
And I think this is like a your type of game.
You think because you're
I
good at
liked
chess,
it.
you like it?
Well, I felt like my brain, for some reason, just seemed to kind of like, okay, I know what I need to do exactly. I don't know what pieces I need to get there. And so it was like this roadmap was like, okay, I'm just going to do this, and it's my turn.
kind of
I
for
remember
whatever
you even,
whatever
helped me a
reason.
little bit. You would be like, I'd be like, I don't know how to do this, and you're like, you put this here, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
I would suggest you playing it. Like I would play
Yeah.
it because it would take me and you 20 minutes to play it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely want to play it. I definitely want to, like the full game. I remember the colors on the blocks are interesting.
Yeah, and
they, like,
that
not
clashes a
that
little bit with the art.
distinguishable?
I
on
think
some
they
of the
weren't
cards.
supposed to be that color, but I remember they had a lot of issues with the blocks.
Okay.
In
I
production.
had one block that was like off the like the small T piece.
Yeah.
The one that sticks up or down.
Yeah, right.
That one was like off. So you can clearly see that it wasn't like one block. It was,
Right.
like connected. Which
Connected.
is fine. I just connected them back together and I'll
sure.
never know about it. But I could see how they could have issues with it. I know the colors were trying to sort of be within this palette of like lighty greens and beiges and yellowies.
And like you said, the theme doesn't really come through.
nonsense.
But
Yeah.
I didn't think it like deterred me from seeing anything, or
No.
playing it or anything. So I was fine with it. But that's a cool game.
Yeah. Block
Yeah.
and Key Inside Up Games.
Block and Key. The Gamecasters are hosting a convention. Yes, NerdFest is now open to the public and admission is completely free. Simply head over to eventcreate.com/nerdfest. There you will find all the information you need to get registered and hopefully pumped up for the con. So we would love to have you on January 13th, 14th, and 15th to play games and laugh along with us all weekend long. Once again, the website is eventcreate.com/nerdfest. If you're looking to support the show, maybe consider flushing your money down the Gamecasters toilet by way of our Patreon page. There are 4 different tiers which will get you access to behind-the-scenes content, exclusive content, or content ahead of time. You will also get swag that nobody else has access to, and just the opportunity to help out and support a podcast which you sometimes listen to. We have amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support, guys. If you'd like to donate to help us pay for things like hosting fees and that blank that Jeff's had his eye on, please head on over to patreon.com/thegamecasters to help out. The Gamecasters Twitch account has relaunched and we're live every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday night, streaming board game and video game content and having a blast talking to all of you. If you just simply can't get enough Gamecasters in your day, please consider heading on over to twitch.tv/Gamecasters and give us a follow and maybe a sub. I have the best time streaming for everyone and it's just a super fun place to unwind after a long day and watch someone who is trash at games play games. Come hang out and engage with me in a way you never thought you had to before, but I'm sorry, you do. Twitch.tv/Gamecasters. Possibly the best way to interact with all of us, though, is via our Discord server. If you go to the Gamecasters Instagram page, you can check out our link tree in our bio to get access to our server. It's a great way to engage with all 3 of us on a daily basis, as well as meet a bunch of like-minded, awesome people. So check out our Discord server. It's now the time of the show where everyone goes pee and the whole music is going to be the Instagram inbox.
And now it's time for the Instagram inbox with the Mad Board Gamer.
New Year
Happy New Year.
from the Mad Board Gamer. So, goodbye 2022. Hello
done.
this year.
Peace out.
Now, I went on Instagram and all the other social media stuff that we use.
Okay.
And I said, what did you accomplish in 2022?
Ooh, accomplishments.
Accomplishments. Better or worse.
What did you get
You could have
done?
made shit up. That's cool. That's,
Maybe they accomplished being liars.
yeah.
That's
and
fine.
that's great.
Yeah.
So, let's start over on Instagram. Usually, sometimes I end with Instagram, but let's start on
Yeah, the namesake of the segment.
Yeah.
Miss French Toast moved.
Yeah, right. She did
Oh,
accomplish that.
that's a
That was a
big
big accomplishment
Yeah.
for her.
And moved, new job, new place.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right.
Congratulations.
Good job, Sam.
M Stop. Accomplishments for 2022. Debt and a new size pants.
She took on debt.
Yeah, she
and
got more
grew-
debt and has now a
grew
new
with
pant
pant
size,
size.
which is great. Yeah,
It's impressive.
Like I said, they don't all have to be the same.
They don't
Yeah.
have to be positive.
exactly. Nuclear Night finally beat herpes
Oh my
in
god.
2022.
Oh my gosh.
Ew.
Ew.
I was hoping for a second ew. Our second natural ew. We've only rolled one natural ew this whole
Yep.
episode.
The board welder said he accomplished being better at his job than his boss.
Oh, I think there's a lot of those out there.
And he's not getting paid. Oh, wait, yeah, he is. That's
Is he the Swede?
No.
Who's the Swede?
The Swede is, sorry,
Sorry, I put you on the spot. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was board welder.
Bundesen.
Bundesen.
Was it
Okay.
Nathaniel? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sorry.
Okay, Zerjo, who we haven't.
Yeah, where have you been,
in a while.
Sergio?
So Zerjo has this super cute niece, and he's he's doing a bunch of family stuff.
Okay.
He said he started his own fragrance collection.
Really?
Wait a minute.
He needs
He's
to,
like
follow up
making
and-
fragrances
He
in
needs
the
to-
Philippines.
He needs to follow up and tell
Yeah.
me.
Tell us the name of it.
Yeah.
So Zerjo, help us out. Let us know some more. This will also be an
That's
indication if you're
cool.
still listening to our show.
Yeah, right.
All right. This Janelle says zilch, but her kids are alive and pretty happy.
That is a good
That-
barometer for
Yep.
a year. Is
take
everyone
it.
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also met the Gamecasters in real life.
That's right. Nerdfest
Yes.
2022.
Yeah.
She did. That's right. That was great. What a great time. And we're going to see her again at Nerdfest 2023, along with hopefully all of you.
Yeah. You have to come. It says it in the thing.
You have to. It's
have
mandatory.
to.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Yep.
You have to come, and then you have to play games with us at Nerdfest.
Yeah. Boo. Yeah. Homemade soda says survived, drank water without drowning,
What?
and only shit himself once.
Really?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Well,
Well, last year it was like 15. So he's down.
yeah, he's down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good.
My board game time, who lives over in Iran, said we are bringing the dictator in Iran to his knees. That's
Yes.
what it says. And then hashtag women, life, freedom.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Yes.
dang.
Homemade
That's a
Soda
good
also
one.
wanted to
Good
clarify that there
accomplishment.
were still 3 days left when he answered this.
Okay.
That he could have shit himself.
He could have shit himself.
Oh.
If he had,
just wanted
if he
to
shit
clear
himself
it up.
15 more times, then
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
down. He's up one. Oops.
Swoozle. This is a serious one, and if you talked to Swoozle at all about this, you know this. Finally managed to escape a very toxic work environment
Good for
and
him.
started a journey to better mental health.
Yes.
That's great.
It is.
Way to go,
You deserve
Swoozle.
it.
He's
Yeah.
swoozling himself for a change.
I know something
Yep.
else he did this year that involves tinfoil.
Okay, I was like, are you about to talk about his penis?
Swoozle also
Oh, here we go.
had a board game podcast feature his mutilated penis. And didn't shit himself in public, he says. Lots of not shitting yourself.
In public.
people are
Just
proud
in
of
private.
But that doesn't
In
mean he didn't
private,
shit
he
himself.
did.
Yeah, he still
Yeah.
shit himself, just not in public.
Yeah.
Where everybody
Yeah.
could see it.
CP Wilson said he survived, didn't kill his children. Just kidding, but he's working on opening the game
Wait,
store.
just kidding. He did kill his children?
Just kidding.
I didn't
but
kill my
seriously,
children.
yeah.
Just kidding.
That's
Just
our-
kidding, I did.
That's how I.
But he's
heard
working
it.
on opening his game store.
Yeah,
Right, the
that's
Gilded
right.
Greyland.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so that's a
The
huge...
Gilded Greyland. Go
and of course he
see
played
him
like
out there.
10 bajillion games and finished
I
his 10 by
know.
10 and his 5
This
by
fucking
5
guy.
was 80 by 80.
Accomplished all
How
these
on
goals.
earth does he do this?
He has kids
don't
too.
know.
Yeah,
like
he's
3
got like
kids,
16
I think.
kids. He's got 4
Three
wives.
kids?
He plays
Yeah.
Oh, so he's
800 games an
sister
hour.
wives
Yeah.
Take care of his kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, the sister wife
Right.
take care of the he
Yeah.
just plays games.
Yep, he just plays games all day long.
His play numbers are insane.
It's insanity.
We're going to talk about ours, and you're going to be like, okay, that's a lot of games.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna write in and just go #cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So many
adorable.
fucking
He
games.
does.
Wow.
He's got a problem.
Fucking guy.
God.
He's got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
All right, Curtis Howland. New high score on the scale.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you're
I
not
feel
alone,
that.
Curtis.
You're right. That's good.
same.
right.
He's winning
He's
so
winning.
far. That's good. That's a good one.
Daniel Bundison. Sorry, I said Nathan.
Oh,
Okay, Daniel
Daniel.
Bundison.
So
I put you
Daniel-
on the spot. That's not you. That's
well, you
me.
said
okay.
Nathaniel, which sounds like Daniel.
It does sound like it. I was like I was trying
Nathaniel
to picture the conversation.
He's the Swede.
So Daniel, the Swede, this is some of his accomplishments, right?
Okay.
Got mentioned on his favorite podcast.
Aw.
Wait, is that really
And then I
us?
just called him Nathaniel. So
I
there we
know.
go. Sorry, Daniel. You
Don't
feel the
forget
man.
his
No,
name.
yeah.
It's Daniel.
Shit, maybe he likes that. Maybe he'll change his name to Nathaniel because we're his favorite podcast.
Yeah. He says his goal for next year is to get a nickname on the podcast.
Nathaniel.
Oh,
you got it.
Well,
There you go. Here we go.
He's the
What up,
Swede.
Nate?
The Swede is
January
Swede.
1st.
We'll call him the Swede.
The Swede.
Yeah.
He's the Swede.
He's probably like, I want a cooler nickname.
Yeah. He's like, I know I'm Swedish.
Right.
Sam and Michaela, this is from Sam.
What up?
So Sam managed to combine 35 small box games into 2 portable storage bins.
Yeah, great.
Oh, we did that
We did that
too.
too.
Those things,
Yep.
put them
Hell
in
yeah.
small.
I don't know
you-
the numbers,
on you,
but we
Sam.
did that same
Yeah.
thing.
We got about the same.
Yeah.
He didn't exceed 140 games in his collection.
Wow.
Okay.
good for him, I
Is that
guess.
what he was trying to?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Maybe that was
Come
his
on.
goal resolution.
Well,
yeah.
good for him.
Yeah.
Got 2 old friends into the board game hobby. That's pretty
Awesome. Like they're in their 90s, or he was friends with them back in grade school?
Cool. Both.
One of each.
No, he made really old friends when he was in like first grade.
Yeah. So when he was in first grade, he was friends with 8-year-olds.
They're old friends.
Damn, the old friends. Old squared.
He said he moved 1,000 pounds between the bench, deadlift, and squat. Shout out to Ben from Date Night Dice for the motivation.
Oh,
Nah,
wow.
that's crazy.
I don't know what working out weight means.
Say it on
but
his
seems
fucking
like
show.
Together,
Go
but
say that
it
on my
sounds
show.
It seems like a
impressive.
lot.
Go say that on Date Night
And
Thrice.
to be cute, of course, because maybe Michaela's listening, he proposed to the love of his life. Which I'm assuming is Michaela.
That was this year?
Yeah. Right?
It might have been really early.
Oh my gosh, that seems like forever ago now. And she said
been a
no,
long year.
which is
Yeah,
which was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had one of his old friends come by and make him look attractive by comparison. She was like, okay, fine.
All right, fine. Lord and Born on Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Steven,
Steven.
I think.
Okay. Hey, Steven. Nathaniel? Sure it's not Nathaniel?
It's probably Nathaniel.
Probably Nathaniel. Moved my family back home to Florida from Buffalo. Downsized his game
I
collection.
am wrong, actually. I think.
I was like, how do you
I
know
think
his
I'm
name's
wrong.
Stephen?
I think I'm wrong. But keep
Not
going. Keep
Steven.
going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Moved the family back home to Florida from Buffalo. Downsized game collection to a respectable, although not sufficient amount. And missed this last crazy blizzard. Although he
the
was stuck in a
Buffalo
couple
one.
hurricanes. Because, yeah, he wasn't in
That was
Buffalo, so he
bad.
moved to Florida and missed this crazy. There's like, are we at 50 plus? 60 people died in this.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw some
Yeah,
really
it's a-
sad
shit,
stuff
It's
that
a
happened.
like people
Ooh,
died
I don't
like
wanna
in
look
the-
that up.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
come on.
don't look it up.
It's
It's
not good.
depressing.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
His name's Chris, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Chris. I think that if you don't know someone's name in our Discord, it's probably Chris.
It's Chris.
Yeah,
There's
everyone's
a
name
lot
is
of
Chris.
Chris's.
So many
We also have
Hard in the
Chris's.
Discord.
we also have a lot of Joes.
Yeah.
Joe's is
There's a lot of Joe.
Chris's.
Joe's and Chris's
Yeah, JC.
are likely your name if we're not.
Are likely your name. If you don't know your name,
Yeah.
it's
Maybe
likely
Joe's.
Joe or Chris.
No, if you don't know someone
Is it
else.
Joe or Chris?
Yeah, it's like one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah. You get to
I
pick.
also want the three of you, to start thinking about what you accomplished this year. So we'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I can do that.
On the Gamecasters Facebook page, Peter Riggs moved to Maryland from Massachusetts. Seems like moving is a
okay.
That's the thing. I did not accomplish that
People
this year.
moved.
I didn't move my body
moving's
at all.
a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm on the
Me
couch
either.
right now.
Yeah. Especially from state to state, moving is crazy.
It is. It's a
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
David
It's a challenge.
Rodriguez got over 200 videos on his YouTube channel,
Wow.
including one was a shout out about the Gamecasters.
Oh yeah,
yes.
okay,
That's
right.
cool.
Congratulations, by the way. That's awesome. And thank you for doing that video. That's really, really nice.
Yeah. Brian Lyles, who basically runs the Facebook page.
Natalie was
that's what
just
I
saying that
always say.
yesterday.
He's the best.
Thank you, Brian.
He managed to get his daughter graduated from grad school with a doctorate in physical therapy and funded her
nice.
wedding in November. He says, AKA, in other words, I've accomplished a complete and total defunding of my life savings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. What a good cause, though.
Yeah,
What a good
how
cause.
cool. Matthias Gammon says he didn't flip one single table this year.
Shut up. Bullshit. I don't believe it.
I know.
How many cooperative games did he play?
Yeah. Oh, one with us.
One with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at Gen Con, so he couldn't like flip the table.
He couldn't flip it
then.
there. Yeah.
Yep. Better Half Reviews, Allison bought a house, which is pretty cool.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Was that earlier?
Allison. Yeah, but they had some like
They had some stuff
yeah, some stuff happening, and now I think they're in and everything's good. They just kind of like got moved in, right?
Good. Mel Kalinsky, our good friend Mel, landed
Mel?
her dream job scenario. What it was, she didn't tell us.
Oh, dang it.
But-
We'll find out.
Good for her.
We'll find out at Nerdfest. She's coming to Nerdfest.
Yeah.
We'll find out there.
good.
Yep. Eric Nelson, who I work with, who you guys have met at Gen Con.
Yeah,
a few
backpack
times.
guy.
Yep.
Yes.
What's up?
He's a big biker. So he rode over 3,000 miles on his bikes, on his bicycles.
would ride 3,000.
Which is crazy.
That
I don't
is
know what that
crazy.
means.
Now,
Again,
you,
the biking.
bicycle.
Big
like a
quad.
bicycle.
Not motorbike.
Right.
Correct. Like he
Wow,
pedaled
he's
it.
bicycling.
And not like a Peloton.
He looks like a bicycler.
Yeah.
Is that?
He rides his
That's
bike
got
to
to be
work.
really
racist?
good for you.
I don't know if that's racist.
does he live?
But
He lives in Redford. He lives close. But like he still
What a
lives-
nice
still-
guy this
In the
bicycler
winter, he
is.
drive.
Sometimes.
You know this guy?
He has
Who
like
is
yeah,
it?
I work
He
with
He
works
worked.
with
Yeah.
him.
He's like 2 doors
Oh.
down.
Schools.
He like has like snow. He like a snow bike, like it's snow bike tires, are like really thick.
Those big fat tires.
Yeah.
Those are cool looking
So
bikes.
that's like his big hobby is.
What a nice guy he is.
He
by the
like
way.
travels and goes to like North Carolina, does his bike runs and all this kind of shit. So it seems like 3,000 for him to say that seems like that.
It must be a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than me.
Yeah. Same.
Seriously.
Sean Reisling finished about 10% of a campaign.
Okay.
A campaign game.
Hey,
which he
that's
says might
decent.
not sound impressive, but usually it's about 9%. So
It's 1% more impressive than it was before.
Right.
I can never get through anything.
Yeah, we never get through
So,
that stuff.
win.
No, we still haven't played Clank Legacy. We played
Yeah, we
5
did,
of the
like-
10 and then just
I am.
Yeah.
We're so close to being done with my city. We're like so close.
Really?
And I just never pick it on my game night. I'm like not.
Is it because you're not in
Oh yeah,
contention?
I'm last. But
So that kind of blows.
Yeah.
but I'm not that far away. I don't think I'm out of it.
Okay.
I just feel like I want to play
Why-
something else.
Yeah,
Or
I
I
see.
want it to be the second game of the night. Because setting it up is like so easy that I don't want it to be the first game. So I want to be like, oh, I'll play
That's
Bitoku,
what's hard
and then
about-
we'll play it next, but we never get to
That's what's hard about getting like the pick only like once a month.
right.
You know, it's like you got to really make that count.
Yeah.
Right.
Rookie on the Discord
Sweet.
set an all-time personal record for Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving for most calories consumed in one sitting.
Can I tell you something funny about Brookie Rookie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I was talking with Brookie Rookie on Discord, right?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
We were talking about something. And I was like, yeah, man, thanks, blah, 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 blah. Natalie comes in and she's like, Ryan, oh my God. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you just called Brookie Rookie man. And I was like,
That's a girl.
that's a girl.
And he's like,
what
oh,
are you
it
doing?
is?
And I was like, oh, fuck.
So we
are you sure?
edited
I was like, okay.
it.
And I edited it. And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, just kidding. It's a boy.
I looked it up on the spreadsheet and I was like, oh, I'm wrong. I thought
She
it was
thought like Brooke.
I thought it was like
Gotcha.
Brooke.
Like your name is Brookie.
And then I
Your name
looked
is
it up
Brooke,
on the
but they call you
spreadsheet and it was a
Brookie.
guy and I'm like, oops, I'm wrong. And he's like, are you serious?
Like, well, I knew it.
Go back and edit it again.
I should, and then put man back in.
Oh, did you just take the man out?
I
You
took
just,
man
like-
out. I
Yeah.
took man out.
You went genderless
I man
on
outed.
your
Yep.
iPad.
Yep.
Chris in Haymarket says for 2022 he managed to finally take his wife on a trip.
Oh, okay. And stop.
Yeah, period.
Finally taken a lover.
I finally took it. Take his wife on a trip longer than a weekend together without their kids. So the two of them
Nice.
finally got
Oh,
to
that's
go
cool.
somewhere
That's the
by
stuff.
themselves. His
probably
twins
great.
just turned 12.
Wow.
So it's been 12 years
That's
since they were
too
able
long.
to do. That's
Oh
too
my
long.
Damn.
So
gosh.
maybe it needs to make this like a yearly thing.
Damn.
So Chris, if you can do this again, we know you have a
Now
million
you got
games.
a taste of it. Keep going.
We know you have a million games. Sell a few of them. Go on a trip.
yeah.
He's got the money. He doesn't need to sell shit.
Oh my god.
Fucking
You don't
guy.
know that.
Oh, I know. He's the richest motherfucker in the world.
Oh my god.
In the whole world.
In the whole world. We remember he was like talking about what he backed of Vitel Lacerda games. He was like, oh, I bought Weather Machine and I spent $918 on all the rest of his games.
Yeah, he has a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like a shitload. of
Everyone,
games.
it's like a meme in the Discord community that everyone's like, I want to do whatever job he has. I
Yeah.
want that job.
Yep.
Because
Wow.
he can apparently get any game he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
The Diced Onion, something he accomplished this year, bought a house, which
That's
Yeah,
great.
a lot
Congrats.
of people did.
Congrats.
started a school faculty game group. It says not a huge success
cool.
yet, but he did it.
Have you talked to him about it at all?
No, I haven't.
Reach out to the Mad Board Gamer. He has one.
I have one.
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Well, faculty.
He's doing it with
Oh,
his staff,
faculty,
which is kind
okay.
of cool.
Oh, I
maybe,
see, I
maybe
see.
he's doing like work.
Jeff, reach out to him.
No, you should reach out to him. 'cause
I'll
you
reach
do
out
that.
to him.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's reaching out to each other.
Yeah. He's trying to focus. He got a little more focus on building his Instagram account. He also listened to several hundred hours of the Gamecasters, episodes 11 through 90.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
right. He's not going to
He's the
hear
one
this
that-
for
yeah.
months.
So he's like, whatever that says about me is
So,
something.
yeah, he started with like the early catalog and he's
like-
going through. He's not
like,
caught
I'm
up.
not gonna like listen to the recent ones. I'm gonna go in order.
Wow.
So he's catching
He
up.
started before I was even on the show.
Yeah.
He apparently skipped just Jeremy and
Yeah, he skipped
and
it.
Ryan.
Well, because on some podcasting platforms, those don't exist.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you go to
too old.
Podbean, they're on there, but on some podcasting platforms, they only house like 100 episodes.
So
Since we're past that, those 10 get truncated
yeah.
off.
So he's been answering the inboxes all the time, but isn't going to hear them until
yeah, until months later.
Yeah.
later, which is hilarious.
cool.
Nestor over on the Discord lost 37 pounds this year.
Hey,
which is
Nestor!
great.
Nice
Wow,
boy.
that's
All in the
cool.
penis.
He said
On the
he said therefore unfortunately I had to buy new clothes.
Yeah, but
I
that's
love
the
buying
best
new
time.
clothes.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
the best.
Yeah, but it sucks buying new clothes when you've gotten fatter.
Well, he got
Well,
skinnier.
It's
Yeah,
awesome
that
buying new
sucks.
clothes when you get skinnier.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you just wear
I just like
sweatpants.
buying
Yep.
them
Yep.
all the time.
They grow with you.
Yep. Shelly, which is, we know this about Shelly. She started her own successful local board game group.
I'm so proud of her for that. That
Yeah,
is so
that's
awesome.
very
She said it's been a
cool.
great outlet for burned out healthcare worker like herself.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
good for her.
She
We're proud
keeps
of you.
very busy with it.
Yeah.
She's constantly doing stuff.
I know.
With that,
Part
so
of me
that's
wants
really
to like.
cool.
She lives in Michigan. Part of me wants to be like, let's
Let's just go one.
time.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. So, red winged kitty, which I don't know if you like.
That's
Bronwyn.
but maybe
That's
she's a
Bronwyn.
big fan, you know.
Yeah, Janelle's sister.
Made lots of loved ones cry.
Oh no.
Okay. You started with made lots of love. Duh, one's cry.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
pause like
I know you
that.
didn't, but that's my brain was like,
Yeah.
oh, made lots of love. Oh, duh.
love,
Geez. Oh, this is
love.
terrible. Okay.
They wrote a song, which they'd never done before, only to learn what a chord meant last month. So they wrote a song, and it's kind of like
Okay.
learning this whole music thing,
Okay.
which is kind of cool.
That
thing
is
to do.
cool.
That's amazing. Congratulations,
That's not
Bronwyn.
easy.
That's cool.
What did you guys accomplish this year?
Yeah, I was thinking about this the whole time you were talking, and I came up with nothing.
Oh, very good.
What did we accomplish this year, guys?
Well, I accomplished surpassing my book reading goal
Oh, right.
that
Yeah,
I
you're a
made.
book reader.
She's a reader.
You're nerdy book reader.
My goal was 8 books and I read 11
1 million.
What was your favorite book?
this year. I think my favorite one was a book called Educated. It was really good. And it was a true
What genre?
It's a true story about
Oh.
this woman who grew up in like I can't remember, it was like Idaho or something, and her parents didn't
best of
believe in like
states.
healthcare system and school system, and so she like never had gone to school. And
It's a good pitch to two educators.
I know. And then she ended up going to like Harvard and all these like colleges without having any education.
Wow.
And it's just about her life was crazy. Mm-hmm. It was just really good.
Number 1 book.
Cool. Okay, let's see. What have we accomplished?
We had a
We had
a kid.
We had a good. Oh
Yeah.
You're right. You full stop.
Yeah.
Like
that's a big
you
deal.
win. You win. You win.
And she was in the PICU for 6 days.
Yep. So we spent some time in
Yeah,
the ICU
that's
for
rough.
a
So
while
yeah,
with
still
her.
got a lot of trauma from that. At least I do.
Yeah, that was tough.
Do you really?
Yeah, I feel like I
Like
have a hard.
residual kind of.
Yeah, like I'm always afraid like she's gonna get sick again.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, oh,
You
we
don't want
take
it
her
to
off
happen.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get a little on edge.
Because
about
it was she had like a breathing apparatus on her face for
Yep.
like
Right.
4
She almost
to
had to
5
be
days.
intubated.
Right, like so
So-
she
so
if we were
sad.
at a different hospital that didn't have the technology
Yeah,
that
she would've
U of M
been.
had, she would have been intubated, which sucks.
Yes.
She had a feeding tube. It was scary. And then just the run around and back and forth, going to the hospital, coming back. So that's something that I'll always I'll remember, not like in a
Yeah, it was very
But, like, it's
humbling.
like- yeah.
It was a humbling experience.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know all about that.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, a lot of
scary when
people
that
do.
stuff happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, but creating life.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah,
done.
that's a big accomplishment.
what an
She's 9
accomplishment.
months, so and Jack loves her.
Phew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You would have had to send her back.
That also means I had sex
maybe.
at least
Yeah.
once.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
good
would have had
job.
sex last year.
Yeah.
Well, we had sex 87
Oh, yeah,
times.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
So I didn't
that's
have-
our
yeah,
accomplishment.
87.
87 times.
So you didn't have sex since the last episode.
I tried, dude. I've been
I feel
trying.
like we had some accomplishments with
Oh,
our
God.
podcast.
I feel like we had sex since the last
No,
episode.
not sex.
I feel like we had sex.
I mean, with the podcast.
well,
like the
one of us ate a whole
podcast is-
pizza, Jeff.
Yeah.
My accomplishment is I ate a whole pizza.
No, I know. What were you going to say? We're going to talk about the minis. We accomplished finally
I said
painting
the podcast.
Jeff's Cerebria minis.
Yeah.
Finally,
Okay,
except
yes,
one that we
that's
can't
a big
put that
accomplishment.
together.
We had his minis for like a year and a half and finally painted them all.
Right.
And they look great.
I just want Natalie to have my mini.
Oh my
She
God.
won't.
But I feel like our podcast is doing better than ever this year.
Yeah, we've been
yeah,
we've been growing.
We had our 100th episode. That was very cool. Our 100th episode hit
1,000,
$1,000, which is great.
which is for us is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been steadily growing since 2019, and it's kind of I'm always wondering when the growth is going to stop. Like I'm wondering, like I'm always like,
Yeah.
wow, we're still growing. We're
like
kinda-
slow and
okay, we're
steady.
kind of still growing. Like what are we doing? That's I don't know, but we're just going to keep it on,
doing
keep
what
it
we're
on.
And then Devin said she's been listening to podcasts lately, and she's like, everybody else sucks, and you guys are great. So
I
Yeah,
know.
this is
that's what
really
she
And
said.
she's not biased at all because she is not
No.
afraid to just be like, yeah, it kind of sucks.
you guys suck. Why do you do this?
I wouldn't be on this right now if I thought it was bad.
Yeah, right. Because what would you get from
Right.
it? You're going to be getting so much fame and adoration from this.
So much.
Lauren's going
I
to
can
text the
quit
shit out of
teaching.
you
Yeah.
after this. I can quit.
I'm
teaching.
done.
Yeah, all the money we rake in. Oh my
The
gosh,
dollars we get a month.
dozens a
Right,
year.
a few dollars.
Okay, well that was
Yeah,
a nice
so
wholesome
that's what-
Instagram inbox.
Yeah. We get
kinda
a
like
lot
that.
of dick and fart jokes, so that was a little bit of what did you do this past year, which I thought was pretty cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Let's take it back to the dick and farts, please. It's now time for the 10th inch. I'm just kidding. The 10th Gamecastery
number
game
10.
to reach the hallowed halls of the upper echelon of greatness. That's right. The next installment of the Gamecasters Essentials is here. We teased it a little bit last episode. Today, we have all selected, minus Devin, a game that needs tons of introduction so we can fill time, and it goes like this. Introducing Planet Unknown.
Yay!
Planet Unknown came like a teenage boy into the sock of the gaming world and stuck to it like it was tossed under the bed for a couple weeks. Now, I've played almost every polyomino game in existence at this point, and even made a list of my top polyomino games ever. And then the last two of them I've played have been my favorites in Project L and this. Planet Unknown is the greatest polyomino game, full stop. If you ascribe to the Jones theory that says you only need one game of every mechanism, then this is the polyomino game to get. It's light enough that it's easy to get to the table, yet has enough there to keep you interested and entertained the entire time. There's enough variable planet boards and powers to keep you interested for a long time. The Lazy Susan mechanism is a genius way to handle turns and still keep it simultaneous, and the feeling of constantly going up tracks that do different fun things is just so much fun. The game is absolutely satisfying. You get to do your polyomino puzzle and use that puzzle to ascend tracks, and it always feels so fucking great when you do it. It sings at every player count due to the simultaneousness of it, and outside of some minor production issues, the game is just perfect, and I want to play it constantly. And it's for those reasons that I casted my vote for Planet Unknown to be the 10th installment of the Gamecasters Essentials. What do you guys think I missed here? Why is this game so damn good? We're going counterclockwise.
Okay, that's fine.
Wow. Planet Unknown. Welcome to an elite club.
Wow.
You've earned it. Minus the centimeter that the box lid
Yeah.
The lift lid is
The only issue.
stupid ass Lazy Susan.
and it still manages to
And it
be number 10.
still is in there.
Our
Have I
second
played this
game from
game?
this
You
year.
have not played this
Okay,
game.
because I'm like, what?
You're not.
You haven't played
Devin's
it, huh?
not a big polyomino fitting shapes into
No.
shape.
Oh, right. You don't
fan.
like that, do you?
No, like if I buy something offline, like a picture or something, I get the wrong size. It's either
Devin
huge
once ordered
or
a
small.
picture for our room that was like our engagement picture, and it was like 5 fucking feet
It was,
wide.
oh, it was like a fathead.
It was like,
your whole wall.
I was like, where is this supposed to go?
It's either that
She's
or she
like,
gets
right
something the
there.
size of
I'm
a
like-
stamp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
It's like a
Yeah,
postage
that's
stamp or
3
that.
I'm like, that's 3 feet too big. Like, I don't know.
What'd you do with it?
I think it's
just behind
sitting
her
behind her dresser.
Oh, not
Doesn't-
even.
Is it
hung
like
up?
that picture from, what's that show with David?
Schitt's
Schitt's
Creek?
Is it like that picture
Yeah,
from
it's
Schitt's
just- yeah,
Creek
it's
that
like
just
that.
Yeah.
enormous
Massive.
fucking
Pretty much.
family photo?
Yeah. So Devin has not played it. I don't know. Devin will probably play it if we have like a group, like because what Ryan said, it plays great up to 6 people. Like it plays 6 people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it plays it very well at
Right,
6 people
'cause it's all
It plays in
simultaneous.
45 minutes at 6, and it plays in 45 minutes, probably an hour. It probably plays an hour at 6 and plays an hour at 3.
Yeah.
And the variability in the boards combined with the tracks is probably my favorite part. If the boards were all connected and there was only like 8 boards,
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can have
Mix and
a
match.
completely different game
Yeah.
using the same planet 10 different times is awesome because your strategy completely changes how you move up the tracks. It is the best polyomino game that I've ever played.
Same.
Wow.
And it's not. Well, I know.
No, it's so good. It's so good, Devin.
It has everything that you want in a polyomino game. It has the taking space, taking the shapes and fitting it into a spot. If people like that, it has it for
Yep.
you. It also has an extra layer of game where you're moving up these tracks, which is kind of fun. They all have cool powers. You're moving these cubes up and down. You can play these event cards. It has everything that you need to both make this game friendly for a non
Yep.
sit down and play to my game group that we've played it back to back before, like a couple times. We're like, just rack them, flip your boards over, and let's play again. And we just flip them over and play it again.
Yeah.
I am happy to welcome Planet Unknown to the Gamecasters Assembly.
Yes, welcome, Planet Unknown. Natalie, do you have anything else to add?
I don't know if I'm adding anything, but I just want to reiterate that I agree with you. It's a great weight, and it's the variability is like probably the best part. The mix and mixing up.
Yeah, the mix, match, mix up.
You know what I mean?
Mix, match,
yeah, the
mixing
mix,
up
match,
the
mix up.
planets and the tracks, and then even doing that, it's still even more variable because you can change how you even play it. Like you can go for different tracks. You can focus on like ones that give you like powers, or focus on like rover, like a couple ones that you didn't focus on last time, or that might, work well with your, track and planet powers. And I don't know. It's just really fun. It feels different every time. It's light enough, but also like, gamey enough. And like Jeff said, you feel like you can play with nons and gamers and they'll all love it, which is kind of like a common theme of our essentials.
True.
It's just,
Yeah, and for
I
how
enjoy
many
it.
polyomino games there are, which is like feels
There's
like
a shit ton. Yeah.
This
doesn't
one
feel like the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when you look at like our Gamecaster Essential Collection, which we always talk about, is not necessarily the best games ever. But if you're looking to start a collection, this will be the best polyomino game, and will give someone a different experience than any other game that you have in the Essentials.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the polyomino game that we picked to be in there.
And
I don't know if we're gonna have another polyomino game in our
Yeah, no, I
Not
agree.
as
unless
right
something
now.
comes out.
Yeah.
That's just
Exactly,
like,
because
this is blowing my
we
mind.
went through every polyomino game. I feel like
Most,
that I could get my fucking hands on, and and this came out after that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is the best one.
Yeah.
This is the
Hands
best. This is the
down.
best, and we've played it over and over and over again. It is so good. Welcome, Planet Unknown, the 10th game into the Gamecasters Essentials line. Hail yeah! Why don't you step inside? Come on, it's warm in there. You think you found some grass, but nope, it's pubic hair. You wonder why there's so much underwear. You stepped inside of Natalie's nook.
Today on Natalie's Nook, we're going to talk about our resolutions.
Ooh, okay.
Every year we have some gaming resolutions that we probably don't keep. But
Maybe.
we're going to keep trying. Never give up. So I don't know about you guys, but I looked up my 2022 resolutions.
Okay.
I got like 1 out of 3.
Okay, what were they?
Play my top 5 board games.
Nope.
Pretty sure I didn't do that. Play my play again games, which I mean,
Are you counting that one?
I think I played some of them.
Yeah.
So that kind of counts. And
Give
then
you half.
record my plays was the big one, which I did.
You did.
Yeah.
all year long.
And how do you feel about it? Are you happy that you did it?
I am.
Are
Are you
happy.
going to
Keep-
keep doing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is what Jeff would do. Oh, you're
Oh my
so
God.
Oh my
cute.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Well, because like now I can see the stats and it's interesting. To
Right.
See what we've
It's fun to see the stats.
what we've done. All right, so my 2023. Do you want to go take turns or just
I don't care. However you want to do it.
let's take?
Your nook.
It is your
We're in
nook.
here.
We're just in it. We're just living in it.
Let's
We're just
do
living.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, my first 2023 gaming resolution
It's your
is
nook. We're just looking at it.
play more games.
Licking it.
No,
Well,
that's not what you said.
That is what he said. 100%.
What did
He
you
said
say?
we're just licking
I
it.
meant what I meant was
We're just licking
we're just eating it out.
Eating it out. I knew what
No, you're ruining the nook.
that sentence never.
I think I'm
follows
making
up
the
with
nook
something serious.
I think I'm making the nook better.
better.
Oh my gosh, Ryan James,
See, the
keep
nook
it in your
is
pants.
kind of like your vagina.
I'm in your pants.
I know.
Yeah, we're all in.
We're
your
all in
pants.
your pants
I
right
know.
now.
I heard the song.
We've heard the song. It's warm in here.
It's pubic hair.
It's warm in here.
Okay. Do you want to hear my resolution or not?
Yeah, yeah.
Badly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. It's play more games with the kids. Like I mean, we've been playing more, I feel like, this year, but I want to make it like a routine
Yes.
thing. You know, like at least
You want to force them to play
Yes.
once a
like
week.
twice a month or something on a certain day. Like that's
Game day.
kind of thing.
Uh huh. Love it. Oh, you want us to go?
Yeah, why don't you
Oh,
go?
okay.
Clockwise.
Okay.
I said let's go one at a
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
You're not
Oh,
even
Devin. All right.
listening.
Okay.
You're
You want?
just
Oh, we're
talking.
going. We're going clockwise. Jeff.
Clark, will I just do one? I'll piggyback off that. I want to try to play one game with Jack. That's like a real game. Ooh. Not like we're not playing like Castles of Burgundy.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
But like
Good.
Like just something that's
Maybe
like,
he'll
maybe a
grab
Haba
it.
game
No.
that we could
Yeah.
like instead of just like chucking Rory's
What do you
these
have?
dice around. Or,
What do you have Haba games wise?
like Animal Upon Animal or
That's a great one to
so we
start
could
with.
do that,
Some sort
or
of
then there's like My
dexterity
First Pig Farm or whatever.
Yep, My First Pig Farm. That's what it's called.
So some of these things.
Yeah.
We have
My Little Orchard.
we have My Little Orchard that we could send you with.
Yeah, that
if-
could be something.
My kids loved that.
But I want to play a game with him that's like kind of by the rules and like teach him how to
Yep.
play, because he has been more recently the last like couple months. He's wanted to like sit at the game table.
Really?
And like
Oh,
on Monday nights when I
interesting.
host, he goes down there and he wants to like be there.
Yeah, he's like, when can my friends come over?
He's like, I want my friends to come over, and that just like gets me emotional. He's
Awesome.
like, I want my friends to come over and play games, and I just like love that.
Yeah, that's cute.
So if
That's
I can play a
awesome.
game with him this year, just one that we can play like by the rules, that I think he'd like.
Just have no expectations.
I have very high expectations,
Yeah.
but
Can you imagine
I'll have
Jack?
I
no
would have
expectations.
zero.
And four other 3-year-olds, you just come in the basement and they're just at the game table
Right,
playing.
just, like,
yeah,
playing.
my friends are here.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, that's funny. Well, that might. So I ranked mine, but I'm not going to read them in a rank thing because it's more. I think it's more cute to do it this way. I also have gaming with my kids. On there. That was my number one gaming resolution. So it was really all downhill from here. We've been doing the RPG with them, and it is the best time. It's the best time. I have the best time just because we get to just spend time. I'm saying time too much.
Say time.
Yeah.
We have played together often
Times.
and frequently, and it's been
Lots
a
of
great
times.
time.
Great experience.
I have been loving it, and I just want to do it more. And it's hard because these board games, we'll pick one that Cameron can. Look, Cameron played Castles of Burgundy, and it's his number one game of all time. He loves it.
Yep.
But
He's
Lexi
played
and Scarlett
Planet
can't play
Unknown,
that.
too.
Lexi and Scarlett can't play Planet Unknown, probably. They're not going to be able to play a lot of the stuff. So one of my resolutions I want this year is to find more games that we can all play together,
Shivers.
that we all enjoy. I think the Shivers is a
Yeah.
great
Yes,
start
I think
to
that's
that.
going to be a hit.
That more RPG stuff. I just want to just do that as much as possible. Devin, what about you?
I wrote down play just as many games or more as last year.
Okay.
Perfect.
At least as many as this year. Because you played a lot this year up until September.
I think I did.
Yeah.
You definitely did. I feel like Jeff would come over and be like, you guys, we have just been on a tear.
Yeah.
Devin came to me and said, hey, Jeff,
Let's play a game tonight.
I want to
Game night,
suck.
bitch.
What? Yeah. Jeff. Hey, Jeff. I want to wrap my.
your
Hey, Jeff.
Here
I
we
want
go.
to take off my. Hey, Jeff. I want to play.
If you know me.
I want to
Yeah.
play a
Definitely.
game. Like you said, I want to play a game tonight. He was all
And then
jazzed up.
Jeff's
Came
like,
over. He's like, she said she wanted to play like a heavy game,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have achieved.
I like
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
We have arrived
Game
at.
game.
Devin's no
Yeah.
like weak non shit anymore.
No,
Right.
that's
We'll
that's
go,
in the past.
We'll go and we'll talk about Lauren again. We'll hang out with Lauren and Andy, and we'll play the game, or
Good game.
we'll play monikers and we play
Yeah.
stuff
Awesome
like that. And
Freaking love monikers.
I will.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Monikers is so
The
good.
greatest.
I'll like post something on Instagram like we're playing a game, and
Luigi Mario.
Devin's like, no, I play. And Lauren will say something like, "Oh, Devin, you play that game," and Devin's like, "Yeah." Devin's like, "I play games."
Yeah, I'm a
Like,
gamer.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm a gamer.
Gamer.
I'm a dweeby little gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, look at my dweeb card. Awesome. Okay.
My next resolution is to learn and teach more games.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was something
Like
you
how
wanted
many?
to do.
Put a number on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Let's quantify.
So
I
you can
said, I
achieve
said
it.
more. You're right. Okay.
Because you did one this
Let's
past
see.
year, so you want
This
to do
past
two,
year, let's say
or-
I've probably done under 5. So
There's no
3.
probably about it, lady. I would say you've probably done under 2.
So 2.
I will say between
3.
5 and 10
Wow. Holy fuck.
for the whole year.
That's
That's
great.
a lot.
Damn, girl. Okay.
Okay.
'Cause
That's
I kinda
one
feel
every
like
other month.
I didn't know that was
should-
something you wanted to do. You can do that all the time if you'd like.
I don't know. I feel like I should pull my weight with that more. And
Yeah, so Ryan stops beating you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how dare you?
You mean physically?
oh my god,
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah. Stop actually punching you in the
Yeah.
face. No, your booty is enough. Is all I need to pull your weight around here. You don't have to learn anything.
I know.
But that's really cool
But,
if you
like,
want to do that. I didn't know you wanted to.
I don't know. I
do that.
learned the pinball one, and I felt kind of like proud of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
hard.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
So
Yeah, it's
I
hard-
was like,
it's
I
hard
don't
to
want to
do.
do it all the time, but I want to do it here and there.
Yeah, between 5 and 10 times
Yeah,
this year.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's less than one
okay.
a month. So.
Well, good. I'm going to hold you to that. That's awesome. All right, what about you, Jeff?
That is not going to be Devin's resolution.
Yeah.
I just said it's not.
It wasn't Natalie's for many, many years. So
Yeah.
maybe this is a
Yeah.
glimpse into your future if you stay a gamer in the next couple of years.
Stay a gamer.
Stay one.
Yeah.
She's stuck
I'm
playing the
thinking
game.
about. Are you going to talk about what's coming up here in the next 2 weeks?
I don't have that on mine, but I would.
That's this year.
No.
Oh wait,
Exactly.
We're talking about this year.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
We're talking about resolutions.
You're
for-
right.
yeah.
You're right.
I think
Cool.
with what's that? We have Nerdfest coming up in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is
less
great.
than
So
2
2
weeks.
weeks from right now will be the end of Nerdfest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
oh my god.
with that and with Gen Con in the summer, I'm just looking again to try to make more connections, more like friends within the hobby. That I've really liked doing. I've liked scheduling some of the meetings at Gen Con to meet with publishers and designers and people.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a few designers at Nerdfest that I'm really excited to talk to and play their games and have them like sign my box like I'm some fangirl.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And sign my box.
Sign his no-no square.
Sign my no-no square.
Yeah.
Sign your no-no square.
Don't touch me there.
Please sign my no-no
box.
square.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think just kind of making some more connections and sort of growing the Gamecaster / like Mad Board Gamer brand. I think that's something I talked about last year.
Yeah. I think you made good on that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
very social.
Yeah.
Trying
You
to
are.
I'm not social, so
I don't know. You're being pretty
on a-
damn social right now. You're on a podcast.
You're on a
for
podcast
fuck's
about
sake.
board games.
okay.
What a
She's
nerd.
only with 3 other people. Though.
Yeah.
It's her kind of social.
This is the kind of social you like.
Yeah.
Understood. That's a good one. So for me, the next one I have, these next two kind of go, they kind of tie in together, but I will just say the one first, and then I'll explain how they tie in when it comes to my turn again. So what I typically do is when I get into something, I kind of like jump all in and get
Yes, you
a
do.
lot of stuff. So when I started painting minis, I kind of like bought everything that I felt like I could ever need.
He's
to
like
paint a
Joe
mini.
in that way.
Yeah, I'm Joe, except Joe doesn't half-ass it. I don't half-ass it on purchasing, but I do kind of half-ass it on the follow-through sometimes.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Sure.
But so basically, like, painting minis, I was like, I can't wait to fucking do this. I want to get everything I can. And then I started doing it, and I was like, this is really fun, but it's not all-consuming.
Fizzled out.
Yeah,
it's not
kind of.
the only
It's not
thing you
like
wanna do,
I don't
yeah.
just think about it and go, God, I can't wait to paint more minis. But what I have been doing lately is what we talked about with the kids is playing the RPG with them. I'm having the best time ever creating these scenarios and then playing it with them. And I want to go up a level. And I have this other RPG called Index Card RPG that I really want to play online with people, with like adults. And the people that I'm hoping will play it with me are members of the Gamecasters community. So I really want to make something on the Discord where we have like a weekly RPG event on ICRPG that we play online. And this will tie into my next one, if you can probably guess where that's going, because I want to do it online.
Yeah.
And I really want to do that. I really want to utilize all this stuff that I just got for Christmas because I just asked for nothing but RPG supplies, and I have like a million things that I want to do, and I want to follow through.
You don't want it to fizzle out. You don't want it to just
I
collect
think,
dust and be
and maybe I'll
books.
generalize it and say following through is kind of what I want to try to achieve this year. If I come up with an idea that I really enjoy, which I do this stuff all the time, I want to see it through. So what about you, Devin?
Okay, so set up a game for Jeff.
Nice.
One game.
Only one.
Just
But
one.
once this whole year.
One. Yeah.
Just have. You should do it tomorrow,
So
and then
I
you're
can
fucking done.
Achieve it.
So you
got
can just
it.
set it up. So it's
You don't
a
wanna
game
learn
probably
it?
that we know.
We already know.
Oh, I see.
And I'll just be like, hey, Jeff, go downstairs.
Have
Okay.
it set up for him.
Yeah.
And you're not even involved. Go play.
Yeah.
I set it up. Go play.
I set up
Yeah.
Friday.
Go check out
Yeah.
what we're playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink wine and watch TV. You go play.
Like
We're
a
like-
little surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat munchies and watch TV.
Yeah,
You play
yeah.
that
You
game.
go play this game I set up for you. Okay, that's a great idea. No, like a
that.
bit. Like, is there a parameter on it? Do you want it to be a big game? A game that takes you a modicum amount of effort, right?
Yeah, not like a
just
card
not just like a
game.
little card game.
Not
yeah,
like Stripe.
yeah, like Underwater Cities.
Yeah, I took the top off.
I opened the box.
Yeah.
I opened the box. I
Pass
rolled
out
it.
some dice.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
Probably like one of our favorite games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
An Underwater
Okay.
Cities or a Trajan or a Burgundy or something.
I like that you're not reaching for the stars here. You're saying one.
Yeah.
game. That's
365 days.
Make it
Let's get
achievable.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
That's your
If you do
goals.
more than that, and then it's wow.
You can't do.
I'm
You
an
can't do
overachiever.
more.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't. All right, Natalie. What do you got next?
Oh, okay. I have 2. I don't know which one to pick.
You can say both of them. This is your note.
Fuse them together in a way that's really impossible for us to
Just say
understand.
both of them. I have like a half of one left. So
I have one more.
Yeah, I have like a half one more left too.
Okay, so one of them is I want to
Suck more
paint.
dick. Oh,
Paint. I want to paint more. So like, In
So you
2021,
saying you don't want to suck more dick?
Like 50%. I had a 50% chance.
No,
I thought this was about games.
I want to
game.
paint more minis. In 2021 we had that challenge, and it was like so fun. And
Yeah.
then this year we didn't really paint much until like the end of the year when we painted Jeff's
We were
Cerebro.
forced to paint all mine.
But I like
ourselves.
enjoyed it. I was kind of like, this is great. Why
We're, like,
haven't I been
holding them
doing
hostage.
this kind of thing? So I want to like make more of an effort to like, even if I'm not saying like do it all the time, but like, you know,
One.
at least like once a month. Like
Paint one.
I really want to
One
paint like
mini.
there's a lot that I want to do. There's a million.
I know, the Marvel United.
Marvel United.
And guess
I
what? There's a
wanna-
new Kickstarter coming out.
Oh my god.
No, there goes
Yeah.
$900.
Don't get it. We don't need
Me
it.
and Chris Prime did it.
And then Wonderland's War minis.
Yes,
I
those are
wanna
some great
paint,
minis, too.
And so there's some stuff I'm excited to like
You're
get
not gonna
done.
get
Plus,
more and
it's
more
just like a
really nice stuff, are you?
relaxing thing.
Yeah, you are. Natalie's
Here you
typing.
did.
No, there's
You already
another
backed
Kickstarter.
it?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't hit Kickstarter yet. It's coming.
We don't need it. We don't. Need
You're right. We don't need it. We need everything else in this basement. But that we don't need.
That we don't need.
We need everything else.
Anyways,
okay.
should I say the last one or should I say it when we go back around?
Yeah, say it.
Okay, the other one is I want to come up with a new segment for the podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn it, you stole mine.
That was yours?
No.
Oh.
But it should have
It
been.
was last year or something. We talked about the show a lot last year, I think, with our goals of growing and changing it up and something.
I want to change it up for sure.
Yeah, we've been kind of talking about it for a while, but haven't come up with something yet.
Yeah, we
But
haven't really
I
put the
wanna-
time in. To
Yeah,
do
we haven't
that.
actually tried that hard.
I agree. I'm always critical on the inbox. I always think the inbox is stale as shit, but I just keep doing it.
No, I don't think it's
But-
stale.
Well,
but I know what you're saying.
stale.
Yeah.
Because like I feel that way just about the show in general. You know, I'm like, we got a great
things we can
formula,
do.
but like, yeah, let's swap.
Right.
Like,
Like,
I don't think we should
Maybe
revamp
get some
and
more
kill
guests
everything.
on it.
But we
Yeah.
should do
Well, 'cause, like,
something. We'll see how it
the
goes,
beat
Devin.
down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. We'll see if the reception is like
Yeah.
of this one. No, of
Well, the
course.
beat down, you know, I feel like doing that every episode would be kind of like boring. So I like to like throw it in here and there, and then
And really difficult.
yes,
Yeah, it's
and
right.
then the Nook, I sometimes have a hard time coming up with new exciting
The
topics that
Nook
we
is
haven't already
everyone's
done.
favorite.
People love the Nook.
Anytime Natalie talks,
Yeah,
like how many times did the board game
Really?
beatdown get ripped off?
yeah.
People rip off the board
People
game
rip
beatdown
off like
all
crazy.
over the place.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
And never
That
gives
was
fucking
Ryan's
credit
idea,
for it.
though.
And then, okay, you don't have to say that. Again, this is just the Ryan and I are sharing pants, though. You just take credit, Natalie.
Okay,
Own
okay.
your shit.
You know, I take credit when I think
Okay.
I deserve.
And then the Nook is always like, there's always there's podcast things. There's like, haha, Ryan and Jeff farts penis jokes. And
Yeah.
then there's like, let's have deep conversations about Natalie's
Yeah,
Nook.
the
Yeah.
Nook.
Like,
People
like-
love
But it
the
is
Nook.
difficult because, like, I'm like, I don't want to repeat. I want to come up with something that I think people will find interesting. So it's kind of sometimes hard. So
You said
and
hard.
like Ryan said, he's been talking about switching things up a little bit. Like I don't want to get rid of those things, but I also want to come up with something fresh
Fresh.
and new.
I agree.
Yeah.
Some new cool segment that just really socks it to you.
Yep.
Suck it.
What about you?
I think just the general thing of kind of like Devin said, playing more games with Devin, setting up a routine like we had over the summer, which is way easier to do stuff over the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play games
Way
way easier. Because the moment that the kids are in bed and the chips hit the bowl or the
Yeah, and you don't have to get up for work in the morning.
and like that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Or work.
yeah.
Or work at all.
yeah.
last year, I think I said I wanted to play more games with Devin, and I definitely think we did that. If we went and counted, Devin doesn't log her plays because she doesn't give a shit about that.
Maybe
you ever
maybe
log
one
your
day.
plays?
You might one day.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I'll
Maybe
do it.
okay.
She sounds very impassioned
Yeah, she'll-
about
yeah,
it.
she'll do it.
No, well, fucking knows.
I also had last year, if you remember, I talked about having my board game table.
Yep.
That is probably not going to happen.
Not happening now. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not.
It was
We can't blame
just
them. We
poor
can't blame them.
timing,
I know.
and the tables being made in the Ukraine, and they're at war.
The tables
and-
have turned.
Oh,
and
right.
Sorry.
I don't think I'll be getting my board game table anytime soon.
I know.
So I'm gonna have
stuck
to
with
keep
my old
Natalie's table.
Natalie's
long as
table.
I
You stuck with it.
Yeah, it works great. Natalie's table is great. So it's Natalie's table.
Not my mom's.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So yeah, I think that's kind of that's all I got for
Okay.
resolutions.
Natalie's, to piggyback off Natalie's, I have been talking for a couple months now about, like, in secret, in private, about how I want to get some new segments, some new fresh things into the show. Not because I think that the show is getting stale, but also it's always good to be attempting to improve.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's just trying to like progress
Evolve
and move
and-
forward
yeah.
and evolve.
Maybe ask
you
the
know,
listeners what they would like to hear.
yeah. What do you guys want to
Yeah,
hear?
that's a
Tell me
great
right
idea.
now, or I'm not listening to you.
We'll wait.
I can't hear shit.
Yeah.
No one's saying it. But the one I had for number 3 was a piggyback off of my number 2, which was I want to do RPG stuff online with you people. Which mean you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Which is I want to stream more again. I don't.
Yeah, I do like your streaming.
Do you?
Jeff would listen. I'd be
Yeah.
sitting on the couch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's great. And that's good to hear.
I look
'Cause-
forward to it.
Did you? Oh, that's great because there was a lot of it's a lot of work. So I
takes
would
up a lot of time.
It takes up a lot of
Okay.
time, a lot of our free time. So
Well, yeah, because
um, on nights where we don't have the kids, it's that's when I usually would stream.
Right.
And so it eats up it's the entire evening where
Right.
Natalie and I are hanging out, and that's
so
my
then like 50% of the time we don't have kids, and then 50% of that he's streaming. Like there's no like
there's no time for sex. So it's like,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to have
Doesn't
sex?
take that long.
Sex?
she knows.
She doesn't know. She hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
What does seeing it have to do with anything?
Well, if she has seen it, she would know that it wouldn't take that long. But she doesn't know how long it takes.
She said
for
it-
me.
She said that it didn't take long.
She doesn't know that. Maybe it takes me a while. I need those extra 4 hours to get warmed up. I'm like a 1950s
Wow,
Model
that's
T
a long
or
time.
whatever.
50s.
I don't know when the hell the thing came out. Anyway, I want to stream more, and probably not as much as
RPG.
before.
Yeah, maybe once a month.
Yeah,
What did you
well,
do it before? Every Tuesday?
I would do it
Just
every
3 days a
Tuesday,
week.
Thursday, and Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
just do one day a week.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably scale
That's more
down,
reasonable.
but scale
Yeah.
up from what it is now, which is nothing. I haven't
Yeah.
streamed since
it's like-
the summer.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
four.
I miss
Yeah, it's
it.
been
5 or
almost
6
like 6 months. Yeah, I appreciate that because I've been missing it too. But it's been too long, and I want to get that going. And I think the RPG would be a cool way to roll that out.
Yeah.
We get some listeners participating in an RPG that people can watch and see the story unfold and see the funny moments, the funny giant bananas smashing frozen bees. I think that'd be really cool. Devin, do you want to end this one with your last one?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off Jeff.
All right.
His-
Good word.
Yeah,
Good,
you will.
good
Yeah,
use
you
of
will.
piggyback.
Yeah, piggyback. I said schedule monthly game nights with Jeff. So, like, I think we wrote it down on the calendar, like, hey, we're going to...
Then you're like prepared for it.
Yeah,
Like,
because, like, for me, I'm a planner. I like to know what's coming. So it's like...
So
Maybe
my
even write the
God.
game
Do you,
down.
how much longer is it going to take, Jeff? I want to plan it out.
I gotta let you know.
How many more pumps
You
is
have-
this going to
you have
go?
13 more seconds.
Yeah, 13 more pumps.
Get ready.
So-
Get ready.
So let me ask you this. Devin. Did you used to, back in the day, when you would play games with Jeff, did you play games with Jeff because you knew Jeff loved the games and you loved spending time with Jeff? But that was really the extent of the reasoning you played games. Has that shifted now to you look forward to playing the game? It's not only I'm doing this because I know Jeff loves it and I love Jeff, but I'm doing it because I love it too. Has that happened
I
at
think
all?
I always kind of liked playing games because, like, growing up, I would play, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon
Cool.
or The Sims.
Yeah, you were a big
Mario.
The Sims girl.
Yeah, like, I always kind of liked that stuff.
Mario
I think...
3.
Yeah,
Right,
best one.
that's our shit. Hell yeah! It
so
is
you
the best
already,
one.
you already
Warp
had an
puzzle.
interest in it.
The warp
Yeah.
puzzle. Yeah.
On our first date, I remember having this conversation with Devin and being like, I have too many board games, so I have a problem. Right? I telling her that.
Yeah.
And then Devin's response was like, well, I play The Sims. I play a lot of The Sims.
Right. So I'm a gamer too.
Kind of like a board game. You know? It's
I
like-
know. I'm a gamer too.
I think it's like my confidence has grown with it. I think at first I was kind
Yeah.
of like, this is like
Intimidating.
intimidating.
For
or like, I don't want to
sure.
make a mistake. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Like, Jeff is smart. I'm not that smart.
I feel that way talking to him all the time. I'm like, God, he's smart. I'm stupid.
Now you played
So
some of the
stupid.
hardest games there are.
So now
Yeah.
like,
You hold
my
your own?
confidence has grown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just
played
beat the
it.
shit out of him playing. What game was it? He just beat the shit out of you.
Boonlake.
Boonlake.
That I don't even like.
Boonlake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you played on Mars, and you
Yeah,
played
that's a-
Underwater City is one of your favorite games, and that's a heavy game.
That's a very heavy
Yeah.
game.
Trajan is a heavy game.
Trajan's heavy.
Yeah.
Some of these, there's nerds out there who haven't played any of those games.
Right. You're better than all these
Oh.
fucking nerds. So, okay, so it wasn't necessarily that you only played games because he loved them. You actually got
So it
enjoyment
wasn't
out of
that
them
you
before.
actually like Jeff. It was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff is a vehicle for which I can play board games.
Yeah. That's the only reason I'm with you.
Yeah.
You see in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It's
should probably
always-
have 2 kids just so people don't get suspicious.
Oh my god.
So we'll have sex twice.
It's always better when like it's very nice and considerate when your spouse
sex.
does something that you enjoy with you, for you, but it's way better when they enjoy it too,
Yeah.
because then you're you're doing it together and you're both enjoying it. You're not just like, oh, I feel like I'm making them do this,
Wait, is this
even
a
though they don't
sex
really
thing?
want to.
It's all about sex.
This is all about
We're only talking
Wasn't that
about
whole
sex.
thing? You could have made that whole thing about sex.
Yeah, it's better when your partner wants to have the sex
want to
with
do
you.
it, and it's better if you're like sharing it together. And yeah,
It is
Well, we
better.
like the same type of game too,
yeah,
That helps, yeah.
and like I'm not competitive at all.
Right.
I am not.
yeah.
You just
Devin
don't
and I
give
will,
a
a lot of
fuck.
times that go back, we'll just play a game.
Yeah.
Like I always think back to that night that we
Bitoku
played
night?
Bitoku,
Yeah.
and then you guys played the next night, and you're like, "We're just stuck." I'm like, "Just fucking play."
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop
and then you're like,
thinking
this is
about
really
it.
Yeah,
good.
this is actually
And we started
cool.
Playing,
Yeah.
and that kind of helps, I think, us not take too long.
What's that Reiner Knizia saying, right? It's the goal of the... I'm going to fuck this up. The goal...
Designer
The
Knizia.
Designer Knizia,
yeah,
that's catching
that's
on.
right.
The goal... the goal is to win, but the goal is not what's important.
What?
It's like the goal... It's... What is it?
I think
It's
you're messing this
goal.
up.
The goal...
In boop.
The goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? The
Yeah,
goal of the
some-
game is to win, but it's not the goal. It's not the winning that's important. It's the goal of the.
Oh
What
my-
is it?
It's like the
Devin?
journey.
Look it up.
It's the journey of the. It's the goal.
We don't know what the wording is, but basically,
Designer
the goal of the
Knizia.
game is to win,
All
but the important thing is to enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
I'm
The
gonna,
goal.
Oh my god!
What is it? The goal of
winning the goal.
the
and
goal
scoring
Are you
the
gonna
goal
find
is
it?
not
of
the
the game.
Is the not the important thing. It's
Here we go. Found it.
Okay.
When playing a game, the goal is to win, but it is the goal
Really?
that is important, not the winning. So basically, the point of that saying
okay, I
is
get it.
you're trying to win, but the trying is what's important, not the winning.
What about
Yeah.
the goal?
The goal
Oh my
of the
God.
game. Does that make sense? Do you get it?
I never want to hear the word goal.
So
again.
let's say me and you are playing a game, and if you're not trying to win, there's no point in playing. Like you could say you're not competitive, but you're still trying. You know, you're playing the
Yeah.
game to try to do the
course.
best you can to win. But the winning is not where you should be placing the importance.
Oh, no.
It's like the trying.
Yeah, like I won Boonlake by a lot, and I don't.
Yeah, it's like you tried to win that, and you did.
Yeah.
But the fact that you won is probably not should not be what you remember most about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the
Right.
goal
Yeah.
of the game.
The
Got it.
goal. The goal.
right.
The goal. It's the goal.
The goal,
Not
the
the
goal.
not the
Right.
not
well,
the
the
winning.
best part, the best games are like the ones where just you don't even care if you win or not because you have
Yes.
so much fun playing.
Terra
like the
Mystica is that example
process
for me.
is fun.
Yeah.
That you don't even care like at the end, like whatever I won
sure.
or didn't win.
Good nook.
Thank you.
I liked being inside of that.
Yeah.
As we are at the end of the year here, even though we're technically at the beginning of the year, we're going to once again give out some Gamecasters Awards. These are the definitive awards in gaming for the year 2022 across 6 incredibly compact and concise, yet respectably robust categories. Last year, we each brought 3 nominations and then let you all vote on the best of the 3. But this year, we're taking the you all element out of it and just giving you each of our top games in each category. So you'll have a girl list and a boy list. So you'll have Natalie will have her own game of the year. Jeff will have his own game of the year. I will have my own game of the year. That kind of thing.
And you don't get
And
to tell us anything.
Sorry, we don't give a fuck about what
Sorry.
you think. No, I think this is better. I don't think it didn't work last year. Like we all nominated a game, then you guys voted, and it just didn't totally feel right because it was like, okay, the game I picked for Game of the Year won,
Not
but
necessarily
Jeff
what they
didn't
would
pick
have
that.
picked.
So it's like, you
Yeah.
know, was that really the Gamecasters pick? So we're just gonna fucking keep it simple,
Yeah.
and do the each of us having our own.
KISS.
Yeah, we're in KI says it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the category of most thematic game. That's what we're gonna start with.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Natalie, do you want to start us off here?
No.
Jeff, do you want to start us
I
off
wanna
here?
be
No.
last.
Ryan, you want to start us off here? Fine.
Oh,
okay, I'll fucking do
I'll
it.
be
That's actually my least confident category.
That's
Is
my
it really?
most confident
Yeah.
category.
Oh, then
Why
why
didn't you
did
wanna
she
start?
start it?
Because other categories I don't want to be first. Just go. Just go. Just
What
go. Just
in the-
go.
You
fuck
have the same
does
amount of
that
time.
mean?
Don't you have the same amount of time? Whatever. Okay.
There's some that I'm still trying.
You
to
guys might be
decide.
surprised at my pick for most thematic.
It better not be mine. Maybe I should go first.
Oh,
just say it.
my.
I
Just
wanna
say
know.
it. Go.
Alright.
Yeah. Devin said just say it.
Better
Just
not
say it.
be
Go.
mine.
Because then I want to think about like what.
Here's my pick for most thematic game of the year. It's not yours. I don't think anyone would pick this. It's Ready, Set, Bet.
Oh. Okay.
Ready,
yeah.
Set, Bet, I think. Now, okay. We've talked about this when we talked about Ready, Set, Bet. I've never been to a horse race. I've never been to one. But this game makes me feel like I'm at the track that I've never
You're
been
at the
to.
track.
It feels incredibly thematic. It feels like, I'm calling this race as the horses are off and they're racing down and people are just like feverishly betting on these things as it's happening. And it just really feels thematic to me.
Yeah.
It feels like what, this kind of thing should feel like, even though I know you bet on horse races before the race even begins. I know that. So
Still, that's not,
it's not necessarily like it's a 1-to-1 to horse racing, but it feels thematic to me.
Yes.
And it was kind of it kind of jumped out at me, and I pushed it aside, like I thought about it, and it was like, ready, set, bet, and I was like, no.
Oh my god.
And then it came back, I was like, ready, set, bet, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I was kind of like, okay. And I think that's it now. So Ready, Set, Bet is my pick for the most thematic game of the year 2022. Jeff, what about you?
Natalie?
Oh. What?
Natalie,
Okay.
what about you?
I'm very proud of my pick, and I think that I win this one.
We are not
Just FYI.
The goal.
Do you see how much food I have on my plate, Natalie?
This was my easy.
Yeah. The goal is not to win.
The goal.
Wait, no. The goal is to win, but the winning is not important.
The goal.
It's not the
Wait.
goal.
It's the goal. No.
Goal is the
goal is not the goal.
The goal.
Winning.
No, the
Goal.
winning is the winning is not the goal.
Meat is
No, the
the
winning
new
is
bread.
the goal.
This is 30 to 30, right?
And there goes the
New bread. No, you fuck. The goal is to.
Okay, I got it. Just let me tell it.
Oh, boy.
My most thematic game of the year is Super Skill Pinball.
Cool. Jeff, what about you?
Natalie wins.
That is the rudest thing you've ever done.
That's the rudest thing
Listen,
you've
you
ever
made
done.
such a big deal about winning the category. I had to knock
I'm
you
right.
back down to earth.
You know I'm right.
You know I'm right.
That's
This
really
game is
fucking
probably
good.
the most thematic game I've ever
Yeah,
played.
that's right. Okay, cool. Jeff, what about you?
the most thematic game you've
Cute
ever
little
played.
pinball game. No,
Seriously. It is.
you're right. It is very thematic.
It's
It does feel like a
extremely
pinball game.
thematic,
You're
and
right.
it-
I still want to have sex with you. You're right. You
Well,
do
maybe
win.
I don't want to have sex with you.
That's never been the case. Not in my experience. All 87 times were initiated by you. See, Devin knows. She said, yeah, right. No, that's a great pick. That is a great pick. Or are you thinking that I would... Oh, look at you. You're so happy with that pick. It's good.
Thank you.
It's
Jeff?
good.
Okay, mine is... I'm going to say this one here and not in another category because I think you're going to say it in another category.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Shivers
Yeah,
for
good one.
thematic
Yeah.
game of the year.
Very good.
And I think a lot of that, again, has to do with the GM and how you play it. And just,
Yep, totally.
If you can get into that game, it can be very thematic.
And look at that coming in at the
Totally.
very end of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
snuck it right in there.
That's my theme, again, because I don't give a shit a lot about theme. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to pick something that is like
Yeah.
thematic.
True.
But that's kind of like in your face theme. So that's what I went with.
All right, so we have... Wait a minute. Actually, Natalie,
What?
you know that game did not come out in 2022.
Oh.
But Natalie won the category.
She
so
wins.
she's like
She wins the
greatest.
category.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think that came out like 2019.
Oh.
Let's see. Super skill
I have other
pinball.
ones I could pick.
No, that
you
came out in
not
20.
in
That
that-
came out in 2020. Although there was a Star Trek Super
what about
Skill Pinball.
Forcade?
That's the one we played. 2020 it came out. That was the first one.
So
but there
2
was
years old.
there was
My
a Super
bad.
Skill Pinball Holiday Special or Star Trek Super Skill Pinball that came out in 2022. We'll say that you played one of those, and that's what you
Well,
are.
that's
Urban Legends.
That's what you
embarrassing.
thought. That's pretty embarrassing. Cryptid Urban Legends.
Is that going to be...
Yeah,
That
do me a
was game of
favor.
the
Do me a
year.
favor. I love you a lot. Pick a game from this fucking year.
Damn.
All right, we'll come back to you. So
Wait,
now,
do you want me to pick a new game? Or
well, I
who
mean, unless you
cares?
want your number one thematic game of 2022 to be a game that came out in 2020.
Find a new one.
Yeah, pick a new one.
But you're still like won the
You
category.
win the
You're,
category.
like, the
We all
best.
know. We're all going
You're
to talk
the
about how
best.
you win. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
I think I won because I
think
picked
you
the
did.
game.
You picked the game that.
Mine is Mansions of Madness
Okay.
from 2016.
All right, here we go.
It was a mistake.
Now
I'll make
we
mistakes.
are going
right.
to the most strategic game of the year.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start again. So this one technically was. We talked about this before the show. This one was technically released in or it has a 2020.
Oh, it wasn't released in 2022.
But none of us played it. Not I mean, none of us in the U.S. Like nobody in the U.S. had this game in 2021, and so we didn't have this on our 2021 list because it wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
Right, so it's in this nebulous zone where it doesn't
About to
exist.
Give you some shit.
She was.
Technically still not 2022.
Do you have it on any of your lists?
No.
Okay, are you sure?
Not anymore. She doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Sure, I know.
Listen, you can probably put one of the other Super Pinball games on there if you want. Okay, so for most strategic game for me, it's Arc Nova, and it really wasn't that close for me personally. The one that Jeff's probably gonna say for his most strategic is probably was the runner up for me. But I have played Arc Nova. I think I've played it 25 times this year.
What? You played online.
I played
he
it,
played it
online
by
on
himself.
TTS.
Something. How many times? Like
I
a
probably
bunch.
played it 6 times IRL,
okay.
and then the rest was all on Tabletop Simulator solo. And
Yeah.
oh my god, the game solo, that's where the strategy comes alive. I think it's really hard to do it IRL and when you're playing multiplayer, but solo, it's got this little different rule change, and oh man, it becomes so.
Wow.
Oh,
It's like timed a little bit.
it's like
more, right?
yeah, I'm fisting the air
you.
for it. All right, Natalie, what about you? What's your most
I
strategic
feel
game
like
of
I
the year?
might take Jeff's.
Okay.
You want Jeff to go?
Wait, did
Guess
Jeff
I'll
say
win.
his?
No.
No.
But I feel like
but
mine is Jeff's.
I think-
but maybe not.
I think
Mine
I
is
know.
Jeff's and Jeff's is mine.
Okay.
I said Carnegie.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know. I had a hard time with this one because I was trying to think of like the best, most strategic game. Like
Best,
there's so
most.
many games that are like strategy games, but like this one felt the most like
Best.
thinky and
Best most.
strategic and like, you know, I don't know, just seemed to fit that category.
Absolutely, I agree. What do you remember? What your favorite part of the game was?
I think my favorite part was that board.
The action.
That was me buying time.
Oh, let me. Ooh,
Poor Natalie.
I seem to have dropped my pen.
favorite games of the year.
Ryan is like putting her on.
I seem to have dropped my pen.
such a beehole.
Let me-
I just asked you what your favorite part of the game was. I didn't expect you to not have
Usually when I'm
anything.
struggling, you're like, let me assist you in what you're trying to say.
I didn't know you were struggling. I thought you were just clearing your
It's the
throat.
part where like,
you were like, the board.
come out here.
First game was in 2020. Second game, I don't know the fucking place. That's how it goes.
I love the board.
It's like the player board where you like have the different like action spaces, and then you have to like put the pieces, like the workers on them, and like figure out, like strategize, like how what you're, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know what you mean.
Jeff's gonna say it because it's his.
Jeff's gonna say, I'll do it. I'll do it.
He'll fill in the gaps.
Yeah, I mean whatever he says.
Your list is off to a raucous start. I love this so much, Natalie.
She's got to take her sweater off.
She's just robing now. Oh my god! I cannot wait to see when Twister appears on your list. All right, Jeff, what about you?
I think, you know, I tried to go with like 2022 BGG, blah, blah, blah. Arc Nova is amazing.
great
and
game.
Strategy,
Yeah.
great. I'm going to say mine is Carnegie for the 2022 tag, right?
Do you like the board?
Yeah, I like the board and the...
player board thing.
You know, where you had the workers and you move them to the spots and the thing.
You know what I mean?
So for what Natalie is trying to say is your player board has all these different like departments and these different sort of rooms, and they have different actions. You have to like, kind of use your workers in different ways to activate those things.
Yeah.
You're also taking turns on everybody else's turn, which I love.
That's
because
really cool.
I'm picking the action for everybody at the table, so you have to kind of see like what is Devin going to pick, because I want to set my workers up for her turn and my turn and Ryan's turn. I think the game is awesome. I played it with Devin right away.
I played
I was just gonna say. Do you remember playing this game?
Okay, Devin, here's what you remember.
the board.
Here's what you remember. Do you remember on the player board, you like slid those gears out of the side like a big piece?
Yeah.
They were like sliding out. There was,
And
like, a gear,
there
and
was
you
like
slid
a
'em
map
out.
on the
And in
game
the
board.
action board, you had this like giant like nut.
And you like
And you moved it like.
I don't
Oh, boy.
remember the nut.
You know?
Oh wait, I kind of remember the nut.
Are you sure
are
I
we?
played this?
Devin, that's
Yes,
what you got to
I'm
do.
positive.
You got to look up the game, and then you'll see it, and you'll be like, "Oh yes, that game."
Oh yeah, that's my favorite
right.
strategy game of the
Yeah,
year.
that's my favorite
Oh,
one.
that's right. That's my
No, it's
favorite
just like you don't
strategy
remember it,
game
and then
of
you
the
see
year.
it, and you're like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Right. Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
now.
Carnegie.
This is going
that
so
is my-
great.
That's my strategy game of
Awesome.
2022 is Carnegie.
Very cool. All right, we are now moving on to the
Samesies.
best
Same D's. Because I like the board.
Oh yeah.
and the workers, and you know, there's fun. All right,
Oh, I didn't like the map on it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
does seem
me too.
like
That
a
was my
little
least
bit
favorite
of
part of the game.
Yeah.
It seemed like
Was
a
the
little bit
map.
of a tack on, but
I didn't. It didn't bother me, but it was. I was.
That wasn't the
I was
best
kind of
part.
like.
Using
I don't
that
really care
local
about
point.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, we're doing best filler game now. The filler game category I have selected. I'm a big fan of the blank and write games, and there is a blank and write game that came out in 2022 that I just want to play it all the time. Whenever we play a blank and write game, this is the one I want to play, and it's called Next Station London.
Great one.
And I knew I would want to when I first heard about it. And then Jeff got it, and I was like, oh, dude, I want to play that so bad. And we did, and it was amazing. And it's got these cards in it that you don't have to play in the regular game, but when you play, they give you like a little power, and then you kind of rotate them, and then you each have this power. And good God, that's fun. And I was like, when we played it that way, I was like, I'm never playing it without this again. I don't think it will be fun. And then every time since, I've played without
Oh my
them.
God, I forgot there
really?
even was powers.
Well, because I
we
played
played it
with
so much.
I played with like my
without it.
kids, or we played with a bunch of nons.
Yeah.
You know, and it is just as fun.
Cool.
Even
It
without
is.
those, and
Yeah.
and that made me so
there's objective
happy.
cards too, which can ramp it up a little.
Right, you can ramp it up with exactly, and it is always so fun. It's easy. It's got the different colored pencils, which is really cool in a game that comes with them, and just the way it handles everything is really awesome. You're just always going to see, these different symbols. They're like the PlayStation controller symbols, which is really cool. But you don't know because there's these different colored, the red cards. If all those red cards come out, the round is over. Boom. So that could happen. And so you never know quite how long the round's going to go. God, it's fun. It's fun. It's so good. So Natalie, what about you? What's your best filler game?
So this one was easy for me. My favorite one, I had to double check it was 2022, and it is so.
Okay.
It's
suck it,
Order
James.
Overload Cafe.
Yeah. Okay.
That game I've kind of been obsessed with.
Is it gonna be my
I know
least
we
favorite filler game?
won't overlap there, but
No,
I've
we're
kind
not.
of been like obsessed with this game since we got it
You're really
at
good
Gen
at it.
Con, and I've just had a blast every single time we played it. And it doesn't even matter how well we do; it's just always fun trying to memorize the stuff, and it's just hilarious. Everybody messing things up, or the tension. When you're
Because
like,
you're like,
trying
how
to.
can you not remember it when it's like hot coffee, iced coffee,
I've never played it.
iced latte,
It's awful.
It's
cinnamon
like a
roll.
memorizing game.
So one
It's
person
not
just,
awful,
one
it's
person
just
just
so
reads a bunch of
hard for some
cards,
reason.
and they just have different coffee shop things. So like, I'll read cards. Okay, cinnamon roll,
Like 68
lemonade,
cards. We'll read like 68
coffee,
cards.
hot coffee, cold coffee, iced coffee without ice, iced
Chocolate chip
latte,
cookie.
chocolate chip cookie, cinnamon roll, and then we stop. And now we deal cards out, and they have those words on them, and you have to remember. What did I just say?
So basically,
And you
we
have
go
to say
in
one.
order, and we
In
have
order.
to.
No.
Like
You just
we
ha-
go around the table,
Oh, okay.
and you just have to like say one at a time.
So you'd be like
And
iced
if-
coffee.
Yeah,
then
did I? Yeah, say
if I
one of the
have
ones
it
that I
without
said.
Okay, it was there.
Yeah,
Iced coffee without ice.
yeah, exactly.
Right, and then I'll be like, I have that one, and then like go to me and I'll say one, and we're trying to like you don't even have to get all of them. You have to get all of the cards.
you get
in
none
three
of them,
people's
like-
hands.
yeah, we played at Gen
I'm
Con,
like, I don't
and it
know,
was
don't-
I'm shocked you're not good at that.
it was me,
So bad.
Natalie, Jeff, Dave, and maybe Ben and Emily were
them.
playing.
Yeah.
It was the first fucking round, and Dave's. I read the cards, and I give them to Dave.
Dave reads like 8. Ryan reads like 6 cards.
Yeah, it was like 6 cards only, and so Dave's turn first, and he says a name. And it wasn't any of the
Usually
words,
the first person's the easiest. 'cause
I'm shocked Dave
'Cause-
wasn't
yeah.
good at it.
but it was funny
Dave
because
might be the worst at it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
might
he
be the
might
worst
be.
at it.
Yeah.
But the funny part wasn't necessarily
Yeah.
that he fucked up on the first word. The funny part was that all 6 of us were like, wait, that's not in there.
Of course it's a.
Yeah, none of us were like, that's
We're like,
wrong.
So
we were
that's
like,
what the
does
game
anyone
does
have
to you.
it?
You were like, someone's got to have this.
Yeah,
And
it's
nobody
just really
did with the
silly and
first
fun.
word.
And
Like,
what I've
how?
noticed is like boys are not that good at it compared to girls.
Ben was really. We played last night.
yeah,
Ben
well,
was
I was
amazing.
drinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben was.
He's got his
great.
Ben
memory
must be
palace.
practicing because it was usually like,
Yeah.
oh, Dave's out, Jeff's
Yep,
out,
Ryan's out.
Ryan's
Yeah.
It was Sam and Ben
Okay.
last night that were like carrying.
Oh my god, that's a good pick. All right, Jeff. What about you? What's your best filler game?
Mine's Next Station London.
Very good.
I have some backups that I really love this year. I thought Kites might be on one of our list, but
Yep.
Yeah,
I fizzled on it. That's the only
yeah.
thing. I loved it out the gate, and I just
Kites was great. I also love Downtown Farmers Market.
too.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
also on my list.
If I had to give the category to Blue Orange games, I would give it to Blue Orange.
Yeah, for
both
sure.
of those games because they're both very good. But I'm gonna take Next Station London.
I think that's the one. Awesome. All right, we're on to best components. For me, this was the easiest one for me to come up with. And best components for me is Wonderland's War. The components in Wonderland's War, if you have, especially if you have the Kickstarter version, I guess that's the caveat. Having
Yeah.
the Kickstarter version because
Not
it comes with
everybody
those
has
chips.
them. Yeah,
The chips that you pull out of the bag in Wonderland's War are fucking
and they
incredible.
don't they not have the minis?
Yeah,
some
there's
of them,
like
like,
standees.
standees.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have the Kickstarter edition, this is specifically for the Kickstarter edition, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's my caveat for me. But with the Kickstarter edition, it's got the minis, which are incredible sculpts. It's got those chips, which are fucking weighted and awesome, and you want to pull those out of the bag and feel them in your little finger pads. It's so awesome. And so Wonderland's War for me is the best componented game of 2022. I love it so much. Natalie, what about you? What is the best component game?
Same, babe, same.
It's the same Z's?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to think of other possibilities, and this was by far the best one.
Yeah, I compared
Nothing
it to
else
every other game. I'm
compared.
like, no.
And so I was like, I have to say it. Wonderland's War is the best components. And
Yep.
for the same reasons, the minis are awesome. And then, all the
the
chips
finger pad chips.
are great.
My finger pads.
And then I'm trying to think, like, I've like thought of a bunch of other games, and none of them had like components that compared to this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I also picked that.
Very cool. Jeff, what about you, man? What do you think have the
cute.
best components?
Yeah.
I have to like decide now between two.
Okay.
I thought one of you would say the Shivers.
Yeah.
I don't know how a pop-up book doesn't get at least a nod for best components.
Yeah, that's
Because it was
true.
pretty fucking sweet.
That
It's
is
awesome.
true.
Not many games you get like that. I'm going to go
Yeah,
a
it's very
little
good.
bit off the wall and say
Okay.
different game. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
I'm going to say the game First Rat by
Really? Okay.
Pegasus Spiele. Here's
Why you
why.
like the little-
Okay.
Little rat.
The little rats. So
rats.
he gets the little rats.
Little rascals.
Okay.
There's cheese in it.
Yeah, the cheese is all shaped cool. There's
Yeah.
like bottle caps all shaped cool. There's like these little cardboard rats that you get to put inside, like on top of the rat. That, like is like the super powered
Oh, yeah.
rat.
That's
I don't know,
cool.
It's just like
yeah, that was cute.
for it being it's cute. The whole thing is done very well for the theme. It's cute. It's also like you can make a game with great components and it still be like cardboard tokens. And
Yeah.
I want to say like that's the way to do it, because they could just be triangular cheese, but they made them like a little rigid.
Yeah.
It could be just like a cube, but it's not. And I think that's saying something to take it to a little bit like an upper level, but keeping it kind of cardboard.
Interesting.
So,
First rat, huh?
for that, I'm gonna go with First Rat.
Very cool.
That's gonna be the lame,
The
duck
hot
of
pick
group.
of the... No,
Yeah,
man, that's
but
sweet. I like it.
At least it came out in 2022, so I got that
That's
going.
true. That's true.
All right, so we are now on to best artwork. Okay. This was...
Long pause.
Components was easy for me. Artwork is tricky. I have a couple. So we just played. I'm going to give my honorable mention, almost 1A, to Wonderland's War. Because Wonderland's War,
Got great art.
oh my god, the art on Wonderland's War is
So
beautiful.
good.
Until we played Flamecraft a couple days ago, and I can't stop thinking about the art on that 10 miles long board that
Yeah.
it has. But the game is really good as well. But the artwork, if it didn't have that artwork, it wouldn't be what it is. And that's an example of a game that the gameplay for me can be elevated and heightened by the artwork.
Yeah.
You know, you play the game and you're like, okay, this is actually really fun. I'm surprised how fun this is. But then every time you play something, you just get to look at what is
Yeah.
on the board and what's on their cards and your dragons. You know, everything looks
I was looking at
Awesome.
I was looking online at it, and there was like there's a bunch of pictures of just like the boards, and it looked like I was looking at like a children's storybook illustration.
That's what it kind of looks like. Although it doesn't seem kiddie.
No, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
that's how like the artwork was like good, as in like it's in a book.
Look it up.
You
Yeah,
know
what's
what
it
I
called?
mean?
Flamecraft.
Flamecraft.
It's really cute. You'd probably like it.
It's very cutesy. That's my
have it. We
pick.
play
It was Wonderland's War, and that went back and forth, and I was like, I think I have to give it to Flamecraft. And the reason was because Wonderland's War I find fun despite the artwork. The
Yeah.
artwork, I'm not like, oh, I think the artwork is fantastic, but I'm not
Me
like,
too.
I can't wait to play this so I can look at it. But Flamecraft,
Yeah.
part of why I want to play that is I want to look at it. Natalie, what about you? What's your best artwork?
I agree that those two are awesome, but I kind of went with one that stood out for me that wasn't like a super obvious choice, but I think the artwork was like so beautiful, and the cover and the cards.
What is she
and
gonna say?
That is Living Forest.
Yeah, okay, good.
The animals
good pick.
in there, like it's so cool.
That's
and,
beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that one to me, I just
Lush.
remember it, and just like I loved looking at all the cards, and
True.
I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. All right, Jeff, what about you, man?
Mine's Flamecraft as well.
Yeah.
I had a couple backups, like Lacrimosa. If it was just like cover artwork,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that one. I
Yeah.
like the cover of Lacrimosa. Like, I think that's gorgeous.
It's sweet looking.
I love the art and box cover of Skate Summer, which I just think is like
that is a really cool graffiti.
I think that was awesome. And then the Title Blades, anything Title Blades. That Banner
cool.
Festival was a very beautiful looking
That was
game.
a fun game.
But I think Flamecraft, for me, with Sandra Tang, takes that game to show.
Yeah,
Takes the best
it
part.
wins it, I think. So that brings us, you guys.
Oh boy.
We are on Best Overall Game of the Year 2022.
2022.
Oh my gosh, this has been insanely tricky for me.
Cryptid Urban Legend.
Cryptid Urban Legends for show. There are so many good games that came out this year. It was
a good year.
This was a great year for
Might
board
be,
games.
Like the best in a long time.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
We have
Jeff-
20% of our essentials line came out in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before the podcast, Jeff was saying, like, he's like, there was a lot of games that I loved from this year that aren't even going to make any of the lists.
Yeah.
I know. I was
That's how many
disappointed,
good
'cause I was
games
like,
came out.
Because last year we talked about best party game, and I'm like, we're missing this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, some of these games are going to be left out of my lists. But man, there were
know.
some
Yeah.
amazing games.
Amazing. So for my game of the year, it's crazy because my game of the year is not on our essentials list. And it was between those two games on our essentials list and the game that beat it out, which is my best components game. It's Wonderland's War for me. I love that game so much. I want to be playing it all the time. Everything about that game is it's just fun for me. It was almost my pick for best artwork too.
Yeah.
So it almost won components, artwork, and game of the year.
We just had a whole Hadrian's Wall situation.
Yeah.
We've been a Hadrian's Wall
went
situation.
around. Hadrian's Wall.
For you, Hadrian's Wall.
You get a Hadrian's Wall. You get a Hadrian's Wall. And I love it. I just fucking love that game. And Guild of Merchant Explorers, I think, was probably 1A, and Planet Unknown was probably 1B. But I could not decide. But Wonderland's War takes the crown for me for Game of the Year 2022. What about you, Natalie?
Yes, that was a good one. I also had a similar problem. I had 3 games that I just couldn't. I was like, I don't know what to pick. Like, I can't decide. But I think at the end of the day, I have to go with Guild of Merchant Explorers because that is one that not only like took me by surprise. It's kind of like what I said about Order Overload. Like, we kind of were obsessed with it after we were. We showed it to everybody. We were playing it a lot.
You almost picked that game as your game of the year.
What? I did pick that game. Like,
No, Order Over. Did you say that?
oh no, I'm saying
No,
I
she's
was
just
obsessed
saying
with it
we were
that.
obsessed with it like
Okay,
that.
Oh, no,
that was on your list.
No,
of
my list
games.
was Wonderland's
I'm so
War,
mad.
Ark Nova, or Guild of Merchant Explorers. Which I mean, I was like, I'm stuck. I don't know which one to pick.
Right, they're all so
but
good.
I think out of all of those, Guild of Merchant Explorers just hits that sweet spot more than the other two. And like I said, we were kind of obsessed with that. I played it the most. It's one of those games where like, I like go a month without playing it, and then I play it again. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so good. I'm right. Like, it's not.
I'm right.
and it's not getting old.
Yeah,
It's
I'm a
great.
smart lady. You're right. That's a great choice. The surprise factor elevates it
Yeah.
a little bit for us. Okay, Jeff, what about you, man? Game of the year, dude.
I agree with Natalie.
Really?
Guild of Merchant Explorers. We almost 3 of us almost
yeah,
did it.
the Hall of Guild of Merchant Traveling
know.
Pants.
Yep.
Not the
Sisterhood,
best art,
whatever.
but
Board game generic
the best
name
game.
Yeah, I think
created.
the surprise of it also helped. That's a game that Devin hasn't played that yet.
Ooh.
But it's a game
think you're gonna
that
like it.
I think so
there's
too.
been a few times in the last couple weeks that I was like, we should play this because it's an essential. We could kind of talk about it. But then we got into playing like Lacrimosa and
Yeah.
we played like heavier stuff.
Well, and it's one. It's like it's not super heavy. It's not long. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's just a
the game
really
just
good
feels
game.
good. It just feels fucking good
yeah,
to play.
Guild of Merchant Explorers is my game of the year, with Planet Unknown being very close, Carnegie being very close for me. Lacrimosa probably in like a top 5-ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Devin, sorry. And but yeah, that was mine.
There's some other great games this year that I would just love to just rattle off, right? Three Sisters came out this year.
I know Three Sisters. We
2022.
were like playing that all the time.
Paint the Roses that Devin hates. Natalie and I
Oh,
love
Decorum.
that
I'm
game.
surprised Decorum didn't show up on one of my
Yeah, Decorum.
things, but like you said, there's
Green
so
Team
many
wins.
games.
Ready, Set, Bet.
Yeah, Green Team.
I mean, all these
wins.
games came out.
Yeah,
in
I was thinking
2022.
if we had our last year's categories, one was party game, which would have been Green Team Wins.
Green Team Wins would have won that.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had cooperative or something.
Yeah, we did cooperative I think, and two-player.
Viticulture World is wonderful. Dev and I played that. We played a Sobek game for 2 players. That game was great.
Right.
We probably would have picked like Decorum for cooperative.
We haven't
or
played
Paint the
Oros
Roses.
yet, but that we just got that shipped.
Damn
to
it, I
us.
have not gotten that yet.
What is it?
Weird.
Oros. Yeah, it's a Kickstarter. But Jeff got it like days ago, and I still haven't gotten
days.
it yet. Weird.
Yeah,
It was a banner year. It was a banner fucking year
Yeah.
for board games. So, very cool. We also have some stat compilations.
Ooh.
Once again for you all this year, as Natalie actually logged her plays, which we found out in the Nook.
Way to go.
For once in her goddamn life. Here's how it all shook out. So let's start with total plays. I was very surprised at how many plays I had this year. I had 471 plays. This is not expansions.
Seems
I
like
took
a lot.
all expansions out. Yeah,
It's
it's
like
a
way
lot.
more than me.
Well, it's weird. Jeff and Natalie were almost the exact same number.
All right.
Jeff,
You didn't log your chess plays, did you? You always log chess plays. You have like 80 plays. Of
I don't
chess
log
every
chess
year.
when I play online. I never
Okay.
log that. No, I don't log those.
Well, he played a lot of games online that like I
The only games
Ark
I
Nova.
did log my Ark Nova
Yes,
plays.
exactly.
Yeah, I logged my Ark Nova. Natalie played 361, and she was behind Jeff as of yesterday.
Ooh.
But we played 4 games yesterday. So Jeff has 359. 359 and 361. We went through. I was like, how do I have over almost 100
like
more
game a day.
plays?
Game of day.
And so we just went through, and it was just
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
were,
it was legit.
Total different game plays.
Okay.
Me and Jeff are extremely close on this one here, which is funny because we don't really play games together.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
it just
a
happens to
ton
be-
other than at Nerdfest, and even at Nerdfest we don't
Yeah.
always get to
Before
play
the
games together.
podcast, we will, but like.
But it's funny. So I have 181 different games played. Jeff has 178, so we're like within 3.
Yeah.
And Natalie was at 157.
Okay.
So now I did our top 5 games that we played this year. So let's start with
okay.
Jeff.
All right.
Jeff's 5th most played game of the year was a tie between Micro Macro
Okay.
and Strike.
Okay.
Oh,
You played each of those 8
Someone's
times.
at 8. All right. Yeah,
Yep.
10-ish. Okay.
Right? So Clover was your number 4.
Okay.
You played that 9
Dozen.
times.
All right.
Yep. The Crew was number 3.
Oh, yeah.
You played that 13 times.
Okay.
Probably all in one sitting.
Yeah, probably. Maybe
You
2
know,
sittings.
that's how it
yeah.
goes.
With me, I had 13.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know these?
No.
Do you have a guess for your number 2? Think of a game
I
you
think
played
I-
a lot of this year.
I think I know what my number 1 is.
I'm sure you do. Your number 1 should be pretty obvious to you, I would think.
What did I play a lot this
Because
year?
your number 1 game was higher plays than both mine and Natalie's number 1.
And my number 1 is probably Draconic Dice.
Correct.
which we
Draconic
just
Dice is your number 1
stupidly
game.
played
That
all
little
the
game that you
time.
play with Bill.
Yeah, that
Yeah, what do you think
game.
your number 2 game could be?
Probably something really obvious because I played it so many fucking times.
You talked about it that it was a possibility for filler game. That might just give it away.
Oh, Kites?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You played
All
Kites
right.
20 times.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. Which is more than both Natalie and I this year. All right, Natalie, your turn. Number 5 for you was Paint the Roses with 11, Devin's favorite game. Number 4 was Insider. We played Insider
God,
yesterday.
How many times I play
Love that
Insider?
game.
I know, it's great.
Yeah.
I don't think I might
Insider's
have
so
we
two
played
good.
it at
this year.
Grand
Really?
Con. We played it last night.
Yep.
We probably played it
13 plays of Insider you have amassed this year. Number 3 for you was Kites as well. I mean, Jeff was number 2, but still, Kites again. 13 plays you had. Jeff had 20. Number 2 was The Crew. You had the exact same number of plays as
Yeah.
Jeff, 13, so
Okay.
you must have been playing that
Yep.
together.
Probably at Nerdfest.
Yep, must have been. And your number 1 with 22 plays was Decorum. We played the fuck
Yeah.
out of
Wow.
Decorum.
We played it a lot.
We played every
We went
scenario
through
in the
the whole
box.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Now for me, number 5 for me was Win Lose Banana. Really, it's Win Lose
Nice.
Gamecasters.
Win Lose Gamecasters.
I
Yeah,
played
I
that with the
played with the
kids.
kids.
I played with the kids 16 times. That was my number 5. Number 4 for me was Kites. So Kites made all of our lists.
Yep.
I played that 17 times. Number 3 was Ark Nova. I thought it was 20 or so. It was 19. I played that 19 times this year in 2020.
That's a
Number
lot.
2 was Decorum. I played it 23 times, one more time than Natalie, because I think I played it one time.
Oh, on TTS with someone.
No, not TTS, but I definitely played it without you. Here, did I play with you, Jeff?
I played it either once or twice.
We played it together. No, we played it together. No, 3 of us played it together. Somehow I have one
Maybe-
more
I
play.
probably
Or maybe you
forgot
didn't
a
log.
log.
And number
Yeah.
1 for me, which is no surprise to me, with 26 plays, is Strike.
Yep.
Played Strike a bunch.
Yeah.
The kids loved to play Strike.
That, like, my Draconic Dice kind of replaced strike for at least our goofy end of the night.
Like,
play.
here we go kind of thing. Okay. Natalie, can you do me a favor and give out a couple of green team wins pads? So, you guys. For anyone who doesn't know Devin,
Oh, God.
which is literally all of you,
Yeah.
other than Jeff's family and Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Yeah, Laura.
Who are listening to this.
My one friend.
No, we're all your friends. Anyone who doesn't know Devin, you know that she didn't begin her love life with Jeff as a gamer. Devin is one of the most easygoing, go-with-the-flow type of people. So it wasn't that difficult for Jeff to completely steamroll her into playing anything he damn well chose. Well, over time, as captives sometimes fall in love with their captors, so too did Devin start to, quote, love board games. And over the past couple of years, she's really cemented herself as a dweeby little gamer.
Yep.
Maybe not a hardcore gamer, but more of a Cinemax softcore gamer.
Yeah.
So I thought it might be fun to gear our game of the episode kind of towards her.
Ooh.
So we're going to play. Here's what we're going to play.
Cute.
It's cute. We're going to play Board Game Newlyweds, even though they've been married for like, what, 5 years now?
Okay.
Here's how it will work.
4, I think.
You each have a whiteboard in front of you. Natalie and I are going to take turns reading questions, and each of you are going to write your answer down on the whiteboards independently of each other. Okay? We will then have you reveal them to us, and then we're going to total up the matches to see how in love you actually are. Does that make sense? Are you guys ready for this?
There's random questions.
There's a mishmash, but they're mostly board game related. They're mostly board game related.
Yeah.
Natalie, do you want to start us off, or do you want me to start us off? You pick.
I'll start us.
Okay, Natalie's gonna start us off. Here we go. Question number 1.
Question number 1. How many games would Devin ideally play in 1 week?
So you guys write down a number.
Ideally.
Yep,
Yeah.
ideally in 1 week.
Yes.
So Jeff has to think of how many games Devin will want to play. Devin, you have to think of how many games Devin will want to play. Are you guys ready? Let's reveal. The revealed number is from Jeff says 2. Devin says 1. Okay, that's pretty good though.
That's close.
That's pretty good.
1.
I almost put 2.
You did.
Sometimes like a small game and then like.
Yeah.
All right, we'll say you said 2. All right, number 2. This is this is about Devin.
Okay.
Would Devin rather play board games or have sex? Go ahead, Devin. What do you think?
Depends on the night.
Yeah.
Write that if you want. All things being equal, would
right.
you rather have sex or play board games? Is this 2 people having sex? Okay, Jeff, what do you say? Jeff says...
I said sex because it's faster.
sex because it's better. Devin also said sex.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
right.
got one because it's faster.
Yeah.
Wait. You mean like the pacing is faster or it's over with quicker?
Probably over with.
Devin, that's so mean to my boy.
Well, I love them.
Oh, yeah, but you don't love it.
No.
Just get it over with, Jeff. Just fucking
Just
get it over
do it.
with. All right, number 3. Natalie, what's number 3?
Would Jeff rather play board games or have sex?
That's easy. That's easy. Just
Is it though?
He loved board games.
He does love. The man loves board games.
I wrote sex.
Yeah, that's the right answer, by the way. Most of these don't have a right answer. You guys have 2.
Yep.
Hey.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 in bed. All right, here we go. Number 4. How many actual game titles can Devin correctly name if pressed right now? If you said, Devin, how many games can you think of? How many game names can you think of? How many do you think you could come up with? Jeff, what do you say?
I said 15.
Devin?
Oh, 5.
Oh, hey, the number 5 is in there. I think we're going to give you a half a
You
point there.
could go.
Yeah, can you do it? You said you can do 5. What 5 can you name?
Now I'm thinking of like Uno.
All right, that's a game. That's a game.
Yes,
That's a game.
Nova,
That's a game.
Bitoku,
Boom.
La Cremosa,
Okay, that's 5. Could you get 10 more?
Creamy one.
Cafe Overload.
Nope.
No.
That's okay.
Overload Cafe.
Nope.
What about your?
What is it?
What are your favorite games?
Order overload.
Order Overload
You're like, what the
Cafe.
fuck is it then,
Yeah.
bitch?
What are your favorite ones?
Orlean.
There you go.
That's 6.
Well, hold on. The next question is, what is Devin's favorite game of all time?
Oh, did we just give it away?
Well, I didn't want her to say a bunch of her favorite games.
Right, good point. Yeah, what is Devin's favorite game of all time? You're 2 for 4.
He knows more than me.
About your favorite game?
It's
I don't know.
this. Or your favorite game right now.
Oh, of all time. Hey, look at all that chicken over there.
A whole plate.
Who just puts a whole fucking plate
Fat
of Chinese?
Fucks. That's who does it. Fat fucks.
Ready?
Let's eat a whole pizza.
I wrote
Orlean,
I wrote
Castle of Burgundy.
Burgundy.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you agree with Jeff?
Yeah.
Do you think that's? Do you like that better than Orlean?
I don't know. It depends on
I was gonna write Orlean.
Yeah, I like
Were
them
you?
both.
So it's like
Castleberg
two
is
of them.
faster.
I like them
Okay.
both about the same.
Still doing good?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What game does Devin just hate? Like, what game does she hate? When you think of
think I
Devin,
know.
what game do you think you hate? It might have been on my on my list for games played.
Paint the roses.
Paint the Roses. Man, that really didn't click with you, did it?
I almost wrote that dumbass pirate game that we played with
Yeah,
Joe.
Joe, freaking pirate game.
Do you remember the name? Do you remember the name of that game, Devin?
Pirate game?
Yeah.
It's called the pirate game.
Do you remember the name of that? What? Pirate game?
Yes.
Yes, pirate game.
It's called pirate game.
All right, number 7, Natalie.
All right. What is Jeff's favorite game of all time?
Is this easy, Devin? She's writing it
I
so
think
fast.
so.
I'll give you a hint after you write it. He has mentioned that it's his favorite game in this episode. Go ahead, Devin. What did you say? Underwater Cities.
What did you say? Uno cities?
I
Uno.
wrote under UND, cities.
Cities. Now, are you keeping score, Natalie?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they at right now?
4.
Wow, 4 of 7?
Not bad.
Look at you guys go. All right, here we go. Number 8.
And 2 of them were sex.
Would Devin have had sex with Jeff in high school? We know Natalie's take.
Ready?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, shit, they both knew it. They said no. They both said no.
Both said no.
Really? Okay, we need a little bit of
No one is
explanation.
having sex with Jeff in high school, apparently.
No one's having sex with me in high school either.
I would have had
Are you-
sex with
because
you in
you're
high
like,
school.
I'm not having sex, or you
I
just
was
think.
so quiet. No one knew
But the
me.
question is, would you have had sex with Jeff?
Like if he like was trying to have sex.
I don't know.
That's what I said no. The way I was
You both
in
said
high
no.
school.
The way I look.
Excuse me, Spirit King.
Thank
Excuse
you.
me.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Let me hype man the shit out of Jeff for a second. Jeff has always been the sexiest, debonairiest
Popular.
man. Yeah, well, it's too late. Either way, you got it right.
Yeah.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Either way.
You're sharing a brain, doesn't
High
matter.
school Jeff's still having sex.
All right,
so
here we
it's
go.
good.
Number 9.
Devin finds out Jeff owns a poop knife. What's the first thing she says?
Devin, you want to reveal yours first?
Can I use it?
Can I use it?
I thought for sure it'd be
Ew, I thought it would be. I was like setting her up for ew. Can I use
How
it?
did this happen? They're meant to be.
They were meant to fucking be. Let's hear a little context,
hear
please.
this
How did
explanation.
You guys,
How
I
did
feel
this
like
become
as that
the
happened,
same?
they were like, "Oh God, it's
must be
coming
like an
true.
inside
It's
thing."
coming true." He's asking us this question. We wanted
Yes,
this
like,
one.
yes, the poop knife story is about
Poop
me.
knife story.
I just feel like we're kind of open about bathroom issues.
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on a
funny,
second.
yeah.
You've never discussed this before?
No.
You just knew?
What? Are you surprised that you both wrote that?
No.
Devin and I have some of our humor is funny, like bathroom fart
do you and me
stuff
love
is
each
kind of
other?
funny. Yeah.
You are.
I don't
just,
know
like,
if we know each
oddly,
other.
Like you don't like anything, any bodily function stuff.
That kind of stuff is
See,
funny to
and
me.
we like talking
What I'm
about
saying
Yeah.
is they said the same fucking thing.
Oh,
They
that
didn't just
blows
say
my
like,
mind.
like she didn't say, "Can I use it?" And Jeff said, "Can I have a turn?"
Yeah.
Right? They both said, "Can I
know.
use it?"
That's hilarious.
Have you seen them in
really
pictures
funny.
together?
I know.
God damn it. All right, number 10. What game does Devin want to play next? Like, have you played a game with her where she's like, I want to play that game again? Like, soon. If you had to guess, what game does Devin want to play next?
She wrote down something quick.
I cannot fucking believe they got that.
I know. That was
We-
impressive.
All right, Jeff, what do you think the game is that Devin wants to play next?
Orlean.
Oh, I put Ark Nova.
Oh,
Ark
yeah,
Nova,
you did
okay.
say it. Devin's
Wow.
right.
Nice.
It doesn't
Devin's
matter.
right.
It doesn't matter if you got all of them wrong,
Yeah.
except number 9.
Was there 10?
That was 10.
What?
They got 6 out of 10. That's good.
Damn, you are a 60% match.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was
D minus.
fantastic. I want to know more about this. Can I use it?
I know.
That was funny.
We're just open.
It's just
about-
funny. It's part. Like, I think we think that stuff's funny.
Yeah, we just.
Like the poop knife story is hilarious to the two of us.
Yeah.
I get that.
And just
How
like,
did you land on the same 3
Yeah,
fucking
can
words?
I use it? How did that happen?
Out of every word, that's 4 words, I guess.
Spend a lot of time together. I don't know.
That's funny. Well, we're married.
Yeah, we're meant to be.
Should
Thanks,
we get
Matt.
divorced?
No.
How could? How? Look, I'm serious.
What would
Like,
you
I'm
have said?
actually serious.
What would you have said?
I was setting you up for ew, so I didn't. It was like
know, I thought
it was like a
setup.
joke question.
But like,
'Cause-
what would you two have said?
Let's see. If I found out you had a poop knife, or no, if you found out I had a poop knife, what do I think you would say?
Yeah.
I
Here's
think
what Natalie would say. Ryan.
I think she would. I think she would be absolutely disgusted and say something like, "What is this?" Or like, "We need to talk about this." That's what I think.
What did you say when you found out about the pee bottles?
I was like, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
That's probably what I'd say.
That's
What's wrong
probably
with you?
Natalie's most uttered phrase
What's wrong
towards
with you?
me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? And that's not a joke.
It's not a
That's
joke.
actually true.
So that is such a thing that when the first time we met Patty McCown at Grand Con,
McDave.
we were at an elevator and he accidentally pushed the up and the down buttons for like the elevator, and and he's like, oopsie, and she was like, what's wrong with you? And I just like laughed for 10
She
minutes.
was
I'm like, I say
dying
that all the
laughing,
time.
'cause that was like
And
the
it's
first
a
interaction with this
stranger
person.
basically saying that to him.
Yeah. Okay. So to end the show here, we are going to go through our top 5 new to me games of 2022. So it would be definitely acceptable for Natalie to put something like, I don't know, Super Skill Pinball 4K on this list, because it doesn't necessarily have to have been published in 2022. But we have a new person here with us that's going to participate. And so we're going to end with you, Devin, this time. Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to start clockwise. We're going to go clockwise and end with Devin. So Natalie, you're going to go first.
Okay.
So if you can give us the number 5 game of 2022 that was new to you,
Okay.
please.
It would be Witchstone.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay. I
game-
thought that was going to be on your list.
We played that with Sam, and I absolutely loved it. It's one of those games where, like, the first time I played it and in the middle of playing it, I was like, I love this game. This is so fun. And I know that's not a 2022 game.
Doesn't
And so
have to
I
be
was
to me.
proud
No,
of
it's
it.
new to you.
I know. I just mean I was proud that I didn't only pick, because like there's so many good 2022
I know. It's
games
hard to not
that I was
pick a
kind of like,
2022
wow,
game.
this is a game that wasn't from this year that made it to this top.
Yeah. Agreed. Good pick. I knew that was going to be on your list. I actually thought it would be higher. Jeff, what about you, man? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Origins First Builders.
Good game. That's right. That
I
was
really
a this
like
year
that game. Played it a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 times this year, and it's good. It's like it's very good.
Yeah.
It's better than good, not great.
Better than great. Better than good, not great.
You know, it's
Right.
in that top 10, like 10% of the 10%.
For sure.
Yeah. Again, Board and Dice just kills it with.
They
whatever.
do, man. They're the publisher to beat right now.
Yeah.
I feel like number 5 for me is Ark Nova. It's Ark Nova. That game, and this is a year where Ark Nova is number 5.
Yeah, that's
Right?
nuts.
It's the number 4 game of all time according to Board Game Geek, and it's the 5th best game I played in 2022, which tells you something about how great of a year this was.
Yeah.
Devin, what about you?
My number 5 is Codenames Duet.
Awesome.
one.
Best code names
I
in
mean,
my opinion.
me and Jeff played like 5 rounds of it in
Yeah.
one night, but then we haven't really come back to it, so we should probably.
It's hard too. It's like a
Yeah.
difficult game to win, which is one of the things you want.
It
in
kind
that
of
kind game.
surprised me with how like
Right.
different it was than the regular Codenames.
Yeah, we
Agreed.
love that one.
We play that all the time.
Yeah, that's their favorite.
Very cool. Good pick, Devin. All right, Natalie, number 4.
My number 4 is Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Hell yeah,
Good game.
That game
Nice.
is so awesome.
it is.
You played it again after we played it, right?
Yep, we played it at
And
Grand
then
Con.
bought it. Or did you buy it? And then
Yeah.
So I bought it so somebody was selling it on. There was like a flea market at Grand Con. Somebody was selling it for new and shrink for $20,
Oh.
and I bought it and we played it
You're
then.
like, all right.
Yeah.
Yep, and it was just as fun.
And that's a fun one.
So
and that's
good.
one
What a
that
game!
I
I
feel
like
like
that game a lot.
you can play with like all kinds of different gamers. Like Cameron played it, and it's like a cool like cooperative but not cooperative.
Yeah, you're
You
working
know-
together because Cameron doesn't need to do all the thinking by himself.
Right,
It's
yeah.
two partners.
got
Perfect
two
for
partners,
that.
exactly.
And but it's also like you're cooperating with someone else, but like you have an individual score too.
Yeah, there's one winner.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Jeff, what about you, man? Number 4.
My number 4, because I got to give a shout out to my favorite party game of the year. My number 4 is Green Team Wins.
Good.
It's just going to be
game.
my go-to big group game for a while, I think.
Sure.
Unless something else just crushes it later. But man,
I played that we had a work Christmas party.
yeah.
Over the computer, and I played it.
How'd it go?
It was great. Everybody loved it.
It just is so simple, and you can play it anywhere. You can play with grandma, you can play with kids, you can play with gamers, and it's just fun.
We played it at Christmas at Natalie's family's house, and Scarlett played.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was
Write
so
down
cute.
something. And usually, because it's like, here are the choices you can write down.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
And then we actually played it with Ben and Em last night with their
Yeah.
kids. And Calvin was
we
playing
actually
everything.
played
and
it
was,
here
it
at
was
home
fun.
with the kids. I would just like go through the cards and pick ones that were more like that they knew what they were,
Right.
Well, and a lot of stuff's easy because other than the fill in the blank, which is the most challenging for little kids,
Right.
the this or that or the multiple choice, you could just write 1, 2, or 3.
Right, so I don't,
they don't
know
need
how
to
to
write
spell
So they don't have to know how to spell
stuff,
anything.
right, yeah.
You know, they can just say like, "This is the best one," and so that's a great pick. Number 4 for me is Planet Unknown, the newest essential game into the Gamecasters Essentials line this year. And again, number 4, and it's an essential. That's my. And I played
Another
3 better
essential.
games than that this year. Holy
Yeah.
fuck,
Nice.
Devin! What about you? What's your number 4?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if I played this before. Because I don't know if I was.
Uh-oh.
Well, nobody would know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Fuck it, nobody
And
knows.
Well,
it
the
might be
first
a
time I
surprise
played it
to me.
was at Ben and M's. So I'm trying to think about when we went there the first time. Strike.
Yeah. Okay. You
That was my
probably
first
have.
time.
I would think you've. Wow. Maybe not.
I know.
That was my
she didn't
first
play it
time.
before we went to
Was-
Ben and M's. I
yeah.
don't remember when it was.
That was a fun time.
But either way, it's,
Yeah.
the fact that you only just recently
Wait, was that
played
the one where
Yeah.
he kept being like,
Yeah, he like.
calling the numbers out
Yeah,
before
like
they
the
had to
last
finish.
savant.
Yeah.
Like,
That was a
the
fun
dice didn't even leave
play.
your hand. You're like 2s, 4s.
I know, everyone's like, how are you seeing this?
Yeah, from the
That's a
kitchen.
great. It's a,
Threes.
it's a great.
Take
Yeah,
that one out. You got 3.
yeah. He's like taking them out before they even got in.
Yeah, like you don't even like,
It's like catching them mid throw. That was gonna
Man,
be 6.
that's funny stuff. That's awesome, Devin. Strike is a great game.
That's a good game.
All right, Natalie. What about you? You are on number 3.
My number 3 is Decorum.
Yep.
We played the crap out of that game.
We did.
It's like a cooperative game, which we like, and it's also kind of like a. I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like it's kind of like deduction-y, but like
Yeah, it's deduction, but,
but like-
yeah, it's not like the deduction like Code 777.
right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not quite like that.
It's
but
just like it's just an interesting, different game, but it just uses your brain in this way that I like really enjoyed.
it was fun.
Yeah.
And there's an app that has like millions of other combinations of ways to play,
Mm-hmm.
so we can kind of play it forever.
That was a cool
once
game. It
comes
was like
out.
HGTV.
yeah,
the game.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, Jeff, what about you, man? Number 3.
My number 3. I feel like I'm gonna start having some crossovers.
Yeah,
Probably.
definitely.
So I would say if I'm making this list, I want to try to talk about a few other games. Ark Nova is going to be like, that is one of my favorite games ever. So like,
Yes.
that would probably be on the list, but I'm
Same.
going to leave it off because
Same.
it's going to be said a lot. So I'm going to say, gosh, what do I say? What do I say?
I know.
I'm going to say, we'll just say Carnegie and then we'll move on. Carnegie is,
The board.
It's got to be on there.
yeah,
it's got the board.
It's the board. Yeah. So I'll say Carnegie
And
at
the
number
workers
3.
and stuff.
I know I've said it already in the thing, but I don't know if it's going to be on anybody else's list. But Carnegie is my number.
Cool. Very cool. Number 3 for me is the Guild of Merchant Explorers, which was the game of the year for Jeff and Natalie. And
yep.
god damn, that game is so fucking awesome.
So good.
Another essential. Another essential. Another essential. Devin, number 3 for you.
Obsession.
Ooh, good
Oh,
one.
good one.
Yeah.
I technically played that in December because I looked. That was the first game I looked at.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, when did I play that? It was
on my
December of
radar,
last
but
year.
I thought maybe it was us playing it last.
Yeah, it was December of
Okay.
last year because that good call. Devin.
Or else I've totally probably.
What is it that you
that.
like about that game?
I like all the little workers, all the different jobs they can do.
It's cool. It's different.
It's actually kind of fun to role play as like I'm coming over here now to
Those-
get some hand stuff from
those
you because it's just
goofy,
all it is his
yeah.
family's trying to like make their kids
Right.
fuck
Yeah.
each other.
Right.
It's like all it's about. All right, Natalie, what about you? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Wonderland's War.
Awesome.
That's a game that really surprised me, and man, we loved every play of that game.
Yeah, we have.
And it's definitely one that has some ups and downs because it has the bag building element. But for a game that has like battles and stuff, I surprisingly was really into it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that when it was before it came to us, I was like, I don't know why I backed this thing. It seems like it's just going to be in your face.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
And we played it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I
Yeah.
backed this thing. Awesome, good pick, Jeff. Number 2.
My number 2 is Obsession.
Really?
I played that
Oh, okay.
in
Nice.
January.
Yeah.
So Amanda taught it.
Right, and
Oh,
Nerdfest.
that's
at
right.
Nerdfest.
Yeah.
And then Devin bought it for me for
Yes,
yeah,
that's
what did I
right.
buy?
a gift. You
That's
just like,
right
I don't
for
know,
Father's Day,
maybe.
maybe.
And then we played it pretty much when we showed up.
Yeah, maybe it was.
I think it was Father's Day.
Yeah.
Other than complaining about the rule book all the time.
Yeah, the rules are.
And right now, it's like I think I could sit down and play the game and have 85 to 90%.
Agreed. I
already
thought the
there.
same thing.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Yeah, so that's an easy game to play. That's another one that I've wanted to play more recently. Ark Nova and that have been
Cool.
on my radar,
Yeah.
staring at me.
Number 2 is my number 1 game of the year this year in Wonderland's War, same as Natalie. So, Devin, what is your number 2?
Ark Nova.
Boom! Wow, you
I
like
that
Ark
game.
Nova?
I really like that game a lot.
Very
It
awesome.
is a really good game.
Well, it's fun because it's simple. there's a lot of strategy to it, but it's like you just pick a card
Yeah, but
and do what the card says.
Yeah, so that's why.
And then, okay, now I can play a
That's mostly
card.
what
I like
It's
the
like,
pictures on the cards. I like how every game is different that you play.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played that almost back to back. I don't think I
I
packed
think.
it up.
Yeah, no, we left it out.
yeah. Right, it's fun.
Yeah.
Did you
so
just
good.
did you just continue on with the deck after your second game?
No,
or
I
did you
think
reshuffle?
I think I shuffled
because
them
we
up.
did that one time where we just
Yeah,
played
that's
and
so
then we
huge.
like
Probably,
left,
that's a good idea.
and then just kept going so we could see all the cards.
We saw a lot of different cards though. I think it's just there's 200 or something.
There's a shit ton of
I know.
cards. Yeah, cool.
Crazy.
We have come to number one.
Number one.
Natalie, what is your number one game?
number
New to me
one
game of the year.
Is my number one game of the year, Guild
Yeah,
of Merchant
for sure.
Explorers.
Absolutely.
How can I not put that?
Right. Well,
well,
you'll see in a minute.
Cryptid Urban Legends.
Oh, I know what yours
You'll
is.
see it in a minute.
'Cause it's not a
Jeff, what about you?
2022
What is
game.
your number one game, that new to me game of the year?
I'm gonna just call it the Essentials.
yeah.
Planet Unknown / Guild of Merchant
Yeah,
Explorers.
Yeah.
I'll just call them the Essentials.
I know. Don't they seem like interchangeable, like in your head? Like they're both like the same, like weight and like.
Yes.
Time.
They both came out this year. It's
Yep.
like almost like we like them the same amount.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That was why it was so hard for me to pick
Yeah.
game of the year.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it's Wonderland's War, but I was like, I don't know if I can pick between Guild of Merchant Explorers and Planet Unknown.
Yeah.
Which one of those two
And if
do
I
I
think
like
I'm
better?
thinking like favorite games, like Ark Nova's like it's just so good.
I know.
It's probably gonna
that's
be
why
like
it's so
my
hard to
highest
pick.
ranked game in my own head, or that goofy green meeple thing that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kick back and forth.
Pub meeple?
Pub meeple
Yeah.
stuff. But for this, I'm gonna say the Essentials are my favorite because they're essentials.
They're essentials.
Yes.
They're essential to you. Number one for me.
I know.
Do you know, Devin?
No.
Says a lover.
Yeah,
It's a 3-player
with
only
Shmaria.
game. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's called Maria. Maria, you would love it, Devin. We're gonna play
Devin,
it.
You would hate
love
it.
so
You would
much.
hate your
You
life.
would love
I hated
it.
my
You're gonna
life,
love
and I will
it.
never
You
play
would
it again
hate
ever.
This game.
Why does Ryan like it so much?
I have
Because
no
he's a freak.
idea.
I don't know
If you
either.
made a list of things that Ryan doesn't like in a
Devin,
board game,
it's like
it's
a
Maria.
war game.
A war game.
It's
Why
a
is it
war
called
game.
Maria?
There's nothing but
It's like
conflict.
it's called like Maria Theresa was like the ruler of Austria, and they're like fighting over these territories, and then it's like a
You're
war
a
game.
fucking nerd.
Look at you go.
How do you remember that? Because you play it for
Because I
6
live with
hours.
this guy.
Play it. I'm talking about that. Devin, I love this fucking game. It might be my favorite game ever. I like it that much.
Nothing in that game is anything Ryan likes in any other game.
Yeah,
ever.
it's like very in your face.
Yeah.
There's like take that kind of elements.
Yeah, but like,
there's like
Ryan likes direct conflict games.
conquest.
Nope, he likes
yeah.
one.
No,
Yep.
Maria.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about this works for me. I love it so fucking much. It's so good. I would be playing this all the time if I had players to play it with. It's that. Maybe I'll do it on stream. It'd be so fucking fun. All right, Devin, we're
Mine
ending
is-
with you. What is your number one new to you game of 2022?
First Rat.
Really?
Because it surprised me.
Yeah. Did you not expect to like it? You're saying, or
It
you just
looks
were like,
very
eh.
like childish, which it kind of it
Yeah.
is.
And it's got
but
a silly
like,
name.
It's fun, like a no think just play game.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
We had
cool.
fun- we had
Did
fun
you
playing that.
did you
Yeah.
guess that?
I didn't guess that it was number one, but I knew that she kind of like perked up when we were reading kind of through the list of games that we'd played.
Yeah.
Oh,
together.
First Rat came out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Yeah, or then her just in the head like, oh, I remember playing that. Like, she played Carnegie and didn't remember anything about it.
right.
Right.
No.
But
So
like,
that's a
but I
sign it's
remember
not your
First
favorite.
but first rat, like Devin said, I think is a surprisingly good game, and I think a handful of people have gotten it on the Discord too.
Yeah,
and
I've
have kind of
I've
been
seen
like,
people talk
Hard to
about
play.
it on the
Joe, I think he
Discord.
loves
better
that
than
game.
you
Yeah.
play it and you're like, this is a lot better than I thought.
It's
it was.
like
Yeah.
fun to play because I don't know. First of all, I don't like rats at all.
I know no one likes rats. They're
Stinky
nasty.
old rat.
Stinky
Stinky
old
old
rat.
But the theme is cute, right? The rats are trying to go to the
Yeah.
moon because it's made of cheese. Ha ha ha! How funny!
That is
Yeah,
pretty cute.
that's cute.
Have you guys played it?
We haven't. We've just heard Jeff talk it up, and we've
Yeah,
wanted to.
I
Yeah,
think
we haven't played it.
In terms of like surprising, like Guild of Merchant Explorers surprised me. This surprised me. We're thinking like I like Guild of Merchant Explorers a little better.
Yeah.
but it falls in like Devin said. It's First Rat is fun to play. The theme is kind of fun. It's just there. It's yeah.
And it's not like as easy as you think. There's still a lot of strategy to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's still some game there.
Do you guys have any honorable mentions? I have
really.
a couple. So I have Demeter. I played that at Nerdfest this year. I really liked it. Next Station London, Three Sisters
Yeah.
was high up on the list there. Project L I also played for the first time this year.
That was this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Super Skill Pinball 4K.
Nice.
Which
I would
is
say a
it's really
couple of
good.
those would be on my list.
Yeah.
Three
I have
Sisters
Next
was
Station
something.
Yeah.
London, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
I didn't really have that much.
Yeah.
We played the Batman. Everybody Lies.
Yep, the detective.
Oh, you
Batman.
did? Oh, cool. Did you like it as much
yeah,
as Detective?
We played what, the introductory one? Or
Yeah, we just played the
introduction?
intro like scenario.
It was okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's it's cool because it's Batman.
Yeah.
And like you're kind of your own Batman character, but you're not Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one's Batman. Someone could be Catwoman, right?
Sure.
Which I think grounds the scenario in, I don't want to say reality because it's Batman, it's Gotham, but like Gotham, like Gotham City,
Right.
where Arkham is, where this is. Instead of detective is sort of
nebulous almost.
yeah.
I think you're right.
But I like the story. The introductory story in Detective was better than the Batman story, but I'm excited to kind of see where.
Yeah, I'd like to play it again, like the actual game.
Plus, we got to do the whitebord style.
I
where we all
know.
play together and we just have
I
all the
know.
whiteboards. God, that was fun.
I know.
That was really fun.
So, Devin, your Gamecasters cherry has been.
Oh my god.
How do you feel after hanging out with us? I had a blast. You did fantastic. I
Thanks.
thought.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm tired.
Yeah, it was a long night for sure. It's a long time. There's usually an event. We usually
Yeah,
play
no,
a
it's
game
fun.
beforehand too.
I know.
I know.
No.
Although the game that we
Jeff's
played
gone for
beforehand
hours
this
and
time
hours.
was,
I
can we
know.
get Millie to sleep?
Yeah.
I know.
That was the game that we
Yeah.
played tonight.
Jeff is usually gone for hours and hours.
Yeah, this is why.
You know why.
Yeah, this is what
I
we're
know
doing.
why.
Sorry in advance. So this is all of us thanking you for letting Jeff leave the house and be an absent father.
You
for
being on the
every-
show is
Yes,
the
our
thanks
thank you.
we give you. It's like, just give me a fucking massage. What the
Oh,
hell?
thanks for having me.
Yeah, we had a great time. I hope you did too. Hopefully you'll join us again
Yeah, we'll do it
sometime
again.
soon.
I will not be listening
'Cause
to
that was
this
really fun.
episode, so
But Devin,
We'll let you know how-
let me
we'll
know
let you
how it
know
goes.
how
Let me
people
know how
think.
people react.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
So that's going to do it for us tonight, everybody. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on Instagram at Gamecasters or at Mad Board Gamer. Both of those accounts service the podcast. We also have a Facebook group. Just search Gamecasters and you'll find us there. You can also email us at thegamecasterspodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show, we'd love it if you consider giving us a rating on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen that allows you to rate us. We've also got a Patreon. If you want to support the show, feel free to head on over to patreon.com/thegamecasters. There's also a merch store where you can find all sorts of different Gamecasters, Mad Board Gamer, Gateway gear. So head on over to thegatewaynetwork.com/store. Please follow me and consider subscribing on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gamecasters. So for Natalie and Jeff the Mad Board Gamer, I'm Ryan, and you have been listening to The Gamecasters. Good night, everybody.